Buddy, if you're wondering why I suddenly stopped the stream in a feverish panic, I forgot to update the Twitch information because I'm a moron and I don't do this very often.
Yeah, it's okay. You obviously don't have that much, experience, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
You've
wow,
only been doing
thanks.
this for, 90 episodes?
Maybe
That's-
if you were a galaxy brain like us.
I'm being bullied. I don't know if I want to stream anymore, guys.
Yes, you are.
Let's bully her off of Twitch. I was scared to play D&D anyway.
Stop it! Stop it, all of you. Leave Monster alone.
You must be stopped.
Hello, everybody. If this is your first time viewing this stream, The Mercs, this is the part 2 of a one-shot, which obviously was more than a one-shot, that we did a while ago, featuring 4 lovely people, question mark,
Back, baby.
Allegedly.
of three mercenaries in the world of the Unexpectables, who, while the party is currently dungeon delving in the depths of the Underdark, are
illustration.
thank you have been taking on a few jobs, which has been rather interesting. Ooh. So I'd say go down the list here. Alfred, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Alfred. I go by Vladimir Dershire in this game. I am a tiefling. Oh, wait, am I saying the same thing as last time?
Yeah.
Or am I saying...
If you so desire.
I am
Spit
a
it.
tiefling with red mohawk and green teeth and red eyes. I have a giant black cloak that I hide all of my mysteries in. That
it
made
is a
no
mystery.
sense.
What are the mysteries?
You know what? We don't talk about them. They're mysteries.
What's in there? It is a mystery.
You have to find out.
In this stream today, maybe we'll find it.
On Scooby-Doo.
Alrighty. Bosco, if you want to introduce yourself, you're definitely a familiar face in this stream.
Yeah, you guys know what it is. Hi guys, I'm Edward Bosco. You can find me at EdBoscoVA on both Instagram and Twitter, and then also on twitch.tv/Edward Bosco, where I spend way too much time doing things that I shouldn't, like playing video games and doing wrestling shows that drive me crazy because a particular video game is fucking terrible. But that's a different story that I'll get into
Shout
later.
out.
Thank you guys.
Shout
I'm
out
proud.
video-
Very happy to be here.
Shout out. And Ed, don't you also voice Marth in Final Fantasy 3 Houses or whatever the fuck that game's called?
Dude, Final Fantasy 3 Houses is my favorite MMORPG.
Yeah.
How did
Okay,
you
don't
know?
you voice Marth from Super Smash Brothers in that game?
No. You have me
Pokemon
confused
3
with
movie.
Mario.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's not wrong, though. I am in Fire Emblem 3 Houses and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, so go check those out on your various platforms.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shout out video games.
Shout out.
Video games.
Yeah.
Shout out mental illness.
Coup Eater.
Shout out mental.
What?
You can't get me started again.
Coup Eater, you're a very familiar voice on my Sunday stream. Would you like to introduce
Hello,
yourself
hello.
as well?
Yes, that's me. I'm Ku. I play Grandma Bones in the Divinity thing, but that's a whole different fucking can of worms. You can catch me on Twitter at KooEater, on Tumblr at KooEater, and on twitch.tv/ShiniGamiEater, where I play video games like every day. I'm playing Dark Souls 2 right now, so that's
Ooh.
fun.
Man, I fucked up because I didn't do my plug.
Yeah, do your plug. Do your plug.
No, take
Alfred?
a chance. Dude,
Yeah,
go
do
back
it
to
now.
plug.
Dude.
Plug.
Okay.
Do it again.
Rewind. My name's Alfred. I go with Paper Box Sales. You can find me.
Chill.
God damn it. You can find me on Twitter, which is at PaperboxHouse, and also find me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/PaperboxHouse, where I do lots of art and lots of drawings. I play games sometimes.
He's
but
very good at it.
Mm-hmm.
majority of the time, I usually just do art and all this other stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to do that real quick because I felt like out of the loop.
Do you do commissions,
Looking-
Alfred?
I do commissions.
Ooh.
Ooh. He said doo-doo.
Shit.
Got him.
I didn't know you did commissions. I honestly didn't. I've been so
I
busy,
Commission
but
Alfred. Alfred makes great art.
I might
It's
have to
true.
consider
Like
that.
fucking,
Yeah.
Like, t-shirt designs, and I love it. It's
I've been
fucking awesome.
kind of getting back into the habit of buying art again because like I'm just
Ooh,
like, you
support
know
art.
what? It made me happy, and then I stopped doing it, and then I'm like, why did I stop doing that? Now I'm doing it
You,
again.
you say
So-
that like it's an addiction. Yeah, I've gotten back into the habit.
You know, Giving
supporting
people
art.
money so they can eat and live, I don't think is a bad idea.
No. Shout out artists.
Yeah, shout out to artists.
Yo, shout out
Um,
to all artists.
Thank you.
If you draw like, yo, that's fucking
Cool.
like, cool and shit, bro.
Ku, do you want to introduce the character you'll be playing with us tonight?
Oh yeah, I guess I should do that, huh? I play Cliff Lightmoon, the not Tauren. I almost said Tauren. This isn't WoW. Minotaur. He's the not a Hexblade warlock. Actually, he's just Pact of the Blade. Everyone seems to think he's a Hexblade because he has a big hammer.
It's not
Yeah,
even
play
a
Cliff.
big
Heart.
Yeah.
Cliff Lightmoon, big boy, big good boy.
Alrighty, and Mr. Clown Depot, Mr. Hard to Find his name on Twitter.
That's true.
Chase, how are you doing? Would you like to
I'm
introduce
doing
yourself?
just fine. I would love to introduce myself. My name is Chase.
Boo.
Hi, Chase.
Hi, Ku.
Hi, Chase.
You can go to my website, mariogolf.info, to see my horrible machinations. Or you can follow me on twitter.com at clown_depot. Monty made that mistake. There's an underscore there.
The underscore is just integral to finding him.
It's-
So
Yeah,
So
because
important.
it will take you somewhere else if you don't put it in there. But
Oh.
yeah, and that's me. I play this really cool cat named Partner Salem, who is a ranger tabaxi, and he's got a good attitude, and he's handsome, and everybody likes him a lot.
I agree. He is handsome.
Thank you. I thought so too when I made him.
And in his company is Luigi. Do you
When
want
I
to
made
describe?
him in my image?
Do you want
yeah,
to describe
Luigi.
Luigi for us as well?
Luigi's my little buddy. He goes "Rah," sometimes, and he's got big teeth, and he's red like clay. He's got a nice little hat, and he's the heart and soul of the team.
He is
He's a fighter.
He
He
is.
goes ham. I've seen Luigi on
Yes.
the field. It's
Something else, ladies and gentlemen. It's something
It's-
else.
oh my god.
If you didn't catch the last episode, you're in for a treat.
Something else entirely.
You need to do a quick catch up because good god, Luigi.
Jurassic World, what? Blue who?
That
Yo.
bitch would eat Chris Pratt.
Call Luigi
Alrighty.
quick catch up because he's very fast and red.
Uh-huh.
Haha.
Oh my god. Kendrick's
damn.
quaking.
Alrighty, with that, it is 10 after 7. Really quick, unfortunately, you're probably noticing in the bottom right corner that our bit cup is broken. So I went to go
Oh.
disable all my notifications, but apparently Streamlabs decided to do it for me and destroyed every single of one of my notifications on stream, except for the Bit Boss, which is the only thing that's alive. So whoever's the
Sick.
Bit Boss, congratulations. I am noticing people donating as well. Thank you guys so much for your donations. Blackfoot Ferret in particular donating 9,001 bits. Thank you so much. You're always in here.
Like the meme.
You fantastic ferret, you. I'm seeing a lot of resubs. I'm seeing a lot of people just popping their heads in and saying hello, and a lot of people here to enjoy this wonderful and lighthearted adventure, which I'm very excited for. So, without further ado, are you guys ready to start rolling?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right.
Always.
All right, Twitch chat. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Bye-bye.
Twitch.
Yeah, I'm fucking minimizing that shit.
I'm still with you, Twitch. That I have to watch. All right.
She likes to watch.
It's her dark curse.
It's my dark horse. All right. So, 2 days after your guys' previous mission in the land of Alavast, you returned back to the Tavern of the Sweet Dragon, enjoying a more hearty meal and proper drink with the coinage you earned from one Remus Corbeau, a nobleman of Alavast's military elite. You're not quite sure. But as a few days go by, you find that that coin is beginning to run a little bit dry, as more and more jobs are being snatched up before you can even be considered for it. As the dawn arises on a new day, Remy, you are at your family home with your mother. Your brother has been training quite feverishly, but your mother has kind of taken you in, and you've been spending a lot of time helping her out. As you wake up in the dawn, you hear a light, gentle knock on the back of your door.
Come in.
Remy. You open the door and you see your mother. Very similar to you, except her plumage is a bit more muted, a little more speckled in the face. The eyes a little bit more saged and wizened, and a small pair of spectacles over the brim of her beak. She wears long wizarding robes, adorned with trinkets and various spinning ornaments around her neck. She has tucked between two of her talons what appears to be a letter that seems to have been opened. I didn't wake you, did I?
Well, I was taking a nap, but I should really get up.
She licks her
Is that
thumb
from-
and she begins to kind of thumb down some of your feathers on your face.
Thank you, Mother. I appreciate
A little
it.
bit on the left there. There we go. That one
What-
needs to be.
what-
She kind of plucks a little feather that's just loose and kind of tosses it to the side.
Thank you, Mother.
2 p.m.
I received a letter from an old acquaintance of mine. His name is Seth. I don't know if you remember Seth. He may have been too young.
I've met a few Seths in my life. Specifically, what did he do?
Oh, he was an old man who would basically gather me spell components, so items I would use to make spells, essentially.
Oh,
You know,
had
Batguan,
a couple of those when I was a child. Yes, of
Yes,
course.
he was the beard. Do you remember the beard? No.
Oh, yes, the beard, of course.
Well, he sent me a very harrowing letter, and I was wondering if, seeing as how you, at the moment, don't seem to be too preoccupied, you could maybe take some people and go look into this for me.
Of course. What do you know?
It was just a very quick message. It was sent very hurriedly by a carrier pigeon, a very long and noodly carrier pigeon. It had like 3 sets of legs. It was rather anyway, here, and she hands you the letter.
I'm gonna read it.
Okay. You open up. It's very hastily written. Like
Okay.
you've seen like quick note taking. This is like a person had a piece of charcoal and just really quickly trying to get a message out.
Let me provide some folly for this.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome.
Above game, Monty, would Remy have any idea that may be a tailor pigeon?
Oh yeah, long pigeon,
Okay.
multiple legs. That's a tailor pigeon. And
Okay, I just wanted to know if Remy knew that. I
Yeah.
got it. Well played.
it's pretty straight across the board. Most people who live in Alavas for a long period of time realize that there's no pigeon that's normal in this town.
Excellent.
As you unfold the letter, it is literally like a really quick scrawled note.
All right.
God damn it, Chase.
These
It
are the
reads-
best backup artists I've ever had.
I know. It reads, need help, trouble in town, 2 boys gone missing, send people, Seth. That's all it says.
Mother, how well do you know Seth once he stopped working for you?
He was a good acquaintance. We didn't really do many more business ventures, but he doesn't seem like a dishonest man.
Yes, but we're sure this isn't some kind of trap. I mean, not to make him sound disingenuous. It's just I worry about some of the motives of the people in the city, and they would target nobles.
Well, he's from Fish Barrow, which is just a little quaint fishing town off the coast of the southeast, so...
I told you about the clergy. I just worry that they're behind every door and everything.
Sweetheart. And she kind of brings a hand through your feathers. You have more than you think. She kind of taps the armor on your chest. If you're anything like your father, you're more resourceful than I can imagine.
I would never attempt to fill those shoes.
And yet you're filling them quite well, I think. Give yourself a bit more credit, honey. You're doing good.
Yes, Mother.
Now get out of my shop! She kind of swats you a bit.
Of course. Yes, of course.
As you go to leave, kind of gathering your sword and your shield over your shoulder, you see the door ting ting open, and you see Willow, the wizard of the Sweet Dragon, as she enters. She's like, "Oh, hi."
Hi, oh, hello. I didn't realize you were training today.
Yes.
oh.
We're doing some illusion potions. Is she busy? Should I come back another time?
No. She's
Okay.
probably expecting you. We were just having a conversation. I
Oh.
have a errand to run.
Oh, good luck on your errand. It's nice weather for it.
Yes. Yes.
hurries.
Best of luck.
Yeah, hopefully nothing explodes this time. She gives you 2 thumbs up.
Wait, I'm sorry. What?
Nothing, and she goes up the stairs.
Oh dear. All right. Okay. All right. We're moving on. Cool. So Remy's gonna keep walking.
All right,
Foreshadowing?
you.
Do I have any gold to hire anybody?
Yeah, you would have money.
Okay, so can I grab some from like the family stash since
Yeah.
this is a family errand?
About 20 gold pieces you can muster up.
Okay, cool.
And the bag that holds the gold is made out of paper.
Question in relation to how much I paid mercenaries last time, is this a similar amount?
It's a little bit less.
Okay.
But at the same time, you're.
Mm.
I mean, it's coming from your own pocket, not the
Look,
city.
yo, motherfuckers, I don't need to hire you above game grumbling. Go find some other people.
I don't know. You can
Man, I don't.
Well,
Monty, I would like to hire literally anyone else.
Well, thanks for coming to
Is
the
there
show,
anyone
everybody.
else?
I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much for the Twitch donations,
Yeah,
and we'll catch you guys later.
The end.
Yeah.
Yep. Seeing as how the Sweet Dragon was just such a wonderful plethora of mercenary, I will go there and check it
Alright.
out once again.
Meanwhile, at the Sweet Dragon,
Oh man, what are the odds?
the three. You guys stop giving me shit, all right? Come on.
First of all, I would like to point out the whole first part of the episode was them giving you shit. And if I were to tell you, you'd be given shit during the whole first part of this episode,
I
and it
know.
wouldn't be from me, you would have never believed me. So you're welcome.
I know. Three mercenaries sit around a round table in the Sweet Dragon Tavern. A young maidservant, maybe like teenager age, walks up and kind of wipes down your guys' table. You have eaten your fill and you've gotten some rooms at some other locales, but you are beginning to count the remaining coin, sweating nervously as it's beginning to run dry, along with the jobs that are available in this busy adventuring season.
I would like to make a note. Partner is not sweating because cats do not sweat. He is licking the back of his palm and then rubbing that on his forehead like
Yeah.
a cat would.
Cliff is sitting there with a comically large belly, like in a cartoon when someone eats too much.
And Vlad
That's
is
it.
slowly Vlad is slowly sipping out of like a wooden chalice. This like an alcoholic beverage. I don't know what it is though. Like a
Monty, give us a fun alcoholic beverage from fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Let me grab a fun alcoholic beverage from fantasy. Let me look
You
up
have an
really.
entire menu to choose from.
I do, yeah. Let me see real fast what I have here.
Preferably
Yeah,
something
Capri
cheap.
Suns.
Preferably something cheap? Sure. let's
Look, beggars
go.
can't be choosers, all right? What do you think you are? 7-Eleven? No, this is the
I'm
Sweet
on-
Dragon. We don't
See-
play around here.
Do they have rum in fantasy?
No.
Aw, my random generator doesn't have any drinks, unfortunately.
Aww.
oh,
Aw. Oh, there's a apple cider.
Oh,
all right,
That's
perfect.
A little
Yeah,
early
he's
for
having
the
his
season.
apple
That's a real life drink.
Yeah,
Yes.
a little early for the season, but it's an alcoholic like apple cider. It almost is light enough to be a wine, but it works. It's not super heavy or like overly sweet.
That's perfect.
As you guys are
Because you're a
sitting
little
there,
baby
the
man.
doors clunk, swing open, and you see your familiar ally and friend from a few days ago, Remy Corbeau, entering in.
Cliff tries to turn around in the chair to look, and the chair collapses under his weight.
The young maid, the human maid who was kind of sweeping up, goes, "Oh man!" Like she's looking at that, like that's what she's gonna have to deal with probably for the next hour.
Ah, God damn it. I hope we don't have to fucking pay for that, Cliff.
It's okay.
For your sake.
I can
Cliff
fix
starts
it.
picking up the pieces.
Yeah, you start collecting the pieces.
One of these days, if you keep costing us money like that, you had your fill with all that food you ate earlier. One of these days, I'm gonna turn you into a fucking rug and sell you.
Oh, that's kind of offensive. But I'm
gonna
pretend you didn't say
Jesus Christ, you just-
Continued
Why
friendship.
would you, why would you
sorry.
say that for?
I'm sorry, it's my gallows humor. Please forgive me. Look, we're running low, fellas. We need another job, and all the other adventurers are 1 hour earlier with $1 more than us. They're getting all the opportunities. We have to do something, you know?
Did I hear you were looking for work?
Holy shit!
What in the world?
That's right. That's what he said.
Oh, hi, Remy. The maid kind of looks up and waves at you. You know that
hello there.
that's Meryl. She's from
I'm
she's
gonna
from
flip-
Eltmer.
Remy's gonna flip Meryl a silver coin.
She catches it in her hand and she kind of gives you a smile. Thank you. And she steps away.
Hello there, fancy pants.
Hey, Remy.
Hello yourself.
Yeah.
You look run ragged.
You look familiar.
Thanks. Yeah, Cliff, can you tell me for 5 pieces of mutton, can you tell me where we saw this man last?
Outside.
Technically, he is correct. We were not in the
Technically-
Sweet Dragon the last
Yeah.
time that we were together.
All right, I'll write. Let me. He gets some paper out and writes an IOU.
Thank you. Thank you.
That bit is. I promise that bit is not coming back again.
Okay, so while they're goofing around, Remy's gonna do the same thing he did last time and take out the pouch and drop the gold bag in front of them.
Here we go,
wow, a lot of
drop
gold.
it. Dropping his pouches again.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
You
last
gonna-
time a Birdman came up and did that, we got into some trouble.
Yeah, yeah. Cliff is right. That's exactly right, Cliff.
Well, I
So,
assure you,
going.
whichever Birdman that was, I am nothing like him.
Whoa. Are you not the?
Wait,
Huh?
you look like a Birdman.
Is your name not Remy?
Vlad, I was messing with Cliff. Please don't tell me. Oh dear. All right.
Please- oh my
Partner, I'm going to speak to you. You seem like you have 3 cents in your head. I need
Yeah.
your help. The gold is yours if you help me. Yes or
How
no?
much? How much? How much? How much?
20 gold pieces.
Compared to what you? Well, let's think about this logically. You can't really split that 3 ways, my man.
Of course you can. Just bite into it.
You watch as
Very
Luigi
funny.
looks up and looks really like betrayed and sad.
Well, Luigi, I'm sorry, Luigi, but I feed you. I feed you, Luigi.
I feed you.
I
period.
feed you. Come on. Wait.
If
did
anything-
you say that we're only gonna get 3 gold pieces?
Yeah. What are you trying to
What-
pull here,
like, what-
Birdman?
We won't be able to get. Cliff will probably eat those before we even get the food.
You
No,
could
I'm
buy
full.
1 boot with 3 gold pieces, like a
That sure is
slightly
quite full.
uptown boot.
The 3 of you are very bad at math. You're not splitting up 20 correctly.
Yeah, well, you're not very good at convincing me to do your bullshit, fucker. I'm sorry, I'm very.
Meryl like covers her ears because she heard a swear.
You can't just say that in front of Luigi like that.
I'm sorry, I have low blood sugar. Please explain to me why you are putting your money in front of us once more.
Because a friend of the family needs assistance, and I thought the 3 of you could use some money.
Okay, are
True,
these
we could
two-
use some money.
we could absolutely we could use some money. Could you
All
give
right,
us
it's
a
the
little bit
deal.
more?
I'm going.
Cliff, you do not do the negotiating in this family, young man. Come on. Now, Birdman,
I'm sorry.
what you have to be a little bit less vague than a friend of mine needs some assistance. That's how people get roped into the porn industry, and I'm not about to start selling my body. What do you need us to do specifically?
I need you to help visit a friend of the family whose name is Seth, and he will give us more details about 2 boys who have gone missing.
All right. Well, I'm not the only decision maker in this crew. So, Cliff, Vlad, what do you guys
I'm
think?
in.
I know you're in, Cliff. Never mind. We are going to discount your opinion. Vlad, what do you think?
It's not very nice.
Did you said that they would have to tell us about like more information about like what happened and everything else? So do you?
Does Seth have a
It's
dog?
just- the fear of just those dragons being there again is just okay. Okay, you know what?
You do
I
know,
see.
Remy, this is to the southeast, which is the exact opposite direction as where like the majority of the dragons have been. So this is in the opposite direction. There's been no sightings of dragons there.
If you're concerned about our flying friends, I can assure you they're in the opposite direction of where we'll be going this time.
They're not our friends. I actually would go as far as saying I actively dislike dragons. I would not consider a dragon my friend.
Oh dear. All right.
I made friends with
Vlad
one of them.
just, I was gonna say Vlad just like clenches the lock in his pocket and he just goes, "Okay, you know what? I'll do it again. I'm in."
Yeah. And Cliff is into.
The boys are back in business.
All right, I guess they are, bud.
Cliff grabs everybody and gives them a giant group hug.
Oh God!
Oh
If
God!
you wouldn't mind, kind sir, releasing my lungs.
Not my liver. Oh God, the liver.
Okay, fine, jeez. Okay.
Ugh. Oh, he's like Porky. Oh, why is he like
Oh.
Porky?
My
My God.
my mohawk almost turned blue from death.
All right.
All right.
Helga,
Yes.
do you happen to have any scraps back there by any chance?
Scrap alcohol? They have none of this.
No, not alcohol, food, just scraps for their companion. He points to Luigi.
Oh, yeah, I can ask Ty Borpington. Give me 1 second. She gets up, this
Hey,
big, really buff, like, orc woman, this older orc woman, who, mans the bar, and she takes no shit from anybody. You've straight up seen her physically throw, like, a person out of the door before, in, like, the busier nights. She turns the corner and goes into, like, these sets of swinging kitchen doors, and you hear kind of some idle chatter in the back. And eventually she comes back with, like, what looks like a wrapped bit of cheesecloth. And she kind of walks over and thunk. She goes, free of charge is chicken gizzard and things.
Do you really think that lowly of my companion?
Remy is going to grab it. He's going to put it on the table in front of partner. Please feed your companion.
Gizzard for the
I would like to
trouble-
say something right now. I have been feeding Luigi every single night. Now, no bullshit. I feed him before I feed myself. Don't you ever assume that I don't care about my friend. And I sort of pat Luigi's
I
head.
don't.
As you
I-
pat
I
Luigi,
grab-
he's currently half eating the cheesecloth bag and the food inside of it.
Okay.
Nobody's insinuating that, partner.
All
Nope.
right. Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. If he's enjoying himself, then yeah, all right, fine.
He swallows the bag whole.
Great,
As hard
great
as
work
this,
again.
as hard as this might be to believe, I don't need a monetary reason to help people, and your friend look hungry. Now, can we get on to business now that everybody is fed and happy?
Yep, all right, fine.
All right. You guys set out from the tavern and begin to make your way out of the city. Rolling fields of cut grass and farmland await you. As you're walking, Cliff, as
Yes?
the somber winds roll over, flowing past your horns and your very hairy body, you hear a
I'm a
whisper.
cow, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You hear a whisper in your mind, a very familiar voice that you know.
Oh, boss. Oh, I wasn't expecting a call so soon.
I feel it in the air, can't you?
Yeah, that's the wind.
A great atrocity has happened. I can taste its secrets.
Well, we're getting
Find
kind of underpaid, if that's what you're referring to.
Find it for me, friend. And the
Well,
voice
okay.
fades.
You're gonna say nice things to me. I suppose I could consider it. We're
Hey,
friends
you
now.
okay back there, Cliff?
Yeah, are you talking to yourself again?
He's like covered. He's
What?
covered in
Sorry.
butterflies and like just walking.
Just commenting on the beautiful nature that we're passing by.
All right.
It's very nice out here today.
Very green.
Messing with my allergies though.
Mm. Gross.
Cliff has started to keep it to himself whenever the boss talks to him
Mhm.
because people act weird.
Oh, keeping secrets.
Yeah, as per his boss's instructions. So. Eventually, you guys coast over a hill. The travel is very comfortable. The town of Fishbarrow is very small. It's not a huge town. It is basically a small fishing village that self-sustains itself off of minor export, and basically it's just like a little bit of a homestead area. As you guys coast over the hill, you see the city, and it's very nice. It's very nice. There's singing birds. There's like a big windmill that's taking in the sea breeze and twisting around. You see various plots of land. They're growing kind of bumper crops, like some corn, tomatoes, that sort of thing.
I love corn.
Damn tomatoes, am I
It's
right?
a very. It's a very nice field out here.
Oh, I can hear people.
Oh man! Oh, I love ambience.
I'm immersed.
Whoa!
My ears are enjoying this.
And you said that it's like a town or it's a
Yeah.
field? I'm sorry.
It's like a little town, but it's got like fields of different crops near it. The main thing you see is there is a dock, like a maybe like 4-pronged dock that has a bunch of different fishing vessels. And you see there's kind of an area where they're probably processing fish for either their own consumption or for shipping out to the city.
All right. I would like. Can we? Do we have ability to explore?
Yeah, at this point it's about 6 p.m. It seems like the village is kind of starting to go down for the day. You see mostly humans, quite a few dwarves, no elves. You haven't seen a single elf. It's basically mostly just dwarves and humans here.
All right. Is this the place where the kid went missing from?
From your knowledge, this is where Seth sent his message from. And this is
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Do
So
we have any idea where Seth is based on the note that my mother got?
it was so vague, you have no idea.
Did he mention what he did now that he is no longer working for my mother? Like, is he working at the docks? Is he retired?
It was literally the set of words I told you and nothing else.
Jeez Louise. All right.
Yeah.
Lord. Okay.
Are there any dock workers around?
Yeah, there's one that's currently got like a net over his shoulder and he's kind of walking a little bit. You kind of catch him. He's got like his hair tied back with like a rag over his forehead. He's tan with
he
the
kinda
sun.
cute?
Is he glistening?
He's glistening, but he's very messy looking. He looks like
Does he
definitely
have a strong jawline?
sure, yeah. He's got like a bit of black stubble around the chin. Kinda.
Okay, one more question. Does it look like he would be able to hold me at night and I would feel safe?
Fuck
Maybe.
young.
I don't
What
know.
was you say, young? Question mark? Yes. Just Vlad winces his ear. What? Do we? Okay, real quick. Do we even know what? Do we know what Seth looks like?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh my god.
All right, Remy.
So you,
Remy would
you
like
pull
to
aside
approach
this dock worker.
Yes.
I
Pardon me, sir. I'm looking for a friend of mine. His name is Seth. I believe he deals in components and other aids for mages of all sorts. Do you happen to know where he might be, or anybody by that name?
He sounds like a nerd.
roll an insight check real fast for me, Remy.
Okay. I'm decent at those. Come on, S-Series luck. I'm going to need some of that. Yeah, 18. Still got it.
There's a moment where he pauses and he kind of looks at you before he answers, like almost like he's processing something. He goes, "Oh, right, Curator Seth, yeah?
I don't know him by the name Curator, but perhaps.
He curates weird things.
Sure, yes.
Yeah. You watch as he kind of goes a little quiet again. He kind of raises his hand over. He goes, if you go past the Squares Fountain, there's a candle shop. He's on the other side of the building there.
Oh, candles! I love candles.
Yeah.
I like
Is
the
there a
ones that smell
particular
funny.
reason you're so skittish?
Oh, not skittish, sir.
You can't just ask somebody that, Remy.
I
Like, oh,
realize-
hey, I noticed you have anxiety. Can I point that out in front of everybody real quick? Come
Here,
on,
I got something. Cliff walks over to this man very gently, places his enormous fucking hand on his back,
Ooh,
and
kind
very
of looks up at
calmly
you. He's
says-
not really scared. He's more like, ooh, okay.
very calmly says,
What's the matter, friend?
Oh, it's just a long day of work, and not often we get strangers like you around. Kind of gives you a bit of a sideward glance, Vlad, as you're kind of a tiefling, which is kind of a rarity in not only this city but in many other places. You're tall.
Thanks.
Well, there's no need to worry about us. We're just on a mission to find someone.
You know, Seth's behind the candle shop if you need him. He's got his own little bungalow there. It's been
I
pretty
hope they have
holed up the
nice
last few
smelly
days.
Candles.
It's been holed up the past few days, so hopefully he's well.
Yes, that
All
would be
right.
the hope. But we won't take up any more of your time. You carry on with your day. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. May the sea guide your path.
Goodbye, sweaty man.
Walks away. Kind of side, like gives you like a little bit of a second glance when you say sweaty man. Like, well, he's not wrong. And keeps walking.
As we walk away, I look over at I look at partner. I'm just like, did you see the side eye that he gave me when he was talking about
Yeah, it seemed a little bit. But you know, this is the small town. You know, I mean, I guess you can blame them if you so desire, but you know, all the same, it's just.
People think differently around here, Vlad. Don't take it personally.
Yeah,
I
you watch as
know,
people
I
are now
know.
kind of moving around you as they're kind of like going home for the night. Like there are people like who are carrying like basically like, backwards carts, like almost like backwards wheelbarrow. This dwarf's like, "Excuse me," and as he kind of like breaks between your guys' group and makes his way through.
excuse the hell out of me.
That was very nice.
Don't take it personally, bud. I understand that you're upset about the previous interaction, but all the same, doesn't reflect on every single person in this town.
I mean, I imagine that it doesn't. I just It just makes me feel weird.
I
Something
got you.
about it. But you know what? We're on a mission. We gotta focus. We have to find this Seth character.
I love that
'Cause who
Vlad is
knows?
having the black experience right now. This is
I
so
wasn't gonna
good.
say it, but yep.
This is so good.
You know, I was gonna say the black one in the group is having the black experience. Here we go, baby.
Look, I
Here we
wasn't
go.
gonna say nothing,
It's
but
okay,
now we
it's
gonna
okay.
say
It's-
something.
We
you know
can
what,
all
you know what?
see it. It's happening.
It's 100% okay. It's
I'm
part of the
sorry.
story.
Tieflings
I
are
don't know.
really rare. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay because
No. What you don't understand is tieflings are really rare, and Alavas is really racist. So like, you put those two things together, and it's like, wow.
Brooke,
Like America.
Brooke is crying at his office, Bosco. I hope you know.
But he also, yeah, because he knows I'm right. Put me back in the army. Right? You not like that I have talents?
Okay,
Are you afraid of cloacas? Damn, sorry. I just had to get that off my chest now that I'm done.
But look, it just makes me feel more immersed in the story, and I know where Alavast kind of stands and where I stand as a character builds up. It's okay. It's like I deal with this in real life. It's fine.
Escapism fantasy, yeah.
At its best.
Here we go. But
All
like,
right.
Let's carry on, because I haven't had to use my 8K today, so it's been a good day.
All right, you guys.
On the way there, I inquire. So, Remy, this Seth, I've heard of a few famous Seths. Specifically, there's a bardic Seth of the Rogan lineage. He has got a really familiar laugh. You ever like? Is this the Seth by chance that Rogan?
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Seth was a friend of the family when I was but a child, and I haven't seen him in quite some time. I was actually quite surprised my mother received a letter from him.
Okay, that's disappointing. I was hoping to meet a celebrity today, but that's all right.
As you guys move down the alleyway, you see the candle shop. It's called Wix Wix. It's closed at the moment.
Damn it, Monty. Why?
Well, just try my best, okay?
it's good. What's mix?
I love it, but why?
Excited to meet Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
As you guys move around the corner, there's a bit of a smell to the streets, the back streets of this town.
Does it smell like nice candles?
No, it does
hope
not
so.
smell like
Oh,
nice
God.
candles.
Cliff holds his poncho like up to his nose.
Roll a perception check for whoever would like to smell the air intentionally.
I got a very powerful nose. Let me do that for you.
I'm
Bucky.
gonna let them handle this.
Let me do this. Hold on.
Perception.
My
I don't
nose
know
is
what
meant
that
for
is.
keeping air out when I go very fast through the air. So.
Listen, all three of us are
Wait, am
animals.
I? What am I rolling?
You're rolling a
Perception?
perception check. Yeah. 11?
11.
Wait, I completely forgot how to do this. I'm sorry.
You pull up your
All right,
sheet,
this-
and then there's a list of your skills on the left side.
It's one of the smaller skills, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all in alphabetical order, so it's down like on the third of the list.
All right, here we go.
Hell
7.
yeah, brother. 7.
Okay. Between the
I-
two of
I
you,
guess-
yeah, Cliff as well.
Cliff will drop his poncho for a second just to
He
kind
has-
of investigate.
Big nostrils for a big smell.
Perception. Here it is.
Hey!
Hey!
I knew I like bulls for a reason.
Partner, Vlad, and Cliff. Immediately, the smell that hits you is rat wee, like vermin urine.
Yeah.
It's very pungent and very strong, and it really stings the
Poncho's back up.
nostrils.
Gross.
The other thing that you smell, Cliff, is death, like something dead. As you kind of move some rubbish around, you see curled up a dead cat.
Aw.
And it
Those rats fight back.
looks like a healthy cat, but it is covered in like a whole crap load of rat bites.
That's not that healthy. I don't think
Yeah.
rat bites are especially healthy.
Cliff just stares.
See,
in
this is what
silence.
happens
He
when you
has nothing
take
to
Jesus
say.
out to schools, man. Rats be killing cats. It just ain't the same.
Cliff,
Damn
Cliff
right, it's
raises
gonna
a
get crazy.
giant fat finger and just points at it.
What do you... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a dead cat. It's unfortunate. Why'd you go and point it out, bud?
What the?
That's what making it smell so bad here.
Oh god.
Revy's just gonna keep walking. He's used to dead things.
Yeah, it's
This
not
is
too
not a
weird
sanitary
smells.
town.
You guys turn
I've
around
seen
the
a lot of
corner,
this.
and you see what you assume is Seth's house. Unlike every other house in this village, it is boarded up, like, from the inside.
Is there a door?
There is a door, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Can I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I use the what is it called?
Did you roll to ask your question?
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I think it's like I have a lockpick thing in case like the door's locked.
Yeah, you might. Let me just take a look at your character sheet here.
Have you been holding out on us? You got a lockpick? It's just a good thing
I
that
think
you,
it's
Vladimir,
not.
the master of unlocking, have it.
Yeah, you have the knock spell.
Hey, oh, you have a spell. Yeah, that's a lot different and a lot better.
That
because you
will
just
that
go
will
poof.
straight up throw the door open though.
Yeah, it's just like poof, and you're in.
That is literally Shrek. Somebody like that is what that spell is.
I have arrived.
Bodies.
All right, so I immediately look at Remy and go, "Do you want me to bust this bitch wide open?"
Don't say it like that, man.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Bust it down, Vladimir.
No. Let's not do that. I'm going to knock, and then we'll address other options. Remy's gonna walk up to the door like a civilized bird and knock on the door. So here we go.
I was just trying to help you out, man. Jeez.
Here we go.
It's a really weird sounding door.
Hello.
Yes. My name is Remus Corbeau. Is this Seth?
Shh! Get in! Get in! The door throws open. You see a very darker skinned man with like a white bushy beard and completely bald in the top. He's wearing like clothes that obviously haven't been cleaned for a while, and he throws open the door and literally grabs you, Remy, and pulls you in.
Is it stinky? Can I see it? Can I smell stinky from in there?
You
Is there a defined stank?
Is there any stink in there?
Is there a
It's-
pungent odor
there's
on the wall?
he smells like sweat. The man himself smells a bit like sweat, but the place itself is stuffy. It doesn't really smell. It just smells stuffy.
It smells like an old person's house.
Yeah,
Like an antique shop.
Yeah, basically.
Gotcha, okay.
He yanks Remy and he's like, get in! Kind of looking around side to side outside of the door.
In defiance, I saunter in, not in a hurry.
Luigi just kind of trots in.
All right.
Fucking
Cliff comes in behind everybody, ducking to get through the door frame.
Yeah, your horn hits the roof. You kind of chip your head and
Oh,
bring yourself in.
Question, Monty, above game, completely unrelated. How much does like cat skin go for in Alabast?
Nothing.
What are you thinking about
Now,
doing
this is-
with
This
I said above game. I was just
this
curious.
is dark.
Continue role
This
playing.
is dark, but cat gut is worth something because of instruments.
Oh,
which
is it now?
which
Really?
is
Like
fucked up.
God.
Okay,
Well,
good. to know.
But I'd question your alignment at that point.
No. I'm asking. Remy would never. I wanted to know. Just so you know. All right.
Well,
Right.
Chase is upset. Partner will act normally, but Chase is now upset at this development.
That is fair. This is so
As
meta.
you guys are brought into the building, immediately Seth just slams the door closed and locks the
Jesus.
doorknob, and then brings over a slide. It brings down a piece of wood and like a chain, and kind of. And you guys are brought inside of his house. I am so used to using my main computer to run the game that I keep having to.
Nice to meet you, sir. My name is Partner Salem. I assume you already know Remy.
I know your mother.
Mine?
No,
know my
not
mother?
yours. I don't know
No,
any
she-
cat people. I know you though. I know your mother.
whoa.
Cat people isn't really the word you'd use, but that's fine. So you seem upset about something.
Lower your voices. Lower your voices.
You seem upset.
Get in the
about
kitchen.
something.
Get in the kitchen.
Okay. A lot of things that I have to do before I can talk to you, but I guess I'll do them because it's your house. And I walk into the kitchen.
All right. As you guys are looking around this space, there's one thing that stands out to you. Every little crevice in this place has been like nailed up. And like
He's a crazy person.
and like the windows have been nailed up, and like it's definitely like a fortified location, not a living location. As he brings you into the kitchen, you see various valuables, like a grandfather clock kind of leaning in the corner, various different food items.
So it doesn't look lived in.
It looks like he's been living here, but it's not like other people have been living here.
Is the food like okay, or is it
Yeah.
like rotten?
No, it's good. It's like
Are we
ration
in, like,
food.
the Resident Evil 7 house?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was picturing.
Holy shit! I was just
Solid
thinking-
reference.
Yeah.
Solid reference, yeah. He kind of falls down into a chair, and there are chairs, other chairs here. There's this town. There's something wrong with it.
I'm sorry, something wrong with what?
The town.
This town.
Yeah. People are acting weird. The two boys disappeared, and no one seems to notice.
All right.
Yeah, you're acting pretty weird.
They're not.
Why don't you tell us what happened? You sent a note to my mother. It was quite hasty. There weren't a lot of details. What can you tell us beyond apparently two boys missing and people acting strange?
He kind of stands up and he goes over. He begins to kind of like boil a pot of water with magic. He seems to have some
Ooh, fantasy.
questionable mastery of magic. Begins to boil a kettle. He goes, "Yeah, it was maybe a week ago. The boys, they go out, little ventures in the woods, and one day they didn't come back, and for the first few days I didn't notice, but usually I'd see them. They tend to be rebel rousers, hoodlums sometimes, but they were good enough boys. I started to ask people, and everyone gave me strange answers, as if they'd forgotten, or if they just didn't care. Even the boy's own father didn't seem to say anything." He kind of walks over with the kettle and begins to pour you all like a cup of tea.
You seem like you are magically inclined. Am I correct in assuming that?
I know a few cantrips. Your mother taught me.
Have you sensed any kind of disturbance in the arcane since you've been here?
Not that I felt, no.
And there's no kind of enchantment or anything that you've seen, any trigger that made the people start acting weird?
Besides the boys disappearing, I haven't noticed anything. I'm not as talented as your mother.
Few mages are. That point notwithstanding, the boys, they went to the woods and they never came back, correct?
Yes. Anytime I try to go that way, I'm stopped by the village folk.
Has anyone else had any complaints about the woods? Any strange creatures or happenings out there?
No, they're perfectly peaceful. Good hunting. There's been dryads, but they tend to leave us alone. We don't take the lumber from there. We get our lumber from the north, from the city.
Do you know one of the boys' fathers or mother that we could speak to, see if we can assess the situation better?
Mayor Wentworth, maybe, yes. But,
The mayor, one of his boys went missing.
yes.
It is strange that they wouldn't act on that.
I asked him, and he says they've been sent on a trip. They've gone up north. They're just doing some sort of trip of some kind. They don't tell
Can I
me
roll an
anything.
insight check on this guy just to see where
Yeah.
he's at mentally?
Go ahead. Yeah.
17.
Okay. He's definitely like darty eyes.
Okay.
His features are gaunt. And he definitely seems really, really fucking nervous.
Are his pupils dilated?
Not really.
He just looks nervous.
Roll, I will say with that insight, would this be a medicine check or would it be an arcana check?
Would I roll that since I'm inquiring that specifically?
I'm going to say, partner, you roll a medicine check, and Remy, you roll an arcana check.
22, baby. Perfect.
That's a nat
Holy
20.
Shit.
Hell yeah, brother.
Natural 20 with a 22.
And a 13 on Arcana.
Tell me everything about this man's nervous system right now.
I need his bone information.
What's his blood type?
I was just going to say.
Downloaded.
So, in your experience, you've worked with other people, partner. You have in the past worked with a werewolf.
All right.
This is not a werewolf,
All right.
Oh, thank God!
but you get this sense, the way his mannerisms are, he either is or was a lycanthrope of some nature.
I'm sorry, what?
Just based off of the way he's kind of scratching himself, the twitching eyes, his nose even twitches at times, and you're just like, that's not
Alright.
normal.
What was my experience with the werewolf, if I might ask you to make that kind of character decision for me?
He was nice. Like, he was just kind of a guy who was down on his luck.
Does
He was
lycanthropy ever
It can be
affect
cured.
me negatively?
you've heard of werebores to the west being a bit of a nuisance. You know that there actually this would all of you guys would know being in Alavas that there was a were-rat cult in the city that was
Okay.
kind of all over the papers in the town that got basically
all,
discovered.
Do,
Yeah.
do they just like do were-rats just like turn into tiny rats like Animorph style? Like
They
shrink down?
turn into giant rats, you know that.
Oh,
and
that's
then
not nearly as funny.
when they're humanoid in their humanoid form, they're like basically the same thing like a werewolf, except for they have rat features like a rat face and claws and the whole
Ew.
thing. And they're generally
Gross.
very like
They look like that guy
scary.
from Harry Potter, the mousy face.
Yeah, kind of like that, but worse. Yeah.
All right, in character, I got a question. Have you asked where they fucking went? And a side note, have you just considered that maybe they have just gone on a trip and this is completely normal?
You see him kind of slump down a little bit. I don't know. It all seems too strange.
Remy, if I could take you aside briefly.
Of course.
All right, we step out into the area, and I'm still gonna be quiet because I don't want to alert him, and B, I don't want him to be like, "Shut up, I'm an old man." Remy, I appreciate that you have a history with this man, or maybe perhaps your family does, but he does not seem all there in the head. Sounds like he's playing like a few cards short of a hand, if you know what I'm saying.
I do. I don't know if it's some kind of emotional trauma, but something has happened to this man.
I have experienced emotional trauma in my life. Nothing to the degree of this. I do not understand, or I could not comprehend what could drive a man to be like this. You do know this is incredibly fishy. You sense that too. I'm not crazy here, right?
Look, I was concerned when my mother got the note. I haven't thought about Seth since I was but a babe, and let's just say there's a lot of people that would like to see me dead.
Well,
So, yes, I think it's fishy, but I can't blame him if he legitimately needs help. I'm not going to turn my back on him.
all right. Side note, let me just, for the record, you are still a babe. Don't even worry about that. But I'm just saying, you look nice in that armor. Anywho,
While this conversation is happening off to the side, Vladimir, you're kind of like thumbing the handle of the cup that you've been offered, and you hear a little voice in your head. Don't drink the tea. And it just disappears.
You okay,
Vladimir,
Vlad?
Does real quick question? Does Cliff also have a cup?
Yeah, he has like a little cup.
I slowly reach over and I grab it out of his hand and I'm just like, I'm just gonna put these right here.
Okay, I mean, you can have it. I wasn't really that thirsty anyway.
What was? What?
At this
What
point,
just-
Remy and partner, your conversation has ended.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna come back into the
We'll
room.
walk back in.
So, Cliff and Vlad, my friends, how are you two feeling about all this?
There's. Can I like tell them that I heard?
Cliff can
voice,
tell that
or-
everyone.
You also
seems
do
to be
realize
distraught
that
about
the guy
this.
who made the tea is right in front of you.
Yeah, he's sitting right there.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it to him. I'm just gonna like essentially just tell partner, just be like, I just heard a voice out of nowhere.
Excuse me?
The man in the
partner
chair
gets-
kind of perks up and turns and looks to you.
Should we do a stealth check for this?
Yeah, you guys. If you're wanting to hush it and not have him hear it, you both have to like. I'd say for just Vladimir to roll a stealth check because you're just trying to be quiet and
Can I roll one too?
damn it.
Just 'cause I'm very
you can
good at
help him.
stealth?
You can assist him and give an advantage.
I would love to do
All right, so you can roll with advantage.
19.
Yeah, 19 and 20,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah, yeah. You
I'm-
guys.
I'm-
He doesn't hear you. He doesn't hear
This
you.
bitch don't hear shit.
He's pouring currently Remy's cup of tea, and you guys are
Cliff
kind of
just
to the
meets with one
side.
of them.
This old man is digging wax out of his ears for his candles.
Yeah.
Like Shrek.
Partner,
Yeah.
I just heard like a voice. I heard something in my
Like
brain. I've
Coming
never.
from the house?
I don't know. It felt like it was in my subconscious. I've never had this happen to me before. It was so quick.
What did it say?
It told me not to drink the tea.
Partner kind of looks at the tea and inspects it, I guess. Can I
Okay.
perceive the tea?
I would say
You know that there's tea there, yes.
say knowledge nature.
Cool. Knowledge nature. I'd love to roll a knowledge nature. Right now, it's a 5.
Ooh, that's gonna be a lot short of what you need.
Wait,
It
can I
is.
roll?
Yeah, you
or-
can roll a knowledge nature as well, Vladimir, as you're looking at the
No,
tea.
no, I
Only we-
was gonna roll. Is there anything I can roll to see if there's any sort of like magic or whatever the hell else in the cup of tea?
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
Arcana.
With my
Mhm.
5, I say, it doesn't look too suspicious to me. It looks kind of tasty, actually.
I rolled a 13.
Okay, it's tea in a cup. I mean,
Wow.
besides preparing the water using magic, nothing about it's
So,
magical.
Being left out of this conversation entirely, Cliff goes to drink some of the tea. Because
Oh
he's-
no!
Remy also has tea in his hand now.
Okay,
Perfectly in character, but also perfectly unfortunate.
right. You guys.
And I imagine we don't see this because we're busy talking to each
Yeah.
other in our little fun club. that we
I
have.
wanted to ask the guy another question.
Sure. Cliff, you bring the cup to your lips and you take a small drink. It's nice. It's very earthy, but it's warming.
Aromatic.
Dirt. I love dirt.
If you don't mind my asking, which house in this village belongs to the mayor? I wish to speak with him before we journey out and look for his child.
Yes, it's the one in the center of the square. Son, he puts a hand on your shoulder. I don't think you're going to have any luck talking to anyone here.
We spoke to someone to find you. They were quite helpful.
Remy, you hear a voice in your head.
Okay.
He's trying to kill you. You feel the grip of his hand tighten on your shoulder.
Remy's gonna take a step back and
Cliff
put
goes
the
for
tea
another
on the
drink.
table and turn to Chase and Alfred, who are talking.
I don't know of any Chase or Alfred in this
There's
universe.
Partner
Is it
and
more-
Vladimir, yes. They're in the
Yeah,
corner.
those are people that are in front of you, but Chase
That
and
is-
Alfred,
yeah.
that does not sound familiar.
Please, you have to help me, Mr. Corbo. There's no one else who will.
No, I intend to. That's why I need the three of you to come with me. We should start sooner rather than later.
Yeah, let's get the. We gotta
Yeah.
get out of here so we can make.
If
we
they've
can
already
check
been
the
missing
rest
for
of the
2 days,
town.
they could be out there dying. So we don't really have much time to lose.
You know what would really help me think is some fresh air. This is a very while I understand the importance of fortitude, fortification. That's a word. I would really like to have some sunlight in my eyes.
Are we leaving?
I think so, bud. You should get up. And he kind of, I do what I
Alright.
can to yank the hulking mass of fur that
I'm
is
also going to
Cliff.
grab Cliff by the other arm and help push him towards the front.
Cliff is not even moved by this at all, but he puts the tea down and just goes with them.
Cliff, you're very warm. I should snuggle up to you more often, bud.
Right.
Oh, thank
You
you.
guys head to the door, you unlock all of his locks, and promptly leave. And as you leave, you see 3 people standing across the street who are just kind of staring still. And then the moment you guys leave, they just all disperse.
Oh, this is just like that play I saw, the Truman. What's it like?
Experience.
Fantasy? Yeah, the Truman Experience. There's no shows in
Starring
fantasy.
Jim Ferry.
It's a good puppet show.
Shut up! Shut the hell up!
Hey, Monty.
Yeah.
Remy is going to cast Prestidigitation on his armor where he was touched just to clean it off,
Okay, yeah.
just in case there was any kind of residue. Or
A little bit of a smudge, but you just kind of wipe it off.
Yeah.
Vladimir is kind of like freaking out just a little bit.
Is
'cause
there
this is
any?
his first time dealing with like this type of stuff.
Is there
and
any?
just-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead first. Go first.
I was gonna say, is there any spot where we can converse that isn't surrounded by people?
There are a
Now
lot
that
of
we're out
people
in the
here, and besides, like, maybe an alleyway, but even then people will look in. It's going to be challenging.
Although,
If I
how
get-
far are the woods? Can we see them from here?
They're a ways out of town. You can see, like, a tree line towards kind of east or west from where you are currently at this current position.
I would like to, or rather, partner would like to saddle up to Remy and say, "Hey, it's what time is it again? It's like you said 6.
Now the sun's going down, so it's about 8,
All right.
like 7, 8-ish now.
I go up to Remy and I say, hey, I don't know if it would be just like between you and me. I don't think it would be a great idea to stay in this town overnight. So maybe we should head into the woods ways just to, for safety. I don't know how trustworthy this old kook is, but all the same, this
Cliff
whole
gasps with excitement.
Are we going camping?
we might be, buddy. Just give me 1 second. We're gonna
Some
talk
heads,
about
some heads turn and look, and kind of go back to what they're doing.
Can I roll for a stealth again to whisper something to Remy and partner?
Sure, yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay.
I immediately run over, and
stealthily.
I'm just kind of like, yeah, stealthily. I'm kind of like shuddering a bit. I'm just like, guys, this has never happened to me before. There's something wrong with this town. I don't know what it is. It just feels there's some weird aura over this town. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's here, but I've seen something or felt something like this when I was living in. Quick question: it's called the Underbelly, right?
Yeah, the underbelly.
I was like, I felt something similar, not completely, but similar to this when I was in the Underbelly, and I sound crazy, but there's something wrong.
No,
We're gonna get
you're not crazy.
marshmallows and make s'mores, right?
Yes,
As you
we
guys are
but-
whispering, you hear a crashing noise next to you near some junk, and you see a little black rat just dart across. Like, it literally makes your heart jump. It's so
I
immediate and fast.
I go. I pet. Oh yeah, I forgot Luigi was here.
Yeah, you
Wow.
take real good care of him.
I sort of take a knee and I gum down and comfort Luigi, just like you would comfort a dog being scared of fireworks or something. And I'm like, it's all right, bud. It's just a rat. Vlad, I know how to smell an ambush from a mile away. This place is not a safe location. I do believe there's something wrong here. There's something to solve, but all the same, it is not a good idea for us to
I
be
can't
here.
believe I'm about to say this, but it might be safer in the woods. We should make our way there.
Good idea. I'm glad you had it. Let's go.
All right, you
He's
guys
bitter.
gather your things, begin to make your way through the town. You notice people are going inside their houses and turning on the lights. There's some people who are hanging out outside of a tavern, some dwarves who are just kind of drinking and laughing. And as you walk by, one goes, "Oi, oi, 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 look at the size of this one!" And he points to you, Cliff, and kind of shows you off to his friends.
Is he talking about me?
No, he's
That's
not.
what
Don't
I'd
worry.
be talking to! Aye, look at the size, look at the horns on them! That's some nice work right there, eh?
Cliff looks around just to find this guy.
Yeah, you look down, you see this maybe 5-foot dwarf. He's pretty tall for a dwarf. He's got a big tankard in his hand. He goes, "Oi, we should see how much he can drink, eh? Hey, you all a bunch of outsiders, eh? Come and join us for a pint for the night, eh?"
No. I kind of go up to Cliff and I sort of grab his arm and I say, Cliff, I don't think that's a good idea, buddy. We really shouldn't.
But
No,
I
I know.
love making friends, though.
I know you love making friends, but we're on the job right now, bud.
Oh, that's fair.
And I sort of pull him, and as much as
Oi,
I
oi,
can,
oi, oi, hey, come on.
hey, give me a second to talk to my friend here, bud. And I sort of I gently push the
Hey, no need to get your tail in a knot. He kind of
yeah,
throws
no,
back
no
some
need to get
mail.
your fucking beard in a knot, red hair. Shut the hell up. I'm talking.
Partner, calm down. Come
Cliff
on,
just
you
kind of
wanna
shoves
cause
the
us.
dude away with ease with his giant hand.
Yeah.
We're not here to cause a ruckus.
What's wrong, partner?
Yeah, this guy is causing the ruckus, Vlad. And I turn back to Cliff and I say, we need to be going to the forest, but I don't think it's a good idea to stick around this town too much longer.
Oh, right, we gotta go camping. Okay.
Yes,
right.
yes. We got the stuff. We're gonna roast some weenies over the fire. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Hell yeah, brother. Let's go. And I guess I direct Cliff back towards the path we were going down, and I sort of
Sorry, can't
I
drink
look-
tonight. Gotta go.
yeah.
Got business to attend to.
I look back and I with a look of contempt I sort of smirk and wave at them.
The dwarves all kind of exchange glances and, without breaking eye contact, go back up to the tavern.
That's
Roll
my-
roll an insight check.
Oh, I love that.
Oh
I love
my
rolling insight checks. That's a 7.
They're dicks. Stupid dwarves.
Fucking assholes.
All right, you guys make your way. The town itself is a bit of a bit of a maze. Eventually, you find yourself near one of the fields, kind of right at the edge of town. And you do see a guard standing there, and he kind of turns. He goes, "Hey, what are you guys doing? Where are you going?"
Remy, you want to take this one?
Yes, I'm gonna step up to the front. My name is Remus Corbeau. I'm here to investigate a couple of missing children.
Oh, what? You mean the mayor's boys?
Yes, the mayor's boys.
Yeah, they're out on a trip up in Alavast.
I'm sorry, what?
They're up on a trip in Alavast. The mayor sent them.
So they're in the city, not the woods.
I mean, you watch as he kind of goes silent for a little bit.
Can I insight, please?
Insight, yeah.
Thank you. Remy, don't play this bullshit. That's gonna be a 17 with an at 20 on the other side. So if you want to throw a little brownie points in there, it's up to you.
Alright, I'm not gonna throw any brownie points in.
Darn
He
it.
pauses just like the dock worker, like the exact same way.
Holy shit.
Am I able to
Cliff,
glean
at this
whether
point,
he's
gets
pausing out of oh shit, this guy's on me, or oh shit, I've said something I shouldn't?
Well, he rolled a 5. You get the sense that he is listening to something.
Cliff at
Oh,
this point gets the
Jesus.
idea from all of the pushing that something is up,
Mm-hmm.
and Cliff just kind of goes up to him and just kind of like gets down and just kind of looks him in the eyes really closely, just to like kind of inspect him.
Hey.
Hmm.
He kind of puts a hand on you and kind of pushes you back and addresses the rest of
He
you guys.
tries. He tries to push him back.
Okay, roll an
He
athletics
just
check.
pushes himself back.
I was gonna say that's a big dude.
Yeah, roll an athletics
Roll.
check.
Athletics. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got this, big guy. Oh no!
Oh,
on.
no.
That 21 though.
Wouldn't that be
Sorry.
like fortitude? Is there a fortitude? No.
There's
it's-
No, you're thinking of like a
Constitution.
strength
That's
save
the
would be.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he beats you with a 14. He kind of pushes you back. You kind of stumble because the ground's a bit uneven. He goes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you guys to stay here for the night. It's dangerous out there.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if he maybe heard a voice in his head like we just did?
I tried to do that.
Can I
thing
also
And
on
see if
top
something
of
weird's
the
going
box.
on here.
Can I also roll an Arcana check?
Sure. Yeah, you guys can both roll Arcana checks.
Cool, I appreciate that. You're the best. That's gonna be a soft 20.
Damn.
Nice.
24.
Damn.
Spicy.
Since you guys both had the experience of this phenomenon happening, yes, you guys are like, oh shit, I think he just experienced too. And as you guys are standing there, partner, you hear a voice creep into your mind. Maybe we should just stay for the night and go home in the morning.
What?
I shake my head a little bit and I kind of rub my eyes and I look around because I think I just like had because like I haven't eaten all day, so I'm like, is that low blood sugar? Am I okay?
You're pretty full. You ate really well.
Oh, I
But
did?
it definitely, like, you literally feel a bit of a chill go down your spine as that happens. It's almost like,
Okay.
it's like, it was definitely
Like, check
not
to see if he like recognizes this look on
Yeah.
Parker's face.
roll an,
can I-
roll
can
an
I-
insight check, yeah. And then I
Roll
would
an
say
insight.
partner roll a persuasion check.
Oh, me roll a persuasion?
You have to roll a persuasion, yeah.
That's a 23.
Okay, that's really good. So yeah, you do manage to read him, and you get the sense that his eyes, like you see it, he kind of goes into like this weird sort of trance-like state. His eyes kind of glaze over. His jaw kind of goes a little bit slack, just like the guard just did, and he kind of teeters a bit. And you notice him come back, and before you can say anything, the guard pulls out his spear that he has on his back, and he points it towards you guys. And goes, "You need to go back into town." You can see him kind of struggling a little bit.
Sir, I can assure you we're not a danger to you.
That's not the point. You're a danger to yourselves. I need you to go back into town. I'm sorry.
You heard something, didn't you?
I haven't heard. He kind of grabs his face and kind of keels over.
Oh god.
Kind of clutches his chest and begins to kind of choke.
Medicine check.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a 17.
You watch as blood begins to run down his nose. Something's happening to his brain.
Oh Jesus!
As he convulses and he falls over and kind of
Oh, that-
seizes
You don't look
inwards.
so good.
Ew.
Similar to that dead cat in the alleyway.
Oh god. Was the dead cat hearing voices? Oh no. I kind of stumble over to Vlad and I kind of grip onto his shoulder and I say, Hey, I just heard something too. I heard something.
The voice.
I heard something in my head. It told me to stay in town. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. He's kind of shaking a little bit. I will say, partner is not easily shaken. He can be like scared sometimes, but he is like his paws are, as he reaches up and to clap him on the shoulder, are like rattling. You know?
Oh, yeah.
He seems really, really uneasy.
Luigi's
hold
tail
Partner's
is
hand to
tucked
make him
down,
feel
and his
better?
Luigi's head is like tucked in, and like his claws are tucked in closely, and his tail is drooping like a scared dog. He's like, and he's like looking around. You get the sense that he is also being talked to as well.
Can Cliff use his phone a friend?
What is that?
Talk to his god.
Yeah, you know. Talk
Oh,
to
you want to
boss.
talk to the boss? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna phone a friend.
Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
I'd like to point out though. I would like
Remy's
to.
gonna be trying to resuscitate this guy until he realizes he's dead.
Yeah, roll a medicine check. Yeah, you kind of.
May I say what this reminds me of? Like in out of meta or out of the game?
Nat 20, baby, let's go!
Yeah, nice.
Mm.
This is giving me some Monsters Are Due on Maple Street vibes.
I don't know
where
what
it's
that
like-
is. So.
It's a Twilight Zone episode where a bunch of aliens trick townspeople into like fighting each other because they all suspect each other of being the aliens. So it's like
Oh.
they're-
Oh,
they-
shit.
I feel like the voice, like in the meta, we're not out of game. I feel like the voice is trying to make the townspeople go against each other, if that makes sense.
Cliff, you kind of close your eyes and concentrate as well as you can. You get very easily distracted in your thoughts. You kind of focus in on that voice of the mouthless one. Notably, I'll say because of 22, the guy's dead. Notably,
Okay.
you all realize
Oh.
that Cliff is the only one who hasn't been spoken to.
Do we all realize this consciously?
Yeah, you guys all, like, as you're standing there, realize, like, the guard was spoken to,
We've
But-
all said that we were spoken to.
except for
And
Cliff.
nobody has mentioned it to Cliff, by the way. Cliff just realized that something was going on.
I mean, to be fair, with Cliff, it's always, in one ear, goes out the other side. So it's possible that it just didn't register with him.
You
You
guys can talk to me, you know that, right?
you tap in and you kind of focus, Cliff. Yes, friend.
Hey, have you been talking to anybody else recently? Like, just out of curiosity.
I've been catching some words, but I have eaten them.
Eating them. Well, I mean, were they tasty? Were they particularly juicy? Like, were there a bunch of secrets like involved? I know you love those.
They are words that are never heard, that which I sustain my being.
All right, cool. So, anything else you can tell me about what's going on here? Like, you don't have any involvement, do you?
A great atrocity has occurred here.
Oh yeah, I see that. All right, just thought I'd check in.
Yeah,
Remember to call.
fades out.
Bye.
That's some great ASMR, Monty.
Plays the AOL logout sound.
That was more like the dial-up.
Yeah,
All right, you guys are standing at the edge of the town with a dead guard on the street.
Well, at least
First of all,
nobody can tell us that
eyes.
we can't leave anymore. So,
All
what'd you
right.
say, Remy?
Well, Remy's gonna close the guy's eyes once he realizes that he's not able
Yeah.
to be resuscitated.
Oh, how respectful.
So, quick question, DM.
Yeah.
Can I roll an arcane check to look over the town and see if there's anything like around or anything like that? Is that
You
possible?
want to vibe check the whole town.
I want to.
Put your face on his
perfect.
head.
That's
Do
good.
you have the spell detect magic?
If I write it on my sheet, I do. Does that count?
No.
Damn.
Okay.
Wait, like the spell you said?
Yeah. So let me just see here. I'm gonna look at your spells.
I do not.
No, you do
Fuck.
Shaking my freaking head, dude.
I just have a lot of. I'm sorry.
S fucking
Yeah.
H.
That would be maybe the only thing you would have, but unfortunately you don't have it. Usually, like rangers and paladins and I think clerics too. I have to double check clerics. Have a sense. They can activate a sense to determine if a certain creature is in an area. Yeah, primeval awareness is one.
Yeah, I was looking around.
Yeah.
Do I have to activate primeval awareness? Do I have to have a specific creature in mind?
You cannot find a specific creature. It will just basically go off like a little bit like a sonar radar and kind of blip 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 if it detects
So-
anything.
Can I do that and see if I find any particularly large or weird blips?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to see how.
Hell yeah.
God, it's in a mile. Like I gotta Google how much a kilometer is in a mile again.
I believe it's 0.8.
It's like 1 point. Yeah, something like that.
Or maybe, oh no, sorry, it's 1.6 kilometers per
Oh,
mile.
1 kilometer. So I
I
would
know it's
definitely.
less than
that would-
kilometers. Yeah, go for
That
it,
would
sorry.
probably hit the majority of the city, and then maybe like the edge of the forest from where you guys are.
Gangster. Let's freaking do that.
All
Then,
right.
dude.
You
Dang.
press your hands, your claws into the ground, the cobblestone ground, and you kind of close your eyes and you focus. Luigi licks your face because that's what he always does every time you do this. You focus.
It helps me center.
You detect. How many would there be actually? You detect 3 on the forest edge, and they are fey.
All right. And if that's the only like weird blips I see?
That is
Or
the
I feel?
only thing that you detect.
All right, and this is the forest we're heading towards?
Yeah.
All right, tell me about Fae. Are Fae particularly nasty creatures?
No, they tend to. Well, they're trickstery. I mean, like the Fae are like elves and
They would they make a man
fairies
keel
and-
over and bleed out of his face until he died because he didn't listen to the voices in his head?
I mean, depending on how they're feeling in the day, Fae can be like kind of be malicious at times, definitely, but they tend to be.
Sick prank, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
There's so much. Look at all that
Look on
blood he
your
had in his
face.
body.
Guys, it's 2019. It's okay to be fey.
Frank.
Finally.
Whereas like a demon or something would be like nasty and awful like from the get go. A
They're
Fae
chaotic neutral.
Fae are straight up just chaotic. Yeah, they won't like
chaotic.
run up and stab you, but they like to play with people. So that's not, I can't say whether or not because it's D&D, but they are not.
Unless-
They're not unable to perform evil. It depends on what the Fae is like and what their nature is.
Unless these are some particularly bored Fae, I'm gonna go ahead and partner is gonna go ahead and deduce that these Fae are probably not gonna be fucking with this whole entire town at once. So I'm just gonna assume that's like something to be aware of in the forest.
You do recall someone mentioning You do recall someone. I think it might have been Seth who said dryads. There are some dryads nearby, which is why they don't get their lumber from here. They get it from the north. So
I don't
Okay.
think these are Fae, guys. I think there's something much worse going on here.
Excuse me, Mr. Cliff. I haven't shared that information with you yet. You don't know there's Fae.
Whatever.
Partner says, I think there's some Fae on the edge of the forest.
I
Out
repeat
loud.
what I just said.
I like as like the color in my eyes and my mohawk is slowly kind of like turning gray. I look over at Remy and the rest of the gang and I just start asking them like, what are the voices that you heard in your head? What did they tell you?
Mine told me that it would be better to stay in town for the night and that the forest is dangerous.
And the one that was in my head said that the person we met, Seth, was trying to kill us.
The one that was in my head told me not to drink the tea.
No,
I
wait, Cliff, you drank the tea, yes?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Tasted like dirt.
And you don't feel ill or anything from it?
I don't think so.
All right, so that was at least a lie that we can confirm.
I feel like whatever is like trying to get in our minds is trying to deceive us each time. Because it told the guard, I don't even know what it said to him, but it made him want to push us back for whatever reason, to not go into town, to not go out of town, and
I
now
guess I
this
have
is
to
trying to
refer
make
to
us say
the-
in.
I guess I have to refer to the DM. Like, does Cliff feel weird or?
no, you're fine. You feel like
All right,
you're
cool.
fine. Yeah.
All right, so
I was
we
gonna say
know that-
only. Oh, go ahead.
we know that the voice is lying, and we also know that the man Seth may not be affected since he seemed to be skittish and weird anyway, but he had no side effects like that glazed over look we saw in the other two.
Counterpoint, it's possible that he is affected, but he just keeps hearing the voice, knowing that it's wrong, it's driving him crazy.
Well, does anyone else have any other information about anything
Are you
going
guys
on that
standing
they've
still
heard?
while this conversation's happening?
Yeah, we're just kind of
Yes.
meandering around.
Okay.
We're walking in a circle around the corpse of the
I was gonna say because you are kind of out in the open right now, so
Remy
gonna-
would be moving the body to any kind of grassy area to hide it.
Okay, I would say for you guys as a collective, just as you're maybe going across the field, have a roll a group stealth check. So everyone roll stealth.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Oh shit.
Because you get the
Yes.
sense that at any moment, like at this point, if you start a conversation, someone's going to come around that corner and find you guys out.
21.
it's an 8?
Okay.
Hang on. I think I have a thing where my stealth helps everybody else. No, I think that's just for traveling. Never mind.
Oh,
So we have an
wait.
18, a 9, a 21, and an 8.
Okay. As you
can- I
guys
can-
leave and turn back, you see perched on the top of one of the houses is just a row of rats, of those black rats, just staring out as you guys are running into the cornfields. And you guys continue your conversation as you guys are moving about at this
I
point.
have something I can use.
We're
for
moving
this.
towards the woods, correct?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Koo, what do you have?
I have something that might be very handy in this situation.
Let's
Okay.
hear it, bud.
I have awakened mind.
Ooh, what does that do?
I can use that to telepathically talk to you guys.
Ooh, that is good.
Oh,
Yeah.
It also fuck with
So
us.
you-
Oh, wait. Yeah?
Yeah.
So is this, can we talk through this? Can we use you as a conduit to share our messages, or would it just be like a game of telephone?
That's up to
With-
Monty, I suppose.
Okay, because
Yeah, you
If it's
can't
game
talk
with
back.
telephone-
You cannot talk back to him. He can only talk to you through the
Is,
telepathy.
is that like
really?
a dormant ability that you can use constantly, or is
Yeah,
that something
you
that
can use it
get-
constantly. I
Okay.
had a warlock of
Yeah, I have it.
similar warlock in my adventures league, and that's literally how he talked to everybody, to us, and then
Back
we
to the
spoke back
old
to him.
one, baby.
I
All right.
imagine Cliff would use that to annoy us, or not. He wouldn't try to annoy us actively, but just like, hey.
Well,
I
now that
don't-
Cliff can tell something is like going on and people are clearly trying to spy on us, he'll probably use this to
All right.
speak to people in the
So-
in the future.
So, as I was asking before, do we have any other information that anyone would like to share?
Whoa.
Cliff fucking mind speaks to Remy and tells him what the boss told him about there being something. What was the word you used? Something.
Eating words?
Something tragic or
An
something.
atrocity.
Oh, atrocity.
Atrocity. Yeah.
And he'd probably say it like that. He would probably say, something about like eating words or something.
The boss
was just-
said
I'm not
that
really
there
sure.
was a
Job's
big
done, though.
atrocity that happened here. It gives me the idea that shit's pretty fucked.
I assume partner is keeping the were rat stuff to himself.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it just hasn't. I mean, it hasn't crossed his mind to share it, I suppose. But
That's
no,
what I
you-
was trying to
made
say.
it
I was
really
like, if he
specific
wants
that
to
you
share,
have
he
to tell
could.
us things.
I was like, hey, above game, I can't tell you to tell me, but in game, I could be like, if you want to say something.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry. This is a little bit metagaming, but I'll say the row of black rats and the remembering back to the old man after we talked about
Yeah.
how
You
how
can, you
the
can role
voice is
play this
lying.
out and explain it as partner.
Yeah. So, fellas, this is. I just remembered something. Seeing these black rats up there and connecting the dots. This is the reason I'm saying this now. For no other reason, I'm saying this. But
Go
I
on,
once-
speak your truth. What did the DM tell you?
don't worry about it. I worked with this lycanthrope fella. He was a were rat, and the vibes that I was getting from Mr. Seth, it really reminded me of that skittish man. So I think that my first judgment of him may have been a little bit too hasty. I think it might be wise to head back to Seth's place rather than the woods.
Does this mean we're not going camping?
You are literally at the edge of the woods right now.
Well, we're already here, so
See, what happened was,
well, Remy, we're already here. Do you want to walk back, or do you want to hang out here for the night?
let's put it this way. Based on what we know, if he is a mythical creature or was at some point, there is the chance that he wasn't affected by the voices, much like you said you were not, Cliff, because of your friend. So if that is the
Cliff
case,
is just around, just gathering kindling for a possible campfire.
Yeah.
if that is
I
the
don't want to
case-
disappoint him.
if that is the case, then it is potentially true that the children are still missing, and thus the people in the town only didn't notice was because they were under this influence of some strange voice or whatever it is that is affecting the town. But if we are to believe Seth, I believe the best course of action is leads to investigate this forest of whatever it is.
Actually, a gathering of trees is usually called a forest. You can just call it a
Yeah.
forest.
Any objections?
Uh,
I have
Can-
such
To camping? Absolutely not.
yeah. Vlad, what were you saying, Vlad?
I don't know why. I haven't felt like this since I was in the underbelly, and I have such an awful feeling about this. But at the same time, if we don't go through with this now, if we head back into town, I don't even know what could happen.
You
I don't
said
even
there
know-
Camping's not that hard, buddy. I'll walk you through it.
And
Here-
partner, you said there were 3 creatures in the woods.
Yes, sir. About 3 Fae. I tried to direct our group a little bit away from that where they were
Okay.
on the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
But here's my only reservation about this idea. I am now worried. Say there is some major conspiracy hive mind controlling the townsfolk, and that's why everyone's acting so strange. I can't imagine it wouldn't now be going towards Seth or directing its people towards Seth. I get the feeling if we leave Seth alone in the town tonight, he won't be as safe.
Well, you did see that row of black rats upon the roof, yes?
Yes, but I also saw the entire population of a town controlled by a malevolent force that's trying to do some nasty shit to us.
That seems like a bit of conjecture.
Let's put it this way. If we are to go back to the town, and let's say you are indeed correct, and the entire town then turns on us, do you believe that us and Seth can fight off the entire town?
Well, are you willing to let a man die tonight? Is what I'm trying to say.
I am never
Is-
willing to let a man die.
His place was pretty fortified.
With my knowledge of fortifying camps, do I think he could fend off potentially a mob like a Frankenstein style pitchforks and torches mob of town?
You get the sense, yeah. I mean, he's been there the whole time since before you guys came. So,
All right. Partner mulls it over and he's kind of uncomfortable. He is, he's worried. There's no, he's probably not going to be able to sleep tonight because he's worried about this guy. But he says, all right, fine. For tonight, we'll head into the woods.
Yeah.
Has the sun set, by the way, Monty?
oh yeah, it's dark as fuck right now.
How full is the moon?
The moon is a crescent moon.
Oh,
So,
thank God. Okay, cool.
yeah.
Can I?
Waxing or waning?
Well,
Don't ask me this. Waxing, sure.
can I,
It actually depends on whether it's off of a full moon or off of a new moon.
can I was gonna say, can Vladimir use his dark vision to guide the way?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can see it's
That's-
all monotone, like all monotone color, but it's very thick. It's like a thick pine forest with lots of rolling ferns and various different other things.
Hey, I
Fallen
also have
trees.
Dark vision. Hell yeah.
Cliff
Hey,
is
nice.
sort of like using his horns as like when a guy is like walking through a jungle with a machete, just kind of like getting branches and shit out of the way.
Wait a second. Both of y'all have night vision?
Yeah, dude.
I
guess
swear to God, if Ku has some damn night vision goggles and Remy's the only blind one
don't.
again, I'm gonna throw some fucking
I don't.
shit.
I actually did
Good.
not take that.
I mean, I'm a cat and he's a tiefling who lived his life underground for a while. What
Well,
do you
but
expect?
makes
Borky
sense.
and Panic have night vision, and Greckles used to have these fucking goggles. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be the blind one because Task has dark vision too.
Hey,
That's
you
okay
know what?
though.
Remy, don't worry. I'll hold your hand.
I'll also hold your hand.
Okay.
I can't. Well,
And while we're walking through the woods, we'll swing you up and down like 1, 2, 3.
Oh, please stop. All right, we're going in the woods.
All right. You guys go into the woods. The foliage is about up to your waist. It's thick and it snags. I would say, what is the marching order? Who is in the front?
I would say Vladimir and Partner are up front. Probably
Yeah.
Partner directly up front because he's the tracker, and then Cliff and myself in the back.
That sounds good to me.
Luigi in the middle.
Correct.
Luigi's by
center.
myself.
Luigi's with Partner.
the glue
Yeah.
holding our family
Wait,
together.
wait. Are you sure I should be up there and not in the back to make sure nothing like?
No, you're in the
comes
back with
behind
Cliff.
me?
I thought Remy and partner were up front, and then Cliff and Vlad were behind.
That works.
We can
Yep.
do
We can
that.
do that.
That works too. Just to cover all areas, so we don't get surprised.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say
Cliff,
for our,
Cliff
our
holds Vlad's hand.
I was gonna say.
I'm going to say Vlad and partner roll perception checks for me.
Oh
Can do, Buckaroo.
Hey.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Let's see what I can perceive in these scary woods tonight. That's a 15.
Wow, that's
Nice!
a lot of trees here.
A 3.
Ooh, I've gone legally blind.
Hey, yo, man, it's dark.
Fuck, that's awful.
It's okay.
Cliff
You're
has, Cliff
able.
is holding Vlad's one hand, and then he has like a bundle of like kindling in his other hand.
You're trying your best, Vlad, to not trip and absolutely eat shit because this place is such a tripping hazard. Meanwhile, partner, you're looking around and you do see a humanoid figure leaning out of a tree, kind of peeking. And then
I immediately stop walking and sort of squeeze Remy hands, and I go, and as to sort of alert the group. Was that a cool sound? Did that sound cool? Did that sound like something a
it
tracker
sounded
would?
it sounded
I think
cool,
I
yeah.
heard a noise.
All right, cool.
You sound great, man. Don't be self-conscious. You're doing great.
All right, just making sure. Partner's done this. Chase is not. I sort of like I motion to Vlad, like a get down sort of motion, and I sort of crouch and pull Remy down with me, so he kind of intuits.
I am going
Okay.
to crouch with him.
I would like you
Alright.
guys to roll stealth checks.
Cliff
Again?
drops the kindling and kind of falls down.
Oh, great.
Oh my fucking god, you
Nat
got
20, baby, let's go!
Oh,
And a nat
What you
one.
know about that thug life?
All right.
Dude, oh my god.
I still got it. S-Series represent, baby.
You got it.
Remy just pulls like a giant.
As you guys
barrel
like all
over
rush
himself,
to
like-
go hide, besides Remy who stands still, you make a shitload of noise when you all drop down. And whatever
It sounded
was
like
whatever
Back! The joke is back.
whatever was leaning out of the tree like goes and then folds back into the tree.
could we hear an audible gasp?
Yeah, you hear an audible gasp.
Oh, okay. Partner intuits that as they're more surprised than we were, and they seem like they're not as. But can I roll in like an intuition? Or something,
You
or-
could tell that was a dryad. They're basically fae that live within trees. They jump from tree to tree. Sometimes
And-
they have a favorite tree that they reside in.
Would I know that are dryads? Are they safe to approach?
Roll a knowledge arcana check.
Okay. 18.
They're neutral. Generally, like, as long as you're not causing a ruckus and, like, chopping down trees, they're usually fine with you.
Alright,
They're
here's my-
curious and they're kind of, like, a little inquisitive, but they won't want to be, like, your best friend forever.
They're like about the forest, like protecting trees and shit, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna whisper to the lads. Hey, I think that's a dryad up there. And if there's anything I know about dryads, which is a little bit, it's that they're pretty neutral forces. I don't think they would be. I feel like if there was something going on this close to the forest, they would want to know about it, or at the very least be concerned about it. I think it might be wise to approach them. Would anybody like to go there with me? Anybody want to be a emissary?
I wanna go.
Cliff, you can stay here, bud.
Oh, what? That's not fair.
No, it's completely fair if you understand the context. Anybody else?
Damn.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
somebody's going to kick you in the kitty balls, and it's going to be great.
I was gonna be like, oh my god, did you have to go
Cliff
so
will
late?
remember this.
I was
Yeah,
right. So rude.
Partner's like, I only have
You
1 HP. Help me.
teammates.
You know, remember that time you told me I could go, and then you decided to make me. Yeah, I'm gonna wait here. Actually,
Actually, you know what? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna.
I know
I'm-
it's.
No. This isn't me backpedaling in the game. It's me. Well, I mean, it's me backpedaling in real life. But this saying like I want to roll back. I didn't actually say that. It's actually me saying actually.
You could just say you saw Cliff's like disappointed face.
Yeah.
there you go.
I realized in a moment of panic and stress, I was a little bit too hard on the man, and I said, actually, Cliff, you're all about nature, right? You know, you like
love
butterflies. I know you do, and dryads do too. We could actually use that. So, Cliff, first of all, I'm sorry. I snapped at you. I apologize.
I appreciate that, friend.
Thank you. All right. Second of all, I would be delighted if you were to follow me to
I would be
make contact.
delighted to follow you, as always, partner.
All right.
Gearing up.
Luigi, can Luigi see in the dark?
I don't know.
How about we just say yes, Monty, and make it cool?
I'm
still has
assuming
eyes,
so, yeah, I think they can.
Why don't we
Alright,
just do?
alright.
You're the DM. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
If not, then I trained into.
Okay.
There you go.
So I would say,
How
in the dark.
shut up. It doesn't matter. I did it though. I'm gonna say.
Are you a
I taught
see in
him
the
to do
dark?
that.
Shh. I'm gonna say, Luigi, you guys, you stay here with Vlad and Remy. All right, you make sure nothing. Yes, yeah, it's all right, buddy. And I pet his head a little bit. And I say, don't worry, buddy. I'll be right back. You just stay with them. Stay alert. All right.
He kind of does like the sentry sort of like turn of the neck as if he's scanning the tree line.
Like his spine goes rigid and he starts scanning the tree line.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, do I
Tiny
need to roll an
arm
animal
up to
handling to make sure he doesn't freak out with his master cough?
All right. I say to Remy and Vlad, I say, all right, you guys stay here, stay alert. We're gonna go make contact. All right.
If you need assistance, make some kind of noise.
I got you. And I stand up and with Cliff, and we walk over to where the gasp was and the humanoid figure was. And I
Okay.
say, excuse me, I saw you, and we're not here to cause any harm. We were wondering, have you noticed anything weird about this town recently?
You stand there for a while, and the cold wind kind of rolls through the forest, rustling the leaves. There's no reply.
Cliff, do some nature shit. Make
All right,
them
I got
trust
you.
us. All right,
I
thank
got
you.
you.
Do
Cliff
some
kind of like
nature
puts his
shit.
hand on his shoulder and just kind of like walks in front of him. Cliff is going to use Awakened Mind
Okay.
on this.
Oh, here
on
we
this,
go.
Now, with Awakened
Whatever.
Mind, do they need to know the same language as you, or no?
Nope.
It says
just-
they do not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It says it right there.
Sicko.
What do you say to this tree?
The tree? What? Am I talking to a tree?
Yeah, you're talking to the tree. The tree, the figure folded back into the tree, so they're.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Hey, friend, you wouldn't happen to know anything about like any weird stuff going on in the town, would you?
A large branch sprouts from the tree, almost twisting into a hand-like visage and points deeper into the
Partner.
woods.
Partner flinches. Just
It's okay.
you know. All right.
The tree,
Okay,
the tree is
alright.
trying to signal us to something.
All right. And
You
it's
know,
it's
but-
signaling deeper in the forest. You said.
My grandparents used to say that all trees point to stuff.
Okay. Great.
You
Oh,
watch.
you-
What about branches?
I'll use this knowledge wherever it is applicable in the future.
Where is it
and
pointing?
It is
Where's
pointing deeper into the woods, so a bit deeper west into the woods. And as you guys kind of turn and look, you hear more rustling of leaves, and you feel a bunch of leaves rush past you towards another tree, and you hear like a little giggle as it tree shifts into another tree, and that tree raises up another branch and points a specific
direction?
direction. Yeah.
At this point, I
Like
would like
for the
to.
direction, friend.
I guess I'll say out loud to the other two. How far away are they?
They're like maybe like 20 feet away from you. They're really close.
All right. So in a hushed tone that is loud enough for them to hear, I say, "All right, guys, come on. I guess we're going deeper into the woods."
Remy's gonna cock an eyebrow at the trees pointing at things and then follow along.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair.
I'm like, that's new. All right. Anyway,
Don't
let's
be that
go.
Trust it's the trees.
It's like the Wizard of Oz,
Oh,
except
yes,
for they're nice.
I will point out with
Yeah,
Vlad
follow the
doing-
brown bark road.
I was gonna say with Vlad doing like shit before, he's a little at unease, especially since everyone has been kind of
Weird.
yeah, like everybody's been kind of weird. In fact, you know what? I think I know a good way to.
Cliff is extremely comfortable with this.
Yeah.
Like the way that he lives.
I look over at I get the partner and Cliff and Remy, and I go, how do we know that we can actually trust this?
I say, well, I feel like dryads are less likely to be affected by whatever's in town. We weren't experiencing any of that weird voice head mumbledy gumbledy whatever the fuck until we got into the town. So I imagine emissaries of the forest would not be affected. I think that's a
Very
reasonable
wisely
assumption.
worded, my friend.
Thank you. I've done a lot of thinking about this. I've
What
done a lot of
exactly are they
reading.
leading us towards?
Well, I don't know. If we knew what we were going to, they wouldn't have to lead us.
I think they're trying to take us to wherever the thing that's causing the problem is.
That is also a possibility.
What exactly did you ask it?
I asked it what it knew about what was going on here in this town.
I see. So it's directing us to what it knows. All right. Then I say we
I
follow
see.
and see what is out there.
Okay.
I see we
As
follow, but
oh, sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
oh no, it's okay. I was just gonna say like, I say we follow, but we stay on our toes because last time something like this happened,
Oh.
it led to a trap.
Cliff
I
trusts
agree.
them completely because I'd like to think that this is not Cliff's first run-in with a dryad since he's.
Okay.
They're
a very
pretty
nomadic-
common in the woods here, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you
Yeah, let's
guys
keep it moving.
you guys proceed to walk, the cold night air biting at your cheeks.
Ow.
You hear a whoo, like an owl off to the side, sitting in a branch, kind of cocking its head and looking at you. Various bats flying in the dark moonlit sky.
You got any nighttime ambience for us?
I tried to find it and I can't find my ambience. I'm really sorry.
Damn, I am so unimmersed.
I'm sorry. I'm
man,
sorry.
you blew my mind, am I
All I had
right?
to look up was nighttime ambience on YouTube.
Got
Sorry.
any HD water?
I have it on the main game. I couldn't find what I use on the main game here. As you guys are following, this dryad keeps jumping from tree to tree. Sometimes they come out in their physical form, this very pretty female form with like hair made out of these long, like kind of vine-like strands of beautiful leaves. And these
Is it cool?
It's pretty cool, yeah. She's almost like dancing as if she switches from each tree to tree, and she kind of smiles and laughs as she's leading you forward the tree.
Is it
Leading up
like
forward.
the girl in Perfect Blue like dancing from rooftop to rooftop?
I don't know what
Fine.
that is, so I can't say.
That's such a like. I know exactly what you're talking about, but that's such a weird example to bring up right now.
That's what I'm imagining.
That's such
I
a horrifying
knew-
movie.
I was gonna say I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Honestly.
But when I'm thinking of like dancing across the trees, doesn't that kind of come to
Just
mind?
kind
a
of
little bit?
gliding and
Yeah,
dancing.
She's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like she's almost like figure skating from tree to tree.
Da-da-da-da-dum.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Cliff is kind of doing
yeah,
like,
I would like to ask
movements
Cliff a
like he's
question.
dancing with her while walking.
Hey, yo, Cliff.
Yeah, what's up?
Look, I was curious if you could ask our guide if they've seen any children out here within the last 2 days.
You got it.
As
Hey,
we're walking, obviously.
Hey, while we're on the way here, you haven't seen any small ones lately? Any little kids, perhaps?
Did you clear your throat in your mind?
Yeah, he did!
I love
Which is the most Cliff thing ever.
I love it. I love
I
it.
want to make sure I'm speaking clearly.
Does anybody speak Elven?
Oh, wait a second. Let me check my sheet.
I speak giant and common, so that's no.
Damn it. That's the same for me. But I can speak
Oh,
it if you want
yes,
me.
no, I speak Elven. I do.
Damn
Yeah.
it. There we go. Perfect.
Damn.
I also speak Dwarven.
How the fuck? We need you in the other game. Damn it.
Get it up.
You hear a very gentle voice, and she's in a tree now, which is leaning up and pointing, and she goes, "Yes, 2 children."
Did anybody else catch that? Anybody else speak Elven?
No.
What'd you say?
No.
She said yes. There were 2 of them.
Did she see where they went?
I say in Elven, where'd they go, ma'am? But I say it like really cool, like I know how to speak the language. Like, where did they
Southern
go?
hospitality.
Yeah, that was.
Where did
Oh.
they go?
It's hilarious because Sylvan is technically French.
Hey,
Yeah.
It is, yeah. You hear the voice go back, and it says, "They went to a land I dare not tread now.
Oh, that doesn't sound great.
This
sounds
is as
exciting.
far as I take you."
I'll just repeat that back to the guys.
What?
The branch of the tree that was pointing a direction just comes back up, and the tree remains dormant and still.
All right.
Cliff waves to it as they pass it by.
I say in Elven, thank you for your help, I suppose.
You feel another rush of wind roll by as the trees rustle in the breeze.
Does it like rub my ass or something? Is it, like,
No! That was a really nice, tranquil scene, and it was ruined.
Yeah, that what the fuck?
You just like rub my
Monty,
ass.
do you know who you invited to come play this game?
I know.
This is...
Does it feel good?
Does it feel good? Does it
Is
touch
it
me
like
a little bit?
Is it like a flirty wind?
No, it's more of like a you're welcome wind.
Jeez.
You know, it's okay to say you're welcome.
All right, gotcha.
The
And
the
then-
wind
you-
gives me a nice sporty slap on the butt.
As the wind fades out, though, you do, as the wind fades out, Remy, Vladimir, and Cliff, you do hear a sound towards the direction that was being pointed to. You hear and then like a banging metal sound.
Okay.
Clank.
What in the world?
Hand on the sword. Even though I can summon it to my hand, but still have it.
Yeah, you hear
Uh,
clank, 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 clank.
Is it directly in front of us?
It's coming from the foliage ahead of you. Yeah.
Okay.
I whip out my crossbow.
All right, let's approach carefully and kill whatever this thing is.
Wait, hold on. Can we tell what it is?
That's all you hear is just the noises.
Can I nature see if I recognize that particular
Nature see.
Sure. Yeah, you can roll a
Nature
nature
see?
roll a
You
nature
mean
check.
look?
I mean, I'm a hunter. I'm a fucking hunter, dog. I'm trying to perceive like
I'm
if
trying to
that-
recognize it.
the
Oh.
gnawing.
You better recognize.
Yeah,
You
I rolled a
better
12.
You look at the real
All
thing
right.
now.
It's.
Can Cliff do the same thing?
I'll say one check for this.
All right.
It sounds like some sort of like rodent-like creature, like a small
Yeah, that
creature.
checks out. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Yeah.
All right. I don't say anything because I don't understand how that nature or knowledge would be pertinent to the current context of the situation, and I
Can we
continue
tell what
forward.
it's like? Is it like gnawing on something?
It just sounds like crashing, like something slamming over and over again.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
As
the
you
rat
guys
man, skibidi-ba-da-ba.
Move
it's
forward.
a row of rats stepping up to a dwarf that is hammering them one by one.
Yeah, sure.
Rat that makes all the rules.
As you guys move forward through the foliage and part the leaves, this is where we're going to take a break. So you guys can go get some water, use the bathroom.
Oh man.
And I can say
All
hello to
right.
chat, which is going to be hard
Yeah,
because
can we
chat's
get chat now?
literally the opposite to me. So chat, if I sound really weird and far away, it's because you are literally opposite to my microphone.
Hi,
So-
chat.
Hi,
Hi,
chat.
Chad. How's it going? What's
Hi.
up, nerds?
You guys liking it so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we
That
doing
was
okay?
great.
Are we good?
I love the mystique of this. It's great.
I am terrified.
This,
This whole I've been so immersed with this shit. I'm just like, what ghost?
Yeah, this is dope.
Fucking, what the
Dude, this ain't-
fuck
this
is
ain't your
I
mama's
finally got to
ghost.
have a nice tranquil forest scene with Cliff. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was real. It was real nice. I
Connor
expect,
says
like,
hi, Monty.
Hi,
Hi,
Connor.
Monty.
Hi, chat. I
Connor.
see you. I see you
Hey,
all.
Connor.
I love you,
Hey,
Connor.
Connor.
Someone in
Oh
chat saying,
my
Alfred, I
God.
need your ankles for science? What
Don't
the
ask.
fuck?
Don't ask.
Oh no!
Hmm.
It's even followed me
Oh,
here.
Alf.
No. Everyone go use the bathroom. I'm gonna quickly grab a snack and I will be right back.
I'm gonna
Alright.
say, yeah, you can't tell me what you do. You're not my real mom.
Woohoo! God.
I'll be right back.
All right.
See you in a minute, chat.
Get out of here, Vlad. Go.
I don't have to use the restroom. I'm good.
Go get water. Ingest fluid.
I have water. I have
Ingest
everything.
liquid.
I am prepared.
All right,
Remy,
fine.
I'm
Fine.
ready.
Then you can stay here with me. I'm normally by myself for this. Hi, chat. Welcome to the Bosco Power Hour, where I talk to you for an hour while everybody goes and does their stuff.
Yeah.
I'm joined by my co-host, Popper Sex House. There we go, Popper Sex House.
Hello,
At
it is
Papa Sex
me,
House.
Papa Sex House.
Yeah.
So, what about sports today, huh?
Well, that local sports team definitely sportsed harder than the opposing sports team from the rival sports town. They
was-
won sports ball to sporty sport.
I just want to know, is sports team or sports team 2 gonna win the worldwide sport game? Is that what's gonna happen?
I would
Be-
say the worldwide world sports game is probably going to go to the team from Sportsville.
I think Sportsiana has it in their hands.
For sure. Real talk, for sure.
Are you guys talking about the big game?
Yeah, we're talking
Yeah,
about
we're
the
talking
big
about the
game
big
about
game.
sports.
Yeah, did you put
Oh,
money down on it?
did you see Rogerson's recent play?
Yeah, dude, he sports the hell out of that ball.
He fucking did the ball so dirty, my guy.
Dude, and then when he chucked it at the
And how he treated the ref afterwards was just
That was-
unacceptable for a
that
professional.
was disgraceful. He should be suspended.
Absolutely,
Honestly,
from the
We've
squad.
been, you know,
He
I've
should
been
not be
saying-
allowed to sports ball ever again.
I've been saying Rogerson for a long time has been the one that pops off every time when something doesn't even go his way slightly, and the coach gets on him. but it's like it radiates energy. It just goes from one person to another, and then it goes to the referee, and the referee doesn't, it didn't even deserve the shit.
I've been saying this for like years. Literally the only reason he's still on the team at all is because he makes funny social media posts. Like he's a meme. That's all he's got. They know for a fact if they removed him, it would be an outrage. It would
I'm
be
also
outrage
pretty
to
sure
the
it's because
fans.
he's dating the owner's daughter, but like they don't even talk about that aspect.
Really?
of it.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know
did
that.
you not know this? Did you not read the dirt
What?
sheets?
No,
Oh
no, no.
God, yeah.
I'm back.
Oh,
I
it was huge. Yeah, because everybody thought he was gonna get cut because he had an attitude problem, but he's dating the guy's daughter.
Are you guys
That's
talking about
fucked up.
football?
That
On my
is-
on
It's
my
fucked up.
We're talking about the sport.
No, we're talking about sports.
No, we're talking about
We're
sports ball, Monty.
football.
You wouldn't understand.
Hmm.
Uh,
Can
but-
we talk about how Archibald Gwinson swallowed a baseball as it was coming at him full speed?
That
Dude,
was such
I've never
good
seen
play,
a
dude.
sports ball player swallow a sports ball before in my
I
entire
know,
life.
it was great. And the wild part was that the ref wasn't even like, "Oh, that's illegal." They were just like, "It counts as a catch."
It does, and I've never seen a field goal scored that way before.
I'm
It
back.
was- Welcome back. We're talking about sports ball. It was kind of ridiculous.
All right, I'm
'cause
leaving.
All right.
It was kind of ridiculous that the ball was coming at full speed, and we didn't even see where it went. We didn't see where it went, and then they slowed the camera down, and Archibald swallowed
It's a Travis
the baseball.
mockery. It's a
I remember-
Travis mockery.
Yeah, I remember specifically. They didn't have literally the only reason we know what happened to the ball was because the slow mo guys just happened to be there that day, and they were able to get out their 10,000 million frame per second camera and watch as Archibald really slowly and kind of grotesquely unhinge their jaw and
Like a
open their
snake.
glottis like a pelican.
They straight up cobraed that ball.
Are we gonna? Is everyone? Did everyone use the bathroom to get water?
Yeah, we did.
All right.
Yeah, I also accidentally.
Well, I didn't use the bathroom, but I could if you really wanted me to.
No, it's your choice.
I mean, I don't have to use it, but I will go to the bathroom if that's really
I
what
used
you
the
want.
Actually, I forgot my water in the other room.
Yeah, that's not good. You should get
We'll
that.
get started here in a bit. Hey guys, I hope
okay, so let me
I hope
put
you're
this down
enjoying
real
this
quick.
the show. Thank you so much for the bits and the subs.
Yeah, I don't know why partner is so fucking flirty today.
Yeah, or feisty. Like Jesus
First
Christ.
NPC shows up. Is he hot? Okay, this is just the way
All right,
this
I
is
got
going to be.
He's on
Hey
edge.
guys, I have a job for you. Yo, fuck you, dude. Oh, all right.
I was going to
here we
be.
go.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be the flirty one. What the fuck?
Look, man, just because you a tiefling don't mean you got to flirt with everything. Let the cat go.
Excuse me. You got a fucking. You don't know me in real life.
I don't know you in real
I
life.
have needs.
I don't. What? That sounds like a you problem. dude.
God, I felt.
Hey,
I-
speaking of sports ball, you a
I
switch hitter?
I felt the fucking emotion behind the needs when you just said that.
I have needs.
You ever yearned, Monty? Have you ever yearned before?
Uh,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Have you? So there's this guy named Mr. X from
Shut
the
up.
Resident Evil series.
Shut the fuck
and-
up.
Oh
Shut
my
up.
god.
Shut up.
Not this again.
No, not this again. Are we all back?
You want to talk about
Hold on,
yearning
wait,
for something?
give me 1 second. I gotta put this away. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
And I'm gonna sip.
Nice.
I know how I can get Monty to watch my wrestling streams. I'll just put Mr. X in it.
No, takes more
And
than
she'd
that.
be like, "Oh, hello there, sweetie."
God, you're fucking
No.
absolutely.
Oh, I had a question. I had a question
Yes.
for Monty.
That's
Um,
dangerous.
Since we last were on, do the people of the main Unexpectables like crew, do they know about our existence yet? Or have
No,
we
they're under the earth right now,
I see
dealing
no
with a
reason-
lot
Okay.
of shit. So
we've yet to make an impact on the main story. Gotcha.
yeah.
Well,
Yet.
Yes.
see.
They
All
have
right.
to come back at all.
I'm excited to see like the machinations of our dark, horrible doings.
What's probably going to happen is Remy's going to tell them about you.
Oh my God.
Also, I will say, like, Luigi is the perfect replacement for Task. Like, I love the
Mitaris.
vibe.
Okay, I'm back. Also, someone clipped I have needs. God damn it.
It's good though. It was really
Hi,
good.
welcome to being internet famous. You can't say things
Flip
that they won't.
material.
All
You
right.
know what? I know this. Yes,
If
yes,
you
okay.
have to live with that, you have to live with the fact that I was mispronouncing Despacito as Dispatchio for like the entire.
Monty, those letters aren't in the word. Those are not letters that are in the word.
We're taking it away from South America. We're going to Italy, baby.
Look, I know about being a meme and all the other shit. It's fine.
Alexa,
Yeah, I
play
think Alfred knows that
Despacito.
better than any of us.
All right, you guys ready to keep playing?
You ever heard of
Absolutely.
Eggman and his
Despacito.
50 Twitter accounts?
Yeah, that's.
All
All
right.
right, tell us about this foliage, Monty.
All right.
Yeah.
As you
Bye, Chad.
bye chat.
Bye, guys.
I'm still
Bye,
with
Chad.
I'm still with you, Chad. All right. As you guys pull back the foliage, you see a raccoon
Oh,
in
kill it.
in
immediately.
a metal
Oh.
crab pot that
What?
is currently like trying to find some way to get out. It's like scratching and bashing against the side of it.
It's a
Uh,
I
what
have to
pot?
say,
Yes.
real quick, can I roll for a stealth check?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like where this is going.
I would say I swiftly and oh wait, no, actually I was gonna say I want to save it, but I don't think partner would save it. I think he would say, you know what, everybody needs to eat. If that's somebody's dinner, who's he to interject? So never
Cliff
mind.
would try to save it.
I would say like
Because Cliff is a vegan.
Vladimir would definitely try to save it because it's a fucking innocent ass animal.
Cliff is not a vegan.
It definitely
I
seems
haven't
it's not
that is not
rabid.
canon.
It definitely seems distressed though. Like it's
Yeah,
like
let me. Hold on, I'm gonna roll for. Hold on. Wait, stealth. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god!
it's not an it's I have to counter roll, so it's not an automatic fail. And this raccoon, okay, it rolled a 16. It sees you.
Gee, this
It like
raccoon is
it like
legit.
turns as he goes, like trying to growl and protect itself. It puffs all up, making it all like round and puffy.
Oh my god! I just wanted to save him.
He's
You tried to sneak up on him to say.
Just
All right, you know
fucking-
what?
I wanted to sneak up to make
Cliff is
sure
gonna
like,
use-
nobody.
How about that?
Our partner's gonna say, look, if you're gonna save the fucking thing, just kick the damn pot over, bud. Don't pussy out 2 seconds in.
There might be other. I almost broke. I went into character. That was weird.
Yeah, you were like, I'm gonna talk myself.
But, I mean,
into
partner did just talk to Vlad in character.
I was just look. I didn't want to jump in, and then there's a bunch of people. Then we get ambushed. I wanted to roll for stealth, so that way I could sneak
What?
in and just.
You wanted to roll for stealth? You wanted to do a roll? Why? What do you mean roll for stealth? I don't understand within the context of our
God.
fantasy world.
Oh, I messed up. Okay,
God,
I
I
messed
hate
up.
I'm
God.
so sorry, Monty.
I know.
Oh my god.
But
I
I'm
give
looking
up.
I'm looking at what's in the
I've never
bottom.
saved animals ever
Well,
in-
these two fucking
You're like, man, I had
gorillas
this
are
great account
arguing.
plan, but they got stuck on a
I'm
fucking
looking at the
raccoon
bottom
pot.
right corner currently. I just have a big smile on my face at the moment because you guys haven't
While
noticed
these
it.
two Galoombas are arguing, Cliff is gonna just ask the raccoon, like,
Hey, have you seen anything funny around here, pal?
What do you mean? Huh?
Anything like out of the ordinary, like not supposed to normally be there?
You got 2 acorns for brains. Look at where I am. Huh?
What do you mean?
It's a big metal mouth. I don't. And he kind of bashes against the side.
Middle mouth. I thought that was just kind of like a pot of some sort. Well, here I could get you out of there if you want some help.
Oh, really? Yeah. I appreciate it. He kind of backs up. His fur goes back.
yeah, you like, Cliff kind of extends his arm out so the raccoon can grab onto it.
It's actually like a cage.
Oh, it's a cage.
Yeah, this crab
Oh.
pot has been like as you get closer and you look at it, you realize what
Oh,
the problem
that's what it
is.
It's like a
crabbing cage.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
okay.
crabbing cage. As you get closer and you look at it, it has been altered to work on land. It appears like looking at
Now
it.
it's a raccooning cage.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just a thing. You could have just said it's a raccooning cage.
I think that's called a raccoon trap.
Yeah.
I would say for this, roll just a straight athletics check just to pull this sucker open.
All right. Bam.
Easy enough.
Hey.
You grab the top part and the bottom part, and you break it open, and the raccoon comes flying out and does like a front roll, and kind of like shakes off and goes, "Thanks, Pally. I appreciate it."
Yeah, you know anything about like what happened here?
I don't know. There was a nice piece of meat in there. I thought it was free game, but wasn't worth it in my eyes. Been a few of those popping around the place. A few of the animals been mentioning it. A coyote, a fox, a few other giant rats in the forest too, but they haven't been really showing up a whole lot.
Oh, thank you for the information. You make sure to be careful out there, okay? Be on your way, little buddy.
Later. And you watch as he waddles away. He's pretty fat. It's pretty great.
It's just like a big fat cat almost.
Yeah, just lumbering away.
Did we notice Cliff conversing with that animal?
Yeah, he was making random raccoon noises the entire time.
He was going. Okay. I was like, I say, I don't know why. I was like, what does that mean? I say, Cliff, were you just having a nice conversation with the wildlife? Did you learn anything?
I was. Someone's been setting these cages out. So there's got to be someone nearby, right?
Probably, yeah. What do you guys make of that? Remy and Vladimir, who are also in this party?
Speak your words.
Right.
mean,
Yes, of course.
I mean, that could just be any hunter trying to get food out of here, I guess, but I don't know how much it would actually have to do with what's been like happening in the town.
Well, just a hunch. I say we press on forward.
Did you say that they saw large rats?
I didn't. That's a weird thing to say. So considering I didn't say anything
It's
about that.
It's okay. He's anxious right now.
Did say something about a large rat, though, but I mean, rats could get pretty big around here. I didn't think it sounded unusual.
We gonna walk.
All right, you
So we
notice.
go and walk.
You do notice.
So
do-
we gonna walk.
You do notice with the dark vision between Partner and Vladimir. And Vladimir, you kind of catch this first. There's an X marked near on a tree next to this cage.
Stop.
You get the sense that
There's
it
a big X mark
indicates
over there.
where it's been placed. Essentially, you get the sense there's a marker just to show where the cage has been placed.
Buried treasure.
It's in the tree. Quickly.
Yes, treasure in the tree.
Trying to punch the tree like you're playing Minecraft.
You said the X was for marking the trap.
Yeah, you get the sense that's what it was for.
All right. I see no reason to stop, and I continue.
Okay, you guys continue on.
We all press forward.
You see another X on another tree.
I personally, I don't know what anybody else does, but I keep on walking because I just imagine as a ranger, it's just somebody's marking their traps, whatever.
There's some sort of warning pattern going on.
Does it look like they're
around
marking
here.
traps or that they're marking a path through the forest?
I mean, did we even check to see if there's another trap?
That's what I was gonna ask. Is there a way to?
Yeah, you said that it marked a trap. There was a trap under the X, right?
Well,
The first one, yeah,
She
yeah.
said that's what you gather and what you assumed. Yeah.
Yeah, the second
there's
one, you
a
do
second
see
one.
another X though in the woods on another tree, a different tree.
All right. I would say Partner wouldn't check. I guess he would just assume.
Remy would
Just
absolutely
goes
check
over
to
and
see if there's a
check out.
pattern.
Cliff goes and checks out of concern for the woodland creatures.
Okay. You go and you
Go
look.
for
The trap appears to have been sprung, and there is a dead. It looks like a dead opossum inside, and like
Oh,
not
man.
playing dead, but like actually is dead. You see like there's like chunks missing out of it.
Ooh, all right.
No.
Gross.
Nice.
Nasty.
Wait, so the cage is closed,
Yeah.
and
See-
and inside the thing that got trapped in there is missing chunks out of it.
Yeah, it appears to have been probably. I'm gonna say no roll necessary. Probably crows or like some sort of like carrion bird. Probably, like
They just like pecked it through the cage.
yeah,
Stuffed it up.
free
Alright.
food. So it went wild. Yeah.
Well,
It seems whoever put these cages out hasn't been here for a while. That doesn't really seem right. You'd think they'd come back and check their cages, right?
Right, but
The trees begin to thin out as you move forward, and eventually it becomes just flat earth, and you see what looks
Flat Earth.
like. Shut up. Ah.
conspiracies are right.
Man, hey, look, man, don't laugh. Flat Earthers have supporters all around the world, guys. Like, don't laugh.
Anyway, you guys enter in and you see a giant, almost like tree fort. Like it's kind of like, it almost looks like a bandit camp in a way, but it's like this big, solid, like crude, put together, like tree
Like
fort.
Kids Next Door treehouse.
It's not like that big, but like it's
Okay.
it's like it's not like
Magic Treehouse.
it's like not like for like little baby children. It's like teenagers. Like they would make this sort of hangout, and you see
Okay.
you see about 5 or 6 more of these traps just sitting in a pile, and you see a form rolled over on their side, a human body.
Question. The kinds of teenagers who would make this. Is it like the nice teenagers who would have like a bookshelf up there so they could read in
they
the
better
trees?
not be doing drugs in there.
Or like the nasty kind who like go up there to make out with Stacy and like do ecstasy.
Probably the makeout with Stacy, not so much the ecstasy, and maybe a little dash of the bookshelf.
All right, okay. So it's nasty fellows, but they can.
It's
read.
well
Gotcha.
cared
Hey,
for. You do see
If it
like
grows
you
in
do
the
see
ground,
that there's
why
like
can't we
there's like
smoke it?
you do notice there's like from a distance there's things like on the walls, but you can't really see from where you are. You can see it kind of through the glassless window of the place. But you do see it kind of curled over in on the ground in the middle. You see a fire pit that hasn't been lit. You see a humanoid body curled inwards.
Okay.
Oh, see, I knew something was wrong here.
Can I recognize what like the race of it, or is it too far
Human.
away?
It is a human.
Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no.
I've been sort of taking charge, so I'm just gonna say partner is assessing the situation.
So there's just a bunch of cages around.
Yeah, there's a bunch of odd. They look all like kind of MacGyvered together. Old lobster pots, old crab pots.
Is there any sign of like activity any other than the person?
Outside, there's some footsteps around the fire pit. Obviously, it was probably used. And you do see that there are other dead bodies as well. Not like human bodies, but dead rats.
Like carcasses.
Yeah.
Do we
Okay.
all see the human body?
You all see the human body. It stands out like a sore thumb.
Okay, Remy would like to immediately. Is it small, big? Can we tell like how large the humanoid figure is?
Adult, slightly younger adult.
Okay, I'm going to.
Wait,
Remy's
wait,
going
wait.
to-
As
What?
Remy stands up, partner grabs him and kind of yanks him back down. I say, just hang on, wait a second. We don't know if there's anybody else. And he looks around to see if it looks like this is a single person camp or if it is a multiple person camp.
Okay.
Oh, God, that
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Oh,
I
this
will
is
do that.
ominous.
That's a natural fail. Cool.
There's a lot of garbage here too. Like it's just like the Earth's obviously been stamped down. You get the
Flat
sense.
Earth, yeah, I got you.
Oh, shut up. This is not like a township. This is like a kids' hangout spot.
All right. I guess with that shitty perception check, I just say, all right, go ahead, and I let him. But I don't follow him. But I let go of Remy.
I follow.
Remy
I
is,
was
Remy
gonna
is
say
going to be
I
the
follow
sacrificial lamb to save a life, so he's going to go check on the body.
All right.
Teacher's pet.
As you
I
go
will
over.
follow-
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. We keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
You're gonna stay back, or you gonna go with Remy, or
I said I was just gonna follow Remy for backup.
okay, yeah, you
Just
follow
in case.
behind Remy. Remy, roll an
I hope stay
investigation
with
check.
partner.
I would love to do that. All right, Remy, let's go. We're on a roll. I need you to roll a little bit there. Here, investigation check. Let's go.
12.
That's fine. It's a really easy check because the body's right in front of you. As you
Wait, do I
turn,
roll investigation?
yes, you may. 14. That's good.
Sick.
That's perfectly fine. It's a very easy save. You had to beat a 7. I think you guys can handle that.
man.
You guys flip the body over, and the
Okay.
chest cavity has been torn open, and
Can we tell by
you see a bunch of
hate to see
little wounds all over the body. The face, in particular, the eyeballs are gone. The eyelids have been chewed off. Around the lips and the mouth have all just been chewed, like almost like a creature like biting lettuce, right? Like a thin piece. And the rib cavity is open, and some of the organs are spilling out, but a lot of the other organs seem to be half-eaten. It is a plethora of wounds. Like it's almost like piranhas on a body. Like this body was dunked into like a piranha infested waters and pulled out
Wait,
again.
Can I roll for do the bite marks look familiar to like the ones we saw in the cat earlier?
Roll an intelligence check.
All right,
I was just gonna ask that. Good call.
he's in intelligence.
Yeah.
You were good at those.
Roll a remember what you saw
Yeah.
last time
Okay.
check. That's a save.
The
Is that fine?
Wait,
that's
That's
a save. Yeah, you need to do just a
Ah,
straight
fuck.
intelligence
Okay,
check.
Oh, I did that last fucking session. I hate
I did too, and y'all got real
damn
mad.
it!
8.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Don't bitch and moan. The
I'm
same thing
in it.
happened to me last time. Y'all made fun of me.
I'm gonna be generous
but we
because
don't
you
like
have
you.
have Remy helping you there, and you're both analyzing the body. I was gonna give you advantage, so technically it's a 20.
Okay, there you go.
But it's fine because it's not a hard save anyway. It is identical in the pattern, but in size, this dead human body is bigger. Whatever did this was bigger. The cat in the alleyway was smaller, but it was just as voracious and as horrific.
This Oh god, I'm gonna hold up the body so that the others can see the chest cavity eaten out.
Yeah.
This is why I asked about bigger rats.
We're dealing with some sort of. It has to be some sort of like. How many do you think there are here?
If it's a
I'll
lycanthrope,
say Cliff
it's going to be
saunters
massive.
up to check it out.
You gonna go forward and check it out? Okay. Roll a perception check for me, partner, as you're moving forward.
Cliff. Oh wait,
Cliff.
me.
Oh, Cliff.
Cliff
Who's
is
Yeah,
moving forward.
partner stays put.
partner? Okay, sorry, Cliff. Sorry, my brain. Yeah.
Partner is like, I am
Oh,
not dying
shit.
in this movie.
5. Yeah, you just walk forward, you take a look at the body, and it's just as gross as I described.
Icky.
Cool, it's gross.
Can we tell if it looks like this was done with a weapon of some kind, or if it was teeth of some kind?
Roll knowledge nature, Remy.
Cool. 7.
That's fine. Yeah, it's teeth. It's very clearly not a
medicine. You
wound.
rolled medicine.
Yeah, you did medicine.
But yeah, you rolled medicine. The hell? Roll nature,
I'm,
cheater.
I'm done. Okay.
You and your
Hey,
meds.
yeah, you're
Hey,
fine.
hey.
For an 8.
There you go. Still say that. Yeah, this is
got
obviously
it.
like there's no weapon that would make these wound marks. Like they're too, like, they're not perfect. They're not a cut. They're not a bludgeoning. They're teeth.
Unless somebody came and meticulously murdered this man with a pair of tweezers.
Yeah.
It's
Which,
bite marks.
Anyway,
Are there any footprints leading away from the body?
there are no footprints leading away from the body. The ground here had so much traffic that it's just like gross dirt, like when like grass gets pounded down into like mush.
so are we right next to this like treehouse thing?
Yeah, the treehouse is currently kind of sitting up ominously above you. You do notice as you get closer to it that there are dead rats nailed with like nails, like for building houses, like nailed to the walls.
Oh God.
With nails,
All right,
you
well,
say?
I think somebody might have been unhappy about that.
Some sort
Cliff is gonna use Awakened Mind to just kind of say something to partner, and he's just gonna say,
I think we should check out inside the treehouse. Seems kind of spooky.
Hang on, real quick. Have you ever used Awakened Mind on partner before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, then partner would freak out. What the fuck? Cliff, did you say something? He would probably suspect that it's the voice again.
Yep. That's
No,
really
it's
good
just
acting.
all
Well
on
done.
edge.
It's me. No, hold on. Like Cliff makes like hand signs to like kind of wave him down.
It's me.
Oh,
it's me.
okay.
Okay.
All right, that's smart. All right, partner. I guess yeah. All right. Reluctantly, he goes and joins he joins Cliff. And is the treehouse like, is it a ladder or like staircase to get up to?
It is a rope ladder that goes up. It's pretty high. It's maybe about like 50 feet off the ground.
Oh, I'm gonna say
Well, them
Cliff
Merc
will
boys are about to
stay
get
off of
into it
that.
again, climbing up that treehouse. I tell you.
Who's going first?
Yeah, you would.
Partner is gonna go first. Could Cliff's weight or could the rope?
Yeah, I could probably.
Sustained
It's not. It's like
Okay,
it's
all
like
right.
it's like dock rope. It's not like dinky like,
Okay.
tiny
Oh,
rope.
okay.
I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay down here.
Cliff
All right,
is
yeah,
bigger than
I'll-
a ship.
I will climb up first with, might I say, feline-like grace.
All right.
In fact, you could say with feline
Cat's grace?
agility.
All right. Yeah,
Oh my
easy
God,
enough.
Shut up.
As
God, I hate you, Chase.
as you climb all the way up to the top, you are immediately struck with a really gross smell, and you see half of a dead body lying on its side inside of the treehouse. Yeah, another humanoid, younger male. His bottom torso is just gone. The spinal cord is coming out where it probably used to be, and it is like dried, and there's flies kind of flying all around.
But before I do anything, I would like to. Oh yeah, what's up?
I was gonna say, are we all like up in the?
No,
tower
they
now?
went up. We're still down checking the other body.
Oh, I was.
Cliff
just
goes
gonna-
up with him.
Oh,
I would
okay,
like
okay.
to check for traps
All right.
or anything suspicious in the room.
Roll an investigation check for me. Is anyone else gonna go up and join him in the treehouse?
Think about what your character would do.
Remy is going to stay on the lookout because now he knows that there's danger. Vlad, you're welcome to go, but Remy's going to stay down there.
Remy does not have
God,
dark vision,
my-
by the way.
well, I was gonna be like, I want to go up there and protect my friends, but I don't want to leave Remy alone because who knows what the fuck could be down here. We're dealing with some sort of I'm doing this out of character. Sorry. Keep going.
All right.
It's all good.
With your investigation, you detect no traps. There is like a bunch of stuff in here, though. There's like various different tools, kind of
Like no immediate dangers though.
No, there's no immediate dangers besides the dead body, which isn't really dangerous, just kind of
I
health
mean, I could get an
hazard.
infection.
Yeah,
It smells.
it smells real bad, but beyond that,
And what else did you say was in here?
there is a lot of other things. Like there's a lot of like scrolls. There's a lot of like tools. It's definitely a lot to look through. You might want help with that.
Cliff kind of inspects the things instead of the body.
Oh, has Cliff joined me?
Yeah, I said Cliff
Alright.
came up there.
Oh, okay.
Cliff.
I cautiously approach the body.
All right, you take a look at it. Similar wounds around the face and the eyes. The body looks like it was literally like torn in half. Which
Oh.
now that you're thinking about it, partner being up here and you look closer at it with the investigation check, I'll say it's the same thing. I mean, werewolves can like definitely rip, slash, and claw. This is not the work of a lycanthrope at all. It's just too much. It's hard to describe, but it's too much for one thing to do.
Can I say that I look over at Remy and I go, do you think we're dealing with like some sort of like were-rat or some sort of beast of the sorts? It has to be. It like, look at these tracks. Like it's in a group of something. It's a big group. We can't tell what size they are, but the gashes are so huge. It's like there's a bunch of them and there's like one big. I don't understand.
I really
I
thought you
wonder
were
if
about
we're
to
not
say-
dealing with a completely different entity. Look at the way the rats are nailed to the wall. Unless those creatures or a larger version of them came back to seek vengeance, perhaps whatever came through here killed both the rats and this person. We can't rule out that it's something completely different.
Cliff, I would like you to roll an investigation for me while you're looking around the stuff.
Done.
Well,
This place is a mess.
double one and we don't need 11.
A soft one.
Very flaccid.
And
Uh,
for those at home, Roll20 has this thing where you see two numbers. One if you have advantage, so you can pick whichever one's bigger. There is on both sides a 1 and a 1.
Yup.
yeah.
Don't matter.
Can someone please clip that though, for real?
Yeah, please.
That sequence of events was really
Done.
good.
I need you to roll in a double one.
Nice.
Still got
Gotcha,
a lot of
Chief.
stuff.
Oh my
You want me to roll a what? Check this out.
Cliff, you
It's
do
a treehouse.
you do find something interesting. These boys, that you realize that they are younger, had some alcohol, which they probably shouldn't have had.
Wait, is this the
Oh,
body?
naughty,
Are these
naughty.
adult bodies?
They're two bodies, yeah, young boys.
These are your boys?
Put it together.
You
Yeah.
said adults earlier. You said they were like
Young-
No, the
young
adults on the
adults.
ground.
Young
Oh,
adults.
yeah,
They're
no, I just
you
I
would
just
put
heard
these guys at
noise.
around maybe like 17, 18.
Oh God.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Do,
Found the
wait,
boys.
wait. Do we know if hang on? Okay, hang on. I was picturing like 7 or 8 year old like we're going off to scout camp, yay.
They were very vague. They just said the kids, the young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did we get any more information, like out of character? Did we get any more information about the specific age of the boys?
No.
No.
Okay. Would it be safe to assume that these are the boys?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck. Oh fuck. Oh golly. We're really in it now, boys.
Why would you know?
Would you like to also investigate the supplies that they have, or
I would love to. I would love to do nothing more than that.
Don't do the thing. Thank you.
17, baby.
Okay. You look through, you find tools, you find saws, you find some really like disturbing things. You find in boxes like that they have are like hammers, but they have blood at the end of them, and like rat hair.
Mm.
You find a small little like it's like a little alcohol keg that they're storing what looks like just chuck meat, like just from something, which is probably what
Does
they've been
it- are
using to
they-
bait the traps with.
Are they particular? Oh, okay. I was about to say, are they small cuts, like maybe rat sized?
And you also find a long, almost like a footlocker box, like wooden box, that is locked.
Could I maybe try to jimmy it open?
Do you have lockpicking? Do you have
I-
do you have
do
thieves'
I-
tools?
I have thieves tools. Yes, I do.
All right, yeah, you can click that and give it a try and see if you can unlock it.
Attribute.
Attribute would be dexterity.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm really good at.
Are there
18.
windows
Okay.
in this?
Hey!
All right. I'm gonna say for the sake of brevity, you take this box down with you and reconvene with your allies.
Okay. Sure.
You bring it down, you put it on the floor, and you, using what you
Howdy,
can,
partner.
you jimmy the lock and you pop it open. And inside is a very long poster-sized parchment, like skin parchment scroll.
Like it's
Ew.
oh god.
Like
okay.
skin part, like made of skin.
Yeah,
you found the
some.
Ew.
That's not unheard of.
Nasty.
That's what-
Gross.
As you unroll it, this is what you find.
Okay.
I have to edit this so you guys can see it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I would love to see the thing.
Does it smell?
Oh god.
Ew! Gross! It's the Rat King.
Oh.
He makes all the rules.
Shut up. Okay, this. Okay, hang on. I guess I'll say this in character. This looks like some sort of this thing called a Rat King, where a bunch of rats, usually dead rats, are tied up at the tail. It's a pretty gruesome sight. I don't. What do you fellas make of this? I don't like looking at this, so you look at it a little bit.
They look like they're in
Does-
distress.
Does anybody speak Abyssal?
Cliff speaks Abyssal.
Oh
yeah,
my
really?
god.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So there's two things to unpack here. The bottom corner of it says Rat King. In the bottom corner, those symbols
Hey.
that says Rat
Damn.
King.
Okay.
These other symbols that you see randomly spattered throughout say to hear. I want everybody to. I'm assuming if you relay that information to your party.
Yeah, he reads it aloud.
Okay, I want everyone to roll a religion check for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Yeah.
7.
7, 10, 15.
11.
Okay.
Come on, Remy, you're religious. Let's go.
Vladimir, you were the only one who got it.
Damn it.
And honestly, due to your background, it makes a lot of sense. Tahir is the name of the demon god of treachery.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought it was like to hear something, like you're hearing.
Tahir. It's Tehir.
Okay.
It's yeah, Tehir. Tahir.
So when Cliff says that, it just kind
Got
of
him.
clicks with Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad, you immediately pick up on it. Tahir represents obviously treachery, betrayal, fraud, and animal cruelty as well.
Bastardom, basically.
He's not a very common demonic god, but he is a really fucked up demonic
So
god.
it looks like. I was gonna say it looks like we're dealing with
Oh, I get it now.
Cliff says out loud.
Atrocious. That was a good one, boss.
What? What did you just? Atrocious what? What?
He's the treachery guy.
Okay.
This appears to be a blueprint, and the boys were keeping it.
To construct a Rat King.
Big
I
yikes.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Or summon,
Christ.
or yeah, this. Oh god, why would you do that?
Are you telling me that they've been trying to summon Tahir?
It's I don't know what kind of ritual.
What
this
about
is.
over
It certainly
there?
looks like one. This would explain the rats.
I swear, you don't understand what kind of danger we're in, Cliff.
This just reminds me of werewolf. Their wolf. Their castle.
Everywhere you are.
That's like the fucking Jahir and Jafar.
Reese Witherspoon, Reese without her spoon.
Anyway, since we're
Anyways.
facing certain doom, Monty, oh boy, you might want to.
Do we?
Uh,
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
you might want to dispose of that.
I don't know. Maybe it's worth something. Yeah, I'm fucking kidding with you. I hate touching this, and I put it back in the box haphazardly and slam it back shut.
Did you mention the
Um,
bodies above game?
Monty-
That you found the boys' bodies?
Yeah, I think partner would have mentioned there was another
Okay,
body
cool.
up top.
I really hope those aren't the Mayor's boys. Why? What? So there's. We don't know if they were actually successful in creating. Did you find any remnants of this symbol up there? Like had they started it? Did they complete it?
We found some tools, we found some books, and we found some meat. That's about all we found up there.
Okay, so maybe they didn't finish before they were killed.
One of them boys up there, I have seen lycanthropes before. Nothing that I've ever seen in my life could have caused the damage to that boy up there. He was torn asunder.
I was
It
telling
was
Vlad the
horrible.
same
The
thing, that
damage.
there might be another creature out here that we're not prepared for.
There is something that is either the embodiment of Tavir or is being possessed by it and being used. Can I like say that it's being used as a vessel, like out of character, real quick?
I'm gonna say for you right now, I want you to roll, because you're very smart, you're a wizard. I want you to roll 2 intelligence
boy.
checks for me and 1 more religion check for me to see if you can
Okay.
piece together what happened with these sequences of events. Now, everyone can help you to give you advantage as you guys
I would
sit
love
down
to do that.
and do
Yeah.
that.
We can each
Smart,
assist
he's
him on a roll.
wizard.
With all the
Alright,
evidence
so 2
provided,
intelligence?
your experience in the town, if you're able to roll, I will give you information here based off of what
Here we
happened.
go. Cool. So 3 rolls with advantage. Let's go, baby.
All right,
All right.
so 1
So 2
intelligence.
intelligence.
Yeah, 1 intelligence check to start
Okay.
with advantage.
23.
Wow,
Nice.
23.
Hey.
Okay. You start at the beginning. These 2 boys either found this or stole it, and they have it in their possession. They are bored. They're obviously hanging out here a lot and just, drinking whatever. They don't have much to do. And you realize they've been catching rats to make this thing. The rats nailed on the walls don't meet the requirement of what's needed for this.
Oh my fucking god.
Roll another intelligence check for me.
Okay.
This is spooky. This is like in Fallout New Vegas when you have
20.
to like follow the path and you have to have increasingly good like
Yeah.
rolls.
Okay. Keep going.
They succeeded.
Ooh.
But this
Oh.
thing was made to betray them because it was made by Tahir.
Because it's to here.
I got a treachery. What do you
That
think is gonna like?
treacherous bitch.
He's like, oh, you summoned me. I grant you 3 wishes of treachery.
Oh, by the way, just playing, fools.
Yeah, just by the way, fuck you, idiot. And
Lol.
It's like walking up to a tiger cage and the tiger's like, yo, let me out. I'm not gonna do anything
This
to
is
you.
the dude
You
who
open
jumped
it-
into the tiger pit at the zoo, and then everybody got upset that the tiger ate him. I'm like, what'd you expect? You called his bluff.
Exactly.
13
Okay, now what I roll?
13 based off the diagram, which is I couldn't fit 13 on there, but just use your imagination. 13 rats were brought together using this ritual or whatever, however the kids did it, you're not sure. And immediately it turned on them and fucking killed them.
Holy.
And all the rats in the woods disappeared.
Damn, fucked up if true.
Roll another religion check with advantage, and then after that, I need partner to make it an intelligence check afterwards.
Oh,
I
no.
love making those.
He's so good at them.
You said religion with advantage?
A religion with advantage, yes.
Come on, baby.
Natural
Let's
20.
go, Alfred. That's what I'm talking about.
You are sitting
God.
there pacing as it's still dark. At this point, it's maybe like 10 o'clock at night. You are pacing back and forth, thinking about these events. That Rat King is somewhere in the town and has really powerful mind-bending abilities.
And, I rolled an 11 intelligence.
Okay. And you get the sense that now it's there. It knows you've been there. And you either need to take it out or it's going to take you out.
Oh, the music just cut out. That's spooky.
Guys, we need to do something, and if we're gonna do it, we have to do it now. We have to do it quick.
What is there that we can do? Like,
We have to find the source, because if we don't, we're gonna be in a lot more trouble than what we think that we're gonna be in.
So they
This
were
is
able to
no
complete this
ordinary-
ritual.
They both died by doing this. They both died by gathering it together. We're dealing with a master of deceit. We're dealing with something that would usually be beyond our grasp, and the reasoning why they do it, I still don't know. I don't understand why they would do.
Vlad,
Guys.
yeah, what's up, Cliff?
Should we go check on the man that gave us tea?
Partner, as you're sitting here and thinking, you think about Seth actually, and you realize something. If he is or was a were-rat, was more specifically, would that prevent other rat-like influences from affecting him?
That is what I'm thinking. But here's a slightly more cynical thought. Would that make him more or less trustworthy?
Mm-hmm. Because if he's still a were-rat, like, that's that. But if he's not anymore, then that's a completely different egg basket. But if this thing gets to Alavas, think of what it could fucking do.
Vlad, this Tahir feller he's about treachery, he's about abuse, he's about all this nasty shit. In the form that it's taken, in this Rat King form, is that something we could deal with?
I don't know.
You know from your knowledge that this
wait,
wouldn't
do I
be
know?
this wouldn't be Tahir himself. Tahir's a fucking god. If Tahir was here, the world's fucked.
Dead. That's what I was asking earlier. Is it just a vessel?
These are rats taking out revenge. Like they have been betrayed. They have been forced into this horrendous fucking form. So they are out to inflict the same pain that they've experienced, is what you understand.
He's not here himself, no. But the thing that you just showed us on that flesh sheet of paper, that is what is going around. That is what we're dealing with. That is what's possessing people. This gathering of this Rat King is going around and doing all of this shit. And if we don't get rid of it, it's going to spread to the rest of Alavast, and it's going to be too late for us to do anything. We have to do something.
I intend to. This thing will not get to Alavast. On my life, I swear it.
Well, what do you? Okay, this is the half coward, half every man for himself.
No, completely
Partner
understand.
speaking.
I'm fucking.
Yeah.
I'm shaking in real life.
Yeah, no.
As we're talking, I'm fucking terrified because I know about this and dealing with this on the underbelly. Bitch, I'm not.
Partner's thinking, why? I understand, but what can we do about it? Why? Or I guess you would say, look, I know you want to be all chivalrous, knight in shining armor, all that shit. What can we do? Do we even know we can stop this thing? First of all. Second of all, how do we know that if the second we step into that town, we're not going to be killed by the possessed town folk? What can we do?
All I know is that the boss really wants him for some reason.
I know. My friend.
Yeah, friend.
His hiding place.
Hiding place?
He's saying all this out loud, by the way.
I smell a dog hovel.
Oh, could you repeat that? Sorry.
I smell a dark hovel.
Hovel?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hovel's a place.
It's like a hovel would be like a cave dug out in the ground, like a hovel, somewhere a rat would live.
So probably
Perhaps a Rat King.
So the Rat King
Isn't a hovel.
So he's probably somewhere like underground, I would assume. Maybe he just dug up a big hole and he's hiding in it.
But where? How are we gonna? Where would the hole even be?
Well, I know where we could start looking.
and he just points to town.
You watch now as Luigi's been smelling the corpses of the rats.
I look to Luigi. I say, "What is it? What is it, bud?"
Kind of sniffs the ground.
You find a trail? And I watch Luigi and see what he's doing.
He kind of begins to trot back towards where you guys came from.
Okay, I guess I kneel down, or I take a knee and I say, like, do you think you might know, like, where to start looking, bud?
Kind of nods and gives his teethy smile.
Partner is conflicted. Partner is thinking, I guess it might just be the atmosphere, but he's like super shaken. He doesn't know if this is like something of an apocalyptic scale. He doesn't know if he should actually do something.
Hey, Chase.
Listen.
Role play it. That's amazing. Role play it.
Yeah.
okay, so partner doesn't immediately say or share Luigi's tracking with the team. He stands back up and he paces back and forth a little bit, and like while you guys were talking, I guess he takes a second to really think about this and think about he thinks about how well he's been able to survive out in the wilderness and all this stuff, and he starts thinking about um I guess not to be too cheesy, but he starts thinking about the friends he's made in Alavast and how much his life has changed since he moved up from Southern Tricadia. Um, and I guess he reluctantly, absolutely reluctantly, with the hesitance of somebody who thinks that he is going to die with like 80% sureness, he says, "Hey, I think Luigi's picked something up."
What is it? Do you think is it some sort of track? Does Luigi know where it is?
I don't know, but he's a smart little guy. If he thinks he has some sort of trail, I'd say the safest bet is to follow him.
And wait, real quick, out of character, real quick, Monty, you said that I know a lot about this. Like, did I essentially just did studies about like this demon? Essentially,
you're a tiefling, so one of the mysteries that tieflings have to face is like where they're from. So it wouldn't probably be too beyond you, where you kind of did some research into the demonic and devilish gods just to see like who might I be related to.
I see that my companion is like.
Shaking.
Like I can kind of, I can see that he's
shook.
shaking.
Everybody,
I am out of my comfort zone.
everyone
I'm usually,
but Cliff seems really rattled.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I go over, trying to get myself together, and I grab partner by his shoulders, and I go, "Listen, I know that I'm a bit shaken up by this too, and the thing that we're dealing with is almost beyond our comprehension and power. But I know as a team of what we've dealt with before that we have a very big chance of dealing with this because there's going to be nobody else that's going to be able to."
Do you know that? Do you know that, Vlad? Really, in your heart, do you know that we have what it takes to fight whatever the hell this is? Because I don't know that.
Partner, from what we've dealt with before and what I know about this, God, I'm sorry, I forgot the name already. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay in character.
Tahir.
I'm like, if Tahir was actually here, I would question our chances and everything else. In fact, even thinking about it now, if I knew that we couldn't do it, then I wouldn't be saying that we should go forward. But I feel like we have a chance because I think we're the only chance that Alavast got.
Cliff casually just walks over to Luigi.
You coming, guys?
I don't see what else we would do.
Remy,
Sure.
Yes.
where are you standing with Luigi?
Oh, I was
and Cliff?
going to talk to partner real quick before we got going.
Yeah, you can
I was going to give the speech.
go ahead.
Listen, partner. I understand your reservations, and I cannot guarantee you that any of us will survive this, and admittedly, it is well beyond your pay grade, and I would not judge you if you did not follow. But that being said...
It's above all of our pay grades now.
No, not mine. This is what I signed up for.
You guys are getting paid.
Oh, dear. Look, my point is, I see the way you look at Luigi, and I understand that while you have a very rough and abrasive exterior, deep down under all that fur, there is a giant heart. And when you think about all the people in Alavast this thing could slay, I know you will find the courage to fight, regardless of the odds.
At first, I'm gonna say partner was like he wanted to hear that, but as soon as he got to the point where it's like underneath all that fur, you're good at heart. He sort of he stiffens up a bit. He gets a little bit more cold. He's like, "Look, bud, I understand what's at risk. I've just lost people before. That's all I'm saying. I'm fine. I'm not okay. Obviously, I'm not fine, but we don't have any other fucking choices. All right. So let's take what we got and see what we can do about it. All right.
All right.
Agreed.
As you guys move
On with
forward
it.
through the woods, a rush of wind, which was before leading you to this haunting and horrid place, pushes you back towards the city. You walk through the woods. You see the dryads drifting tree to tree, just watching inquisitively, not asking too much. They're definitely keeping their distance this time. You make your way to the edge of the town. I'm assuming you guys want to sneak in stealthily?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
All right.
We don't want to be loud.
Yeah, roll a stealth check. Group stealth check. I'm going to roll for
10.
Luigi as well.
God,
One.
bitch, I am
1.
ready.
Oh, no.
16.
Oh,
on, Remy.
Luigi.
3.
What did Luigi do?
Luigi got a natural 20, so that's
All right,
good.
Damn.
Boy,
Let's go help.
Nobody-
Let's go, Luigi.
So that actually
nobody knows there was a lizard in this town.
What a good dog.
it does actually balance you guys out because
You are the best
Hey.
the
boy.
16 and natural 20 will even. Yeah.
Sorry, Tarisk, you are the best boy, Luigi.
Good boy,
It
Luigi.
comes. You guys come close a few times. But the one thing that does see you are the rats in the town. But the people do not see you though.
It's safe to assume that like this town is no longer pretending. It's no longer playing coy. It's not like, oh yeah, we're just a normal town. They're like,
People are
Patrolling.
moving around and patrolling. Yes.
they're looking for us.
They are
Gotcha.
looking for you. Luigi is kind of sniffing to the ground and he points towards the tavern and specifically a back cellar door.
Okay, I follow my good friend Luigi.
All right.
Remy is also going to follow, and as we get to the door, he's going to try to go first so that nobody
All
gets
right.
themselves
There is a
killed.
padlock on the door which has it locked.
Hey, luckily for me
Hey,
and all
Lou-
of us, I've got
Partner,
thieves' tools.
All right.
partner, this is all you, baby.
I got you, Buckaroo. Let's
Go.
Dexterity,
Yippee-ki-yay,
baby.
motherfucker, let's go.
22, baby.
Oh, yeah. Easy enough. You don't even look, like you're leaning back and doing it and watching as like this dwarf is kind of like you can tell the people now are being like puppeteered. It is no longer like, oh, we're normal townspeople. It's like they're like lurching and some people are trying to resist but are just being basically like guided around like pieces on a chessboard. It's
Yeah, and
really
as I'm
fucking
picking the lock,
freaky.
As I'm picking the lock, I say, fucking amateurs. Because I'm very confident in myself.
Both of the doors swing open and kind of you guys gently drop them onto the ground. You get this smell from the basement that
Ew.
is
Oh, jeez.
it smells like a surgical chamber. Who
I
is
don't like that.
who is going first?
Remy.
Remy, I guess I would follow behind.
I'd follow behind as well.
Cliff goes in as well.
All right.
Cliff, could you close the doors behind us, bud?
Oh, you got it.
You just-
Thanks, Chief.
Oh, here we go, baby.
all right.
I am afraid. I'm scared.
You hear all of you except for Cliff. You hear a voice in your head. You've seen
Cliff is just
too
busy
much.
indoors.
You felt our pain. We just wanted to play like they did to us. And you watch as this single, large, dog-sized rat comes out of a hole in the ground. And this area is lit. There's sconces on either side. And you see as a shadow forms of 12 other rats that span across the wall. And I need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Here we go, baby. Let's go.
Holy fucking shit.
That's a 9.
15.
Ooh.
Oh, the rat
Be
music.
good.
The rat
Soft
music
20.
goes
I'll
on
take a
for-
soft
Wait,
20.
did I really get a 1?
Hell yeah, brother.
Great. Tight.
Ooh.
Soft 20,
squares.
let's go.
I like this. This is uncomplicated. This is good for me.
This is uncomplicated. It's a small room.
Oh,
It's
Alright.
a small square room. I love
You
it.
had to give me 2 seconds here to grab because this has custom stats, so I need to pull that out and like
You're
a whole
good.
bunch of
Grab all
other
these
So
stuff.
hang on a second.
Stats.
Are there 12 other rats that were fighting, or is it? just
Oh,
the one
this
that we
thing
see?
is connected. It
This
has
is the Rat King,
Oh,
baby.
yeah,
okay, got it.
it's the
Oh,
Rat
yeah.
King. It's got 13 rats attached to it. This thing is
Rat Kings are real, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Yeah.
They're terrifying. I just wanted to make sure that this is
So
just the one thing
so
that we
this
see.
creature is a bunch of rats together, or is it just one big rat with a bunch of other ones attached?
it is
to it?
it is they're all huge. They're all massive
it-
rats.
Their tails are like tangled
They
together.
swarm.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
kind of like
Like-
crawl over each other and under each other. It's like you can't really get a solid like which one is the alpha one. They
Just a
all, as a
pile of
collective,
rats.
move.
So they're like
Yeah.
straight up fucking headphones jammed into your pocket for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it
tangled up.
constantly moving as well. Like it's actually really like
Would it be
awful to
accurate to
look at.
describe it as a writhing mass?
yeah, a writhing mass would be exactly
Yes.
how I would describe
A
it.
writhing mass of rats. That's appalling. And I'm so ready for this shit.
About to kick their writhing ass.
Ooh, got him.
All right, and then oh poor Vlad.
Poor Vlad.
Yeah. Isn't it tight? I got a 1.
Tight,
This-
tight.
It's so sick, brother.
All right,
My rolls.
Remy, you are up first as you see this thing kind of knocking its head and looking towards
I
you.
hate this rat music.
Yeah.
It's a rat again. It's a rat again. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's doable. Cool. So there's a light in here. I see those. All right, cool, great, awesome. Try to stay away from this thing.
Yeah,
And
oh,
boom.
ooh, okay.
Oh my god, Remy.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Oh my
Partner-
god, he just ran in.
Partner makes the realization that he's a cat, and if rats are out for revenge, they're probably going to be going after cats.
Yep, that's the idea.
Oh,
All right, Monty. The first thing I would like to do is booming blade this thing.
Okay.
So everybody will hear Remy call out "Ferum Valencia" and swing at this thing.
Okay. Now I have to roll.
Is that like Remy's Azareth Metreon Zinthos?
I mean, in a matter of speaking, but he has a different one for every spell because I'm a
Gotcha,
nerd.
gotcha.
That's gonna be a 15 to hit.
15 to hit will miss. You go to
Ooh,
s-
jeez, Louise.
you go to swing and the entire mass just like almost like flattens, like it comes back and flattens out on the ground and swings and misses, and all the rats immediately just curl inwards. They are mangled. These rats have been like, one of them has like its brains pushing out of one side. Like
That is disgusting. All right, well, using War Magic, I would then like to use my bonus action to swing at it again.
okay.
All right.
Booming
that's gonna
blade
be
was a bonus action?
No, so I can use basically what War Magic lets me do is after I cast a cantrip, I can use a bonus action to attack a second time.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That will
Yeah.
hit. That one will hit.
Okay, cool. So it's a 22,
Okay. Roll for damage.
and that will be 6 damage.
That'll be 4 damage. It's
sorry,
counting.
4 damage. 'cause
Yeah,
not
it's-
the crit.
Yeah, so it's 4 damage to it.
That's garbage damage, but I hit the thing, so now
You
it'll
did.
hopefully focus on me.
All right. 1 second. I just gotta pull out its health real fast. I'm like opening thousands of books behind me. This is the scary thing.
One
here.
book for each rat.
Yeah, 1 book for each rat. I almost did that, but I'm like, nope.
Okay. So yeah.
I'm spooked, lads.
Me too. Like during the
Alright.
speeches we were given earlier, I was like almost in
This,
fucking
this seems
tears.
like too simple of an encounter. Which Is why
Okay.
I'm spooked.
It is now the rat's turn. The rat king's
Yep, here we
turn.
go.
So the first thing that happens is the ground begins to shake
I'm sorry, what?
violently, and cracks begin to form in the walls
Oh, that's not cool.
as rats begin to spill in from
Yo,
either side.
No,
straight
no.
up not having a good time,
No,
bro.
why? But why? But why?
They pour
check.
out of the walls.
Holy shit.
Oh no, it's rat time.
Oh, it's
Rat
there's
City,
ratigans.
Rat
There's
City,
more
bitch.
ratigans.
The boys are here.
Rats.
Boys are back.
The boys are back in town and they're here to kill us, dude.
The rat swarm barrels towards you, Cliff.
Now my blood will spill. Here it comes. Pain and more suffering.
Does a 16 hit you?
Yes.
Does? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second, just rolling.
I do want to say that as they're fucking barreling towards Cliff, he does get his hammer out.
You
Doug.
take 8 points of piercing damage as you're pulling out Doug, and these things leap up and bite at your arms, and your mind goes back to
Ew.
those 2 corpses in the forest. The second rat swarm is going to... How much movement does this have? It does have 30 feet, exactly enough. It is going to... I am using the wrong computer. It is going to charge towards you and immediately leaps into the air, all these rats, to attack you, Remy.
Ow.
That is definitely gonna miss. That's a 4. They clatter against your shield. You hear boom, 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 like this crashing noise as you brace yourself. Your talons dig into the dirt as you're actually pushed back by the sheer force of it.
Like a million hacky sacks hitting your shield.
Yep.
Like a bunch of angry beanie babies.
Yep. It is now the Rat King's turn.
Ow.
rat
The
bitch.
life of a tank.
Also, how do you use the arrows again to see where you can jump?
It's a ruler. Yeah,
It's
like
the
a
ruler with the circle on the left.
Okay.
Jump, jump,
Just do it.
jump.
Okay.
Everybody jump.
All right. How much is the code?
Holy
That
fuck.
is 25 feet.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, dear.
boy.
Yeah, I was waiting
21.
for this. Oh no.
What?
Oh
Those are
no.
what I'm good at.
Okay.
Wait. Is that
Dude.
enough?
Okay, here we go.
All right.
10.
Partner and Vlad, you are so distracted by these rats that just burst out of the wall that you can't pay attention. Remy, as you turn and you look over, you see the shadow of the Rat King and its mangled like body and how horrid this Frankenstein creature lurches and spits. It has just liquid coming out of its mouth. And you are shuddered to your very core, as well as Cliff. You see this too, and nothing that the mouthless one could prepare you for this. You guys are frightened,
Okay.
and you must take the dash action on your turn to move away on your turn, unless there's nowhere for you to move. The door is closed, which is very smart.
Okay.
So if you end your turn out of the line of sight, you may repeat your saving throw. So for now, you guys are considered frightened. You have disadvantage on attacks against the Rat King.
But we also have to dash on our next turn, correct?
You have to dash on your next turn.
Can we use the retreat action, which lets us just run away?
There's a dash action, that is it.
Can I dash towards the Rat King?
No, you actually, when you are frightened, you cannot actually move close to it.
God, I'm already so far away from him.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, that ends the Rat King's turn, but it is going to move, which will give you an attack of opportunity, Remy, with disadvantage because you are
With
frightened.
disadvantage, though. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Come on, baby. I need a good one. 9.
9.
9. Big 9.
You completely miss as the Rat King goes running off.
Versus.
That's okay. That's reasonable. You're very scared right now.
I'm shook.
All right.
I'm fucking shooketh.
I love this music. It's so spooky.
It fits because it's just this is very ratty.
To me, this music says rats, rats, rats.
Cliff, it is now your turn. For your turn, you will run behind here. You'll run all the way to the corner there.
Okay.
Monty, I like how you said we had to be terrified, and we're all terrified. It's in game.
That ends your turn. You are turning in the corner, so you're looking away in the corner at this point.
Oh man. I'm
Damn.
scared.
I feel real bad for him because he's just like he's big and he loves animals. He's scared.
Scary rat.
The swarm of rats miss you as you go running. They got an opportunity attack, but they missed. It is now Partner. It is now your turn, and Luigi is after you.
I'm scared, boys. Okay. First, by using my speed, my full speed, I can still attack on that turn, right?
Yep.
Okay, sick. I'm gonna dash over here. Are these like
So
boxes in game?
so just to clarify, taking a dash action doubles your movement speed, but you do also have that tabaxi ability that lets you run really fast for a turn too.
No, I'm good. I'm just gonna. I'm wondering, are these boxes and crates and shit? Are they in game?
Yes, they are physically within form, so you can't
All
go
right,
in
I'm
their
gonna-
spaces.
Hop up on this crate just so I have a little bit of space between me and the ground where all the rats are.
'Kay.
And I would like to use Hail of Thorns on the Rat King.
Okay. Roll to
Yeah,
hit there.
There you go.
Yeah, here we go. Oh wait, whoops.
You got to roll
Yeah,
to hit
geez.
first. So
Oh shit. What's that's gonna be?
just
what is that?
whatever your ranged weapon is, you want to use that.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be a light crossbow. That's
Oh
nat 20,
my god.
I'm gonna
I'm
say
sliding over
fucking
corners
hate
while I shoot,
rats.
while I shoot.
yeah.
You
so, yeah,
turn
say-
with your light crossbow and you aim a shot, and as rats are pouring out of the walls, this barrage of dart-like thorns spray out, and you just hear like this, all these squeaking noises as all these rats turn over, writhing, trying to yank these thorns out of their body and succumb to the body. The Rat King is bombarded. I'm gonna have to roll a dexterity saving throw though for it. That's a 10. Wow, that was a shitty roll.
We
So
got the shooters
yeah.
out here.
8 piercing damage. Now roll damage for the light crossbow as well.
Okay, that's gonna be 12 plus 2.
Oh,
Yeah, 14.
that is 18 total damage to the Rat
Holy
King.
shit.
That's
Good. Fuck him.
that's
Good
some,
damage.
That is some good fucking damage.
Thanks. I did it myself.
Aw.
All right.
All right, and partner is concerned for Luigi's health. I'm gonna go ahead and say it like that. Partner is in this moment afraid for the continued existence of his friend Luigi. And so here's a question. May I make a check for the finality of my turn?
It depends on what it is.
I would like to perceive whether or not these rats are the kind of thing that would give Luigi diseases if he were to say gobble them up.
Roll just a quick medicine check as you're thinking about this.
That's a 6.
Uh-oh.
You're not sure, but I mean, Alavas is healer, so
I don't know if that's a risk I want to take. I'm gonna being the concerned parent. I'm gonna say, Luigi, come up here, boy. And I'm gonna pat the crate next to me because I, as good of a fighter as he is, his main attack is his mouth.
To eat things.
okay.
Yeah, and I don't want him to eat nasty rats.
All right.
You know, they did the
sounds
plague.
good.
You know, the one that killed a lot of people.
That was
in
the fleas,
Europe or
not the
whatever?
rats.
Exactly.
All right, it is Luigi's turn. He is going to obey you because he is your companion. He's going to jump on top. He seems a little concerned because he looks towards the rat horde that is currently heading towards Cliff and Vladimir, but heeds your reaction and joins you up there. Speaking of which, Vladimir, it's now your turn.
Oh God. Okay. And the rat music starts again. Alright.
Rats.
So I'm gonna run over here near the wall.
Tiptoeing over the rats.
Bada boom bam. I
Just
think-
do a leap roll over the rats.
Yeah, just over the fucking rats. And
It was sick.
thank you. And for a spell, I'm gonna use Flaming Katamari on the Rat King.
Okay.
Hey.
Do you want to quickly click that spell for me?
Hold on, it's a level. I think it's a level 2. Oh yeah.
It is a level 2 spell, and you're using a spell slot. So
Yes.
let me just double check to see if there's a saving throw on this. Okay.
Also, Monty, you know what I just realized too? I forgot I have Arcane Recovery.
Yeah, you do if you take a rest. But you haven't used any spells, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
none of us have used anything.
you slam that sucker down right there. I'm gonna make a dexterity saving throw for the Rat King. What's your spell save DC? Can you just check on your spell sheet? It should say at the top, I think like the top right corner.
16. Oh wait, no, my spell save DC.
Yeah, 16 you said?
16. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, it unfortunately rolled a 24, so
God fucking.
it dodges out of the way of the fire, and now you see that some of the crates and things are starting to kind of ignite a little bit.
It did a sicker flip than you did.
Tight.
Real talk. Tight.
All right, Remy, you have to take your action to run as
Hell outta
far
here.
away as possible.
And now I'm no longer in line of sight, so I would get a wisdom save, correct?
On your next turn, yes.
Oh, is it on your next turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
So is that does a 15? I don't think is going to hit you.
It does not.
No, these rats bite at your ankles. You hear the sound of scraping metal, which only makes you feel more boom, 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 as you run off. It is now the rat's turn again.
Yeah, this rat music's starting to grow on me.
Is it?
I'm
Turn
kind
it
of
low.
like,
Can you turn it up
sort
just
of
a little bit
moving
for
my
me, Monty?
Yeah.
Turn it up.
Just a tad.
Yeah, I just want to hear
Really?
the gung gung gung
The
gung
rat
gung.
tribe.
Here, I can
drums,
do
bro.
you one better. I have a slower version of it.
All right, that works.
Slow that shit down.
This is in the final throes where the Rat King's
This-
dead body is
spooky as
clawing
hell.
towards us, trying to get its last couple swipes in.
It's like I
Alright.
thought Josh scheme was just getting. It's fucking scary.
Alright.
This shit. Oh my god. Okay.
Yo, this bumps.
I keep
Can I
trying
get
to
the
do...
fucking SoundCloud link, please?
Can I get a honey butter?
For those wondering, it is called Chase Pulse by Kevin McLeod.
That's me.
Ooh.
The rat swarm immediately goes after you, Vladimir, as you run past
Oh, you
this
nasty
sea of
bitches.
rats. That is going to be a 13 to hit you.
Wait.
Your armor class is your AC. It's in the middle of your sheet.
My armor class is my ace.
Yeah, so if you go to
Oh,
your
it's a-
sheet, it's
it's
right next to initiative.
It's a 10.
It's a 10.
Oh, you're a caster, sorry,
Welcome
buddy.
to being a wizard. They hate you, unfortunately.
How much damage?
I'm such a
I'm
useless
rolling it
tank
right
when I
now.
can't be useful.
You take
I'm
5
such a
points of
bitch.
piercing damage as the rats crawl all over you and begin to bite at your neck and your face. And you're just kind of grabbing rats and throwing them and getting rid of them.
Oh!
Ow! Oh, son of a bitch!
Like an ocean wave rolling over rocks, the other rat swarm chases after you, partner, as you jumped on top of the crates and begin to climb up, almost like an ichor crawling up the side of a surface, like an ocean wave crashing against the side and sloping
Ocean
upwards.
man. Basement full of rats.
Wow, that's another 13. Does a 13 hit you?
13 does not hit me.
All right, you managed to knock him back with the blunt end of your crossbows, like kind of swaying and knocking, and you watch as Luigi's kind of swaying his tail and swatting off some of the rats.
I'm gonna hit you with this K.
The Rat King.
I'm gonna hit you with this R, rat.
This thing is so fucking nasty.
Gung, gung, gung.
That's fucking disgusting.
Guys, I got something I can do if we can keep it still.
No, you can't. You're scared, bro.
I mean, he's still scared.
Okay.
I'm really scared, but I've got a
But-
good idea.
but
God,
say it
I'm
like
so
more scared.
scared, though.
I'm covered in rat bites.
Uh,
This is-
Gung, 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 gung,
all right.
gung.
I
I
need.
love this fucking song, dude.
I want this to. Why can't this slap Coachella?
I need partner.
Coachella, get the fuck out of here.
Partner. I need,
Man, this shit was
Partner-
bumping in Coachella, bro.
partner. I need you to roll another wisdom saving throw for me.
Can I tell you something?
Mm-hmm.
I would love nothing more than to do that for you right now.
Really?
I cannot locate the. Oh wait, no, I figured it out. Don't worry. What did you say? Wisdom?
Wisdom saving throw. Yeah.
Wisdom saving. That is gonna
19,
be
baby.
You
19.
lucky bastard.
I am unswayed by the rats. My cat
As you're-
instinct is
as you're
kicking in. And I'm like angry.
As you're you're there swatting at the rats, all the rats begin to have voices that are screaming out in agony, shrieking like the damned. They're screaming at you, asking why you're hurting it, why you're making it suffer, and you shudder, but you shake your head, you look to the corner, you see your friends who need you, and you repoint your crossbow.
I say, fuck you, I'm having a bad day too.
That-
did this to me. You made me do this.
Oh no.
the Rat King is going to move away from your Katamari because it deems it extremely dangerous. And it
Well, I mean,
runs
yeah,
over
but-
there.
Oh no, that's the wrong. No.
All right.
Oh fuck! 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 Fuck!
Fuck.
Cliff, it is now your turn. You can make your wisdom saving throw here.
Do it, Cliff. You got
God.
this.
Take it, bro.
And this is a free check. Right? Like,
You're fine.
Yeah, there you go.
You're fine. As you're standing there holding and closing your ears and hiding your face, you hear a little voice in your head go, "Don't worry, I'm with you." And you feel Doug in your hand pulse with an eldritch power.
Yeah, Doug.
You can feel Doug throbbing.
Yeah. Best sword.
You are no longer
It's a hammer.
Hammer. Words.
you are no longer frightened.
Thank God.
Run at that thing and beat the crap out of it.
Oh, I'm on it, bro. Hold on. How far can I go? Yeah, that is just far
Yeah,
enough.
those
Beat the
pillars in the
crap out of
middle are just aesthetic. You don't have to worry about
Beat
them.
the crap out of it.
I'm gonna use Thirsting Hammer, and I'm gonna run towards the.
All right.
Sorry, I mean Thirsting Hammer.
Question.
I'm gonna take a big old swing at this motherfucker.
All
Hit
right.
that bitch, Cliff! Hit him!
Ooh.
9. You swing, and as you go to swing down, all the Rat King's rats separate, and you hit something. In the center of the rat's tail is a hard object, like a crystal of some kind.
What?
Ooh, you sneaky bitch!
And you hit it in the middle, and your hammer gets bounced back. You almost lose your footing, and you swing back, and the rats kind of scream a little bit, and then recombine together.
I'm aiming for it.
All right, swing again.
I'm aiming for it. 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
Oh my god, you boy!
Get these hands, rat boy.
What do I get for that?
You just click in the chat. You just click Warhammer two-handed in the chat.
Gotcha. There you go.
11. Wow, that's really good. You slap
Smack it.
down and you hit one of the rats just point blank and just crush it. You see guts explode out of either end of it, and it's just hanging out
yummy.
by the tail, being dragged around by the rest of the Rat King.
Mm,
That ends your turn, I'm assuming.
yes.
All right, it is now partner. It is now your turn.
All right, I want to cast a spell. I would like to cast Spike Growth.
Okay, where would you like to cast it?
I guess. Let's see. I'll cast it.
No, give me 1 second just to double check something here, because I just remember something with that spell.
Sure thing.
It's the whack-a-mole game.
Okay, it is a concentration. There's one spell similar that you can't actually just drop it, so if you put it down, it affects everyone.
Is Spike Growth one of them?
No, you can drop concentration on that, so you're fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use Spike Growth.
All right, this will affect your allies as well, though.
They're big boys. They can handle it.
All right.
The only person I want to cast it directly on the Rat King, so the only person who will be affected is the tank Cliff. So I think it'll be fine.
The what?
You're the tank, aren't you? You're a big boy.
No. He's
What?
not a tank. He's not a tank. He's
Since
10
when?
AC,
You're a bull. You're a big burly bull.
He wears a
That is-
poncho.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Mancha, bro.
It's fine.
The
brother.
earth
It'll be
begins
okay.
to shoot up with these hardened earthen spikes.
But actually, they're not for
Jesus.
flavor text because partner is a cowboy. It's brambles.
Oh, okay.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Of course it is.
Well played.
It's actually specifically it's blackberry bushes.
It's just a bunch of tumbleweed.
Why do people always think casters are the tanks? Panic has the same problem.
I don't know.
Like, hey, Panic, you're the tank, right?
I just
I
assume.
mean,
No,
I use
actually,
a big
I'm not the
hammer and I'm a
tank,
big
but I
boy,
will do
but
it
I'm not
for
the
you.
tank. for
I mean,
sure.
half the time we're talking about, oh, you can't move him because he's so fucking large.
All
That doesn't mean
right.
you can take a hit well.
Yeah.
All right, fair
It's just
enough.
hard to move.
He's big, but he's a soft.
So that was your
Big,
action.
but he's got a glass jaw.
You have a bonus action, and you've casted a
Uh,
spell, so you cannot cast another spell. You can cast a cantrip, but I don't think you
guess
have them
I'll-
as a ranger, so.
How far is the Rat King from me? Let me check. That is 15 feet. I guess I'll dagger down at the rats.
Oh yeah, offhand. You can offhand strike with your dagger.
All right, it's gonna be a 10.
That's gonna miss, unfortunately.
That's all right.
Actually, hold
You
up.
know what?
Actually, hold up. You're aiming for the rat swarm, aren't you?
Yeah.
That hits.
Hey, and it does 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
Sicko mode.
Sorry. Just getting my number here.
I
Alright.
would like to say I'm stabbing in an arc.
Yeah, you're like
downwards.
die.
No. I'm stabbing in an arc like a parabola, stabbing into like the rats are like trying to climb up the box. So I'm stabbing into the box to like pin the rats to the
Yeah.
the box.
You're succeeding. You kill about 2 rats with your stabbing gestures, which is reducing the
Nice.
swarm a little bit, but it is definitely voracious and definitely out for blood.
I
Luigi.
get a little bit into a frenzy because I am a cat, so you know.
Yeah, your eyes dilate.
It'll thin.
It's like you're playing whack-a-mole on this box.
It's a whack-a-mole game.
Basically, I'm enjoying it a little too much.
All right. Luigi is going to make a intelligence check here
He's pretty smart. I
because
think.
there's one thing about the Beastmaster we're using is that it will do anything of its own power to protect you.
Okay.
So Luigi jumps off of the box and immediately charges the swarm of rats.
I'm gonna say I don't notice it because I'm so into the rat stabbing.
And he's gonna go to attack. So he's gonna do a bite attack. Succeeds,
Good.
as is Luigi tradition.
Nice.
Okay. Alright.
And
Luigi
then-
starts speaking.
I was gonna say we just started speaking.
Cry typing? What the
I don't speak lizard. I'm
Please,
gonna
I'm
be real.
so
Wait,
sorry.
I was gonna say,
just
Luigi, is
wanna
that bottom
miss the
text?
attack.
For those of you that can't see and are watching this at home and listening to it, rather, there's a bunch of weird numbers and letters that look like
Scrambled
computer
text.
speak.
It's. He
Alright.
says,
He does 10 points of damage, which doesn't seem super effective against the swarm, but he is like chomping down on some rats and kind of spitting them out and throwing them.
All right.
Probably
good.
tastes bad.
Ow. Ow.
All
You
right,
have to worry about him eating them.
Vladimir, it is now your turn.
Aw, snap.
Okay. All right.
Aw, Vlad.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. So first of all, I'm about to jump directly in front of Remy.
Okay. You're gonna
Yeah,
take. You're
question,
gonna
did we go
take.
back around the
Roll,
turn order
baby.
by any chance?
Hmm.
Did we go back around the turn
No,
order by any
Vlad,
chance?
and then the
Okay,
turn
cool.
order restarts again. So
Got
if
it.
you're running that way, you are gonna take damage from the
Yeah,
the
why are
spike
you
growth.
running to-
Wait,
Brambles.
wait. Is it too late to go back?
No, yeah, you're good. You didn't take your hand off the piece. You're fine.
Okay. Let me.
So go back to where you were.
Okay. Here's where I was. God
Thank you.
damn it! I don't
Yeah,
want
if you-
to take damage.
Although if he attacks it, can he then move out of its range if he makes an attack on it?
No.
Okay.
Couldn't you
That-
just go around the ladder?
Yeah, you can go around the ladder. The ladder's like in the middle of the room, so you
It's
can
not
actually
the
walk
wall.
If he
around.
leaves that
I
thing's sight, it
want-
gets an attack.
I want to hit the Rat King so bad, y'all.
Yeah, but you got a dude in your face who just bit you.
Yeah, I would worry about that.
Yeah, hit
Right now.
him.
Okay.
You're a
Well,
squishy mage.
All right. Let's see. It's fucking music.
Annihilate this hoe.
Bitch, I'm finna cast magic missile on these rats.
Yeah!
Oh,
Cast magic
okay.
missile in the
Goody.
darkness.
All-time
Classic.
classic. Magic
That's
missile.
that's a good one.
Magic missile on the darkness. You can't
Here
miss.
we go. Oh,
You rolled 2.
You have to hit multiple times. So you
how
have
many times?
you have darts. Let me just look. You're casting it. What level did you cast this at?
1.
Okay.
So probably 2.
So 3. So
Oh, it's 3. Okay, there you go.
so roll 3 more. So roll 2 more.
Okay, hold on.
That's 2
Wait.
plus
5.
Wow, so 7.
1 more. 3.
10.
That's 10.
Not
10
bad.
points of damage. You thrust your hand out and it hits these rats, and it is such a voracious explosion. It's very effective on them. Half the swarm dissipates and scatters back into the walls.
Like an
Is there
Uzi.
like a is there a
And-
burst of rats that are like flying into the air?
Oh yeah, it's like a full-on explosion. Instead of water, it's
Sick.
like rat bodies. And you hear the Rat King in all of your minds, except for Cliff's, go, "Cowards!"
You're literally hiding under a fucking house. You're calling us cowards?
I think it was referring to the rats, but
Oh.
Because they ran over.
yeah. All right, that was
so
your.
so the
that-
Rat King can't speak to just the rats. They have to speak to everybody.
You don't know. I mean, it is technically a rat, so you're not sure. All right, that was your action, Vladimir. What would you like to do next? You have a bonus action in your movement. Now, if you do move, you would take an attack of opportunity from these creatures. They will get a free attack on you.
God, I hate rats.
Gong, 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 gong.
I'm.
Oh,
gonna-
your bonus action, you can move your flaming spear as well.
Wait, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, your bonus action, you control your flaming
Just
spear.
hanging out.
Oh,
Flaming Katamari.
I aim it at the Rat King.
All right.
Put it
The
around those 4 squares.
And
infernal.
since wait, no, and this is perfect because even if it's around Cliff, it won't affect him because I have the
Yeah. You're.
True that.
This
I
is
would-
this is a conjuration spell though, but you can still hit the Rat King and not hit your ally. If it'll let
Yeah,
you
yeah.
click the box.
I would like to say that these blackberry bushes are moistened with morning's dew, so they will not catch fire.
They are magical. By the way, this is such a fucking nasty combo because if the Rat King stays, it takes damage from the Fire Spirit, but if it moves, it takes damage from the Spike Growth.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
brother.
great.
So it
And
has.
from
Almost like
Cliff
this is a good
whacking
party,
it.
and we know how to do team dynamics. Let's go, baby!
Yeah.
Unexpectable. Who?
All right.
Oh shit.
like they call it the needle in the bush.
So does that end your turn, Vlad?
That ends my turn.
All right,
You're not gonna
Remy.
say something like cool
Let's
anime?
be useless.
Oh, I was gonna say bang bang when I shot the gun, but the action already happened.
Right. It's a wisdom save, correct?
Yes, it is a
But I
list.
get something cool now.
All right. How does an 8 do it for you?
Let me see what happens.
Mm,
Let me double check this thing.
don't like that.
I'm over here millie rocking.
Hold
to
on.
this
It could
fucking-
look. There's still a chance. Just let me,
No.
I need this.
You are still terrified.
Cool, but I don't have to dash, and I cannot attack him, but I can attack somebody else, right? Because
While
I'm
frightened
feared,
by
I'll have
this,
disadvantage anytime
while
I attack him.
while frightened by the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away to the safest available route on each of its turns, unless there's nowhere to move. So you're gonna have to move up, I think, 2 more
Right here?
spaces. Yeah, right in
Okay.
the
Can
corner.
can I use a free one of my free actions to scream something at Remy?
Yeah, sure.
I just go Remy. I
You can't-
believe in you. You got this.
All right.
No, he doesn't.
It is
You
now.
don't got me. You don't got me.
It is now the rat's turn.
All right. Let's see what you do, you big rat bastard.
Connor, you're the only one with ideas when I'm not there. How dare you?
Wait, hold on. You said the
Art
rat's
I'm
this.
the only one with ideas.
Wait a minute, Monty. You said the
Yeah, you have the swarm. The swarm's smaller now.
Oh, god
Yeah.
damn it! I thought they all ran off.
No, they're
Oh
all.
no, he's right in your face.
no.
And then there's one by partner.
Yeah.
I was a little confused when you moved the Katamari to the king and not that swarm, but you know, I figured you had something in mind.
Because fuck the Rat King.
Right? Fuck him in general.
Fuck the monarchy.
Fuck the
Speak-
king.
Speaking of fuck the Rat King,
Are they gonna start copulating? Oh god.
Oh,
no.
dear.
God, Chase.
She said fuck the Rat King.
Why did you have to? Yeah, but you didn't have. Oh.
You put like the big fuck.
You were like, hey, this already sounds bad. Let's make it worse.
You had to make it. Are they gonna start having a big orgy in front of us and multiplying like immediately?
I'm glad I'm looking up spells and not listening to this. Okay.
This is all
Um,
in universe. We're all having this discussion.
All right. So I need Cliff. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Done, baby. Hold on.
Oh.
Ooh.
God, why?
Ooga choco.
You are like facing down this thing and you suddenly hear this voice that literally sounds like TV static and like when you know when a microphone goes into another microphone and it shrieks.
Yep.
You basically hear the voice
So
go
I experience sensory overload, is what you're trying
basically, yeah. You hear a shrieking voice go, "Stop resisting me, let me in!" And you're gonna take damage.
The
I'm
fiend.
gonna take damage.
Yeah.
It's the fiend. I knew it.
That must be horrifying because it's drowning out. It's drowning out the boss.
Yeah, it's drowning out the boss.
Good.
Uh,
Fucking lord, what we?
Cliff is
Five.
not okay with this.
I'm spooked, bro.
I was just saying, none of this is fucking okay. This is
Nobody's ever
all
been in his head before
Cliff,
besides the
wowie,
boss.
yowie, you're feared.
you
Oh,
take
no.
you take 13 points of psychic damage.
Oh!
And you get the sense that this thing could find you anywhere it wants to.
Great.
Remy, you are no longer afraid. You lose your fear.
Uh-oh, what happened?
So I'm assuming I got feared.
You shake. You are not feared. You are not afraid. But you got like the worst headache in the universe. It literally
Wait,
felt
how
like
did I lose fear?
Oh,
because
great. Chronic migraines.
it
escapism, I love
appears that the Rat King isn't as focused as keeping up its visage of terror than it is dealing with the immediate threat in front of it.
Oh, good bless. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Big
Plus,
cowboy.
It's one fucking thing.
I was like, wait, what happened? Did somebody hit it? Is it a concentration thing?
If may I build a little bit of the universe, or like take a stab at it, building the universe? Because I think the Rat King, or I guess Tahir, would be really upset that it can't get through to Cliff, and so it's like focusing all its might on it. Would that be?
It's pretty pissed, yeah.
He's like
It-
offended that I already have someone taking up space in there.
How
yeah.
dare you?
The Rat King's gonna decide whether to stay or to leave. I'm gonna roll a die, 50-50 die. It is gonna leave, so it's gonna take 2d4 per square, I believe, right?
Yes, that's true.
Wait, what about the Katamari? Is that not gonna do anything?
No, if he ends his turn in the Katamari,
Partner's gonna get him.
That's when it
Yeah.
does damage.
if he
yeah.
ends
Let me
his
look
turn
up
in,
spike growth just real quick.
yeah, I think it's 2d4 piercing. Yeah, 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet. So
Yeah.
that's 4
That's-
times 2. That's gonna be
That's gonna be a six or eight.
8d4. You have to roll 8d4
Does
for
Cliff
me.
not get a like
Alright,
a
let me do
reaction?
that.
Yeah, wouldn't Cliff also get an attack of opportunity?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, then it's not gonna do
that's
that.
that's 20, baby. 20
It's-
damage.
Yeah, it's gonna run, and Cliff, you get an attack of opportunity as well.
Come on,
Go.
Cliff.
21.
Oh, yes.
That hits for sure.
Let's
4.
go.
Let's
24
fucking
total
slap this
between
rat's
two,
ass
three
into the
hits.
next
Smack 'em.
state.
4 damage. That's gonna
He
be
gave me headache. I don't like him.
24 points of damage. Let me just calculate.
You ain't
that real
going
fast.
nowhere.
All right, it is. You smack, and you actually like pin down one of the rats, and you hear this horrid tearing noise as the tail snaps from the base.
Oh my god.
It runs away,
Acceptable.
and it is going to end its turn there. The rat swarms. The one in front of you, Vladimir, it begins to crawl more voraciously towards you. That is all. That's exactly a 10. I'm sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're very
man.
squishy. Sorry, buddy.
This ain't good, bro.
This
take-
is not good at all.
You take 9 points of piercing damage.
9. Oh.
They're getting into your mohawk and like ripping out hair, and you're grabbing them and throwing them to the ground. You can feel them in your robes crawling all on the inside.
Stop.
Stop describing it.
Oh my god.
You still have like mage armor and 5-foot steps.
It does not help. I've been dealing with roaches. It doesn't.
I'm
Good God.
people are gonna be really confused by this because I actually own 4 pet rats and I love them to death and they're very sweet.
Oh, rats
but-
are very cute,
They're
but like
very
nasty
cute.
disease
Yeah, but
rats.
these
Yeah,
ain't your normal
these are like
these ain't-
wild
these ain't
rats.
Monty's rats.
No,
These are
these are
weird
like
rats.
fucking pack rats, which I don't like them. All right, the other rat swarm is gonna keep going for you, partner, as you're stabbing at them.
Understandable. I am a cat.
That is gonna be 16 points of damage, or not 16 points, 60 points to hit you. Sorry.
If it, oh yeah, it's gonna hit me.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Barely.
Hold up. Could I use shield at all?
Wait, do you have the shield spell?
Yeah,
Yes.
you could
It's
have.
a
Yeah,
reaction.
that's a
Basically,
reaction.
you cast it and you get 5 to your AC.
Could I have used it in that moment?
You
to...
could.
Yeah,
have,
you could have, yeah.
but you did not.
Motherfucker.
But now you know. Now you know you can use
Correct.
that.
I have that spell as well. It's beautiful.
Partner,
God
you
damn
take
it.
9 points of piercing damage as the rats crawl all over you and begin to bite at your face, specifically towards your eyes. They are definitely going for the eyeballs.
He says that.
Yeah.
All right, Cliff, it is now your turn. Your ears are ringing and you're swaying back and forth, kind of dizzy, and you shake
Cliff
your
is
head.
fucking stressed, bro.
Finish this thing after you help partner.
So if I run through this area of like
You
brambles,
also-
will I
You also
will
take
take
damage,
damage?
yeah.
okay. Then what I will do, as opposed to that,
Help your buddy.
I will help my buddy. I'm gonna use Misty Step.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
use one of
Hey!
my two spell slots to
Where
use
are,
that.
where are you poofing to?
I'm poofing to hold on. I'm gonna move him right here.
Help. Cliff.
I got you, homie. I got you, homie. So after I use that, can I still attack or?
That is a bonus action, so yes, you can still attack.
Okay, cool. I can still use my
Cliff,
fucking
do me a favor and smash these rats.
my thirsting hammer and such.
Yeah.
To get the 2 attacks. All right, dope. I'm gonna just do that then. I'm gonna whack this fucking pile of rats.
All right,
14,
that hits.
7
7. Okay.
for the damage.
You swing and like a weapon strike seems to not be super effective against it, but you are smashing up some of the rats.
Yeah. Just making paste. 16.
Totally hits.
Like some rat glue.
I'm chopping broccoli. 4.
All right, you swing again. They're still keeping up the fight. They're definitely still
Solid
with it.
11 damage.
Goodness.
Yeah.
This is disgusting, but I gotta do it.
Alrighty, partner, it's now your turn.
I'm gonna say partner saw that that Cliff was swinging at something in the Rat King. How's the Rat King looking?
It is looking somewhat haggard. I mean, it already looked pretty fucking beat up when you first met it.
Is it bloodied?
It is bleeding. You do see like there is a very clear trail of blood that it is leaving behind, and you see some of the unmoving bodies like twitching as if their brains are still working, but the bodies are just gone.
Is it having a tough time moving? Like
No,
because it's, like,
not at
dragging
all.
Dead bodies?
Not
Okay.
at all.
Follow-up question. When Cliff hit the like crystal orb, whatever the fuck it was guarding with all those tails, did it look particularly effective?
Not really, no.
When I
Okay.
smacked it.
And since I have spike growth, I mean nothing's really in the spike growth except for the bastards that are still kind of trying to nip at me. I'm gonna go ahead and break my concentration to cast another Hail of Thorns.
Alrighty. You drop
Alright.
concentration. How many spell
Yep.
slots do you have remaining after Hail of Thorns?
Spell slots. Let me check that because I was not keeping track. Hail of Thorns. Let's see.
So-
Where's I? 4 total. So I've used 2,
You've
so I have
used
2
of them.
remaining.
You've used
Oh wait,
one...
no. I've used 1 Hail of Thorns and then I used 1
Yeah.
level 2. So
Yeah,
I have
so
1
you
left
have-
then.
You have 3 level 2s and 4 level 1s that you can use.
So you've
All
used a
right.
1 and a 2.
Yeah, I've used a level 1 and a level 2.
So you have 2 2s and 3 1s.
Okay, so then I'll go ahead and use Hail of Thorns on.
All right.
Or, yeah.
So you have to
on
you have
the-
to hit you have to hit first. So roll a weapon attack. So roll your ranged
Yep,
weapon
that's
attack.
21.
Yeah.
21. That will absolutely hit the Rat King.
With 7 piercing, and then Hail of Thorns for
Alright.
4 piercing. So that's 11 altogether.
It's gonna be. It is not looking super great.
fuck it.
You shoot it, and like the hail of thorns come down and like land in the eye sockets of this creature, and it screams out in agony. And it curls up. It's still fine. It's still live. It's still kicking, but it looks really fucking pissed off.
Again, for flavor text, I just love flavor text.
It did unfortunately pass the saving throw for the 4 piercing. So it only takes 2 damage, but hey, it's still,
All right. Can I choose what the hail, like the thorns are? The hail
Yeah.
of thorns? It's going to be caltrops, like bandit caltrops.
Okay, yeah, totally. They are magical in nature, so they disappear when they hit the ground, but
Sure.
yeah, they're definitely quite nasty and get the job done. Luigi is going to keep going towards this. He's wanting to protect you. You get the sense that his protection is priority number 1 here. That's a natural 1 from... Actually, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled for him manually, and he got a natural
That can't
one.
be right. You gotta
No.
roll that shit.
Yeah, your dice supposed to be weighted or
Where
something.
we roll that shit right
Our
now.
Luigi.
All
It's
right.
like right now.
Please, please.
Here, I'll re-roll it the way I've been rolling it, because I technically don't roll him in on the character, the thing. Yeah, okay.
That's more in character.
That's
more in character.
Damn.
Okay, that works.
God damn it.
The boy is
There
back.
he goes, talking in wingdings again.
He won't stop speaking gibberish.
Oh, W.D. Gaster from Undertale? He's here.
Oh man.
Oh my god, he does 9 points of damage to the Rat King, or to the
Oh
Swarm.
man.
That's 4.
What
so.
you know about that Luigi life?
All right. Vladimir, it's now your turn. Cliff has come up to your side and has been just bashing at the rats. He's kind of like grabbing them from like that are in your hair, kind of curling around your corns and just tossing them.
Ah, God.
Cliff
I'm
is
so
all
mad 'cause
instinct
also,
right
so
now. He's
not
not
only
even
did
thinking about this
I was
shit.
gonna say, not only did I forget about Shield, I forgot about Hellish Rebuke. Shake my fucking head.
Oh, yeah.
Sing
That's
my
all right. It's
fucking
been a
age.
while.
Alright, so I'm really, really, really sick of this bitch.
Can Cliff say something real quick
Sure, yeah.
to like everybody?
Yeah.
Guys, seriously, if we can like keep it in one spot, I got a fancy trick up my sleeve. I never used it before. I don't know exactly how it's gonna work, but he's not gonna like it.
Okay.
I trust
All right,
you,
good
but
to
I'm
know.
also very
We'll
afraid right
remember
now.
that. Alright, so first of all, Vlad's gonna make a move.
The boss told me only to use it in emergency situation. Think
I
this
mean-
fits.
You ever heard the phrase herding cats? These are rats. That's like one step above in difficulty, but I will keep that in mind.
So, Vlad's gonna run to this side real quick
Okay.
while Cliff is smashing the rats.
The rats will get an attack of opportunity on you as you leave their combat space.
Son of a bitch.
That's fine. I have a shield. Cliff, just trust me, please.
They rolled a
You got it?
6, so you're fine. Cliff is
Ooh,
enough
there
of
you
the
go.
distraction where they don't even, like, they nip at you,
Oh.
but you break away and you run over.
Try it again, bitch.
So, this is definitely inspired by Remy, of course, but Vladimir's hair like slowly turns like blue, and he just aims his hands like a palm, like this is a palm shape, like towards the Rat King. He just goes, "Ayoki-G," and they just ice storm.
Oh, shit.
That's
shit.
right. Use them spell component. Yeah, I'm so proud of my boy growing up casting spells and shit. Oh,
Also, yes, it's a One Piece reference. Please don't blast me.
sorry. Wait, you watch One Pie?
Yeah,
Dude,
That's it for one.
sweet.
I'm slowly catching up.
I love One
It
Pie.
is a
It's delicious.
40-foot high cylinder.
Damn.
Stop minimizing it. I need to read it real fast.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 20-foot radius, centered on a point within range for each creature in the cylinder must make a dexterity saving throw. Jesus.
So is this gonna freeze
All
him
right.
in place?
Can you
They're
click,
gonna chill. They're gonna chill out, is what they.
can
gonna
you
do.
click that spell for me in your
Okay.
thing here?
Click the spell.
Let it breathe. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, so that's gonna be a
wow.
dexterity saving throw, which is pretty good at dexterity. That is going to be a 14, which your DC is 16, so it fails.
Yeah, let's go.
And takes
Nice.
19 points of damage of both bludgeoning and cold damage as these ice shards begin to like form on the ceiling of this pretty deep cellar and bombards the shit out of this Rat King.
Hell yeah.
19
Chilly.
points.
Ooh, there's a breeze in here. Ooh, it's nippy in here.
As
Jack Frost, is that you?
as the mist cools, you see. Let me just double check here, make sure this is not concentration. It is not. All right. As it like the mist lifts off, you see that there's like maybe 3 rats left that are moving, kind of like twitching and like convulsing, and they're bulging too, as if there's like a lot of stuff occupying their bodies.
And puss.
As the rest are all kind of dead. It is still moving, albeit a lot slower.
Gross.
Yeah. All
Got it.
right.
Doesn't the ice storm have like a?
The area is difficult terrain. Yeah.
Yeah. So should that be like marked down as it's?
I'm about to mark it. Yes.
Because that shit's like how much the range is like
Was
300
that-
feet, right?
Was that an evocation spell? Can you just double check that and just see? You drop down the menu.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Hold up.
Is it an evocation spell? Because if
Actually,
that's the case,
What spell was it?
It
It's
does,
evocation, yes. I just looked it up.
Okay.
It doesn't matter
Okay.
because it's not within a threat range, so you're fine.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you're good.
I was
Yeah.
going to say if it's an evocation spell, could I have used scope spells?
Yes, you could have. Yeah.
Make it look like a penis.
Oh!
Son of a bitch.
is it really too late? God damn it. Okay. Fuck, I always forget to this.
I don't think it really matters that much at this point. It's okay.
No.
That's the life of a mage. It's after every
There's
single
so
round,
much
you're like,
shit you
"Oh,
can
fuck,
do,
I
yeah."
forgot.
All
could've
right.
I mean,
this.
it could have been 20 damage instead of 19, but well.
I wouldn't stress about it.
All right. Does that end your turn, Vlad?
Yes.
All right, Remy. It is now your turn. You are no longer feared.
Finally. All right, I'm going to dash this thing and go here.
Okay, that is difficult terrain.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Spurs.
So
I wouldn't stay there.
30 feet,
I was gonna say, be careful.
I kind of had a plan.
15, 10. You just barely make it there.
Cool. And when I'm here, I'm going to action surge to kick this thing in its face.
All right, go right ahead.
All right.
He's
so
fucking
I'm going to
pissed.
do my booming blade combo, so I'm going to start
Alright.
with the first hit.
Roll to hit.
All right, that's going to be a 9.
Miss
Bro, this
completely. You
angry.
swing and this thing actually lunges towards you. The corpse slaps you in the
fuck.
face. You kind of wipe off the blood and the ichor and you swing again.
I'm going to hit him again. 15.
15 misses as well. You just barely graze the side of this thing. Your sword clattering against the hard stone in the center of these tails.
And that's my turn.
All right.
Uh-oh.
It is now the Rat King's turn.
Oh boy.
All right. It's gonna pull out its best spell now that it's kind of in a corner.
Let me ask a question. God damn it. Let me ask. Doesn't like their roll have to go against the ice storms? Like,
Yeah,
Like,
he rolled a dexterity save and he failed because he didn't beat that number. So if he rolled and he got a 20, he would have only taken like I don't know if it's half damage, but he failed, so he took all of the damage.
okay. Good God.
What does it want to do, actually? Hold on.
Sick of these
Ooh.
rats.
I know what it wants to do.
Rats. Rats.
I really wish Remy was standing right there.
Yes. And it is. Yeah, it's on its deathbed, so it's going to be a deathbed one. All right, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you.
19.
19.
Fuck it up.
Woo! Finally.
As the shadows crawl against the wall, you hear the Rat King whisper in your mind, I bestow upon you a curse so dire, so evil, that you and it seizes up as if it couldn't finish its incantation as you kind of resist it with your willpower. You've seen things scarier than this fucking thing, and you're not gonna deal with this shit.
I'm not gonna deal with your
Can I respond to it out loud?
Yeah, you can.
Out of my head, fiend! It is time for you to face your fear!
That ends its turn. Cliff, it is now your turn.
Oh boy, now I can't do the thing I was gonna do.
Oh.
I can't do it at the risk of Remy.
Do
Is
it.
it gonna kill
He's,
me? Then
he's
it's not gonna kill me,
tanky.
do it.
He's tanky. Go for it.
Go do it.
You
If
know what?
Remy's there
I'm
to
gonna
hold
do
me,
it.
then hold me in place.
I
Remy, hold me
really,
in place.
really want to do it, so I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
Cliff is gonna hit the oh shit button that his boss told him to never use unless it was an emergency.
Oh, it's gonna hurt, but I'm. Oh, it's gonna be worth it.
Hunger of the mouthless one.
Okay. You watch as the corner of this cellar turns into a pitch black tentacle hell. You see these pale flesh white tentacles writhe up from the ground. And the air becomes cold. You hear hushed whispers of various different secrets lulled over an ancient, long-forgotten tongue. Remy, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, and I need to make a dexterity saving throw for the rat.
He's here.
All right, that's gonna be a 15.
Oh! The Rat King failed by 1. It got a 14.
Yes, I passed. Let's go.
Hey!
I told you I'm taking
Hell yeah.
You watch as the Rat King tries to squirm out, and these large tentacles grab each and every single body and stretch each body out. You guys all see that center point, like they're all being pulled out, like a limb, each rat grabbed, and they're all squirming and wriggling as the mouthless one takes each rat and just pulls and pulls and pulls until you hear this horrendous gut-wrenching noise as each rat is ripped from the center orb in the middle, until a tentacle comes out and grabs the orb and rips the last rat, the biggest rat, and throws it to the ground dead. Remy, you're being held by 5 tentacles as this is happening, and you're gently tossed out of the range of this, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
The rats all fall to the ground, and the orb tick, 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 rolls towards you. Combat has ended.
Are the other rats dispersing?
Yeah, the other rats immediately, like, they all stop and kind of look at each other and kind of shake their heads, confused, and immediately,
They've returned to rat brain mode.
yeah,
So beautiful, I could cry.
they all run into the walls, like, they're like, and they get all scared and they run away.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
It worked. It really worked.
Yeah, you
Monty,
did
where's-
so
where's
good,
the-
Cliff.
You
That
did
was
it, Cliff.
horrifying, though.
Cliff, what in the fresh hell?
I felt like it was an emergency, so it seemed warranted.
Was that your boss?
Yeah, that was him.
Remind me never to make him upset.
Ever.
I bet the benefits are great.
The insurance is real.
Remy is gonna
Tentacle
go look at that
benefits.
orb that apparently was dropped.
Yeah. It is a red crystalline orb with a swirl in the center of it that seems to be constantly spinning.
Can
This-
I knowledge
That was-
arcana this
That
thing?
was in the blueprint,
Knowledge,
baby.
that's knowledge religion.
Religion? Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a
tiny
17.
shitty
Okay.
rat inside.
This is a conduit of Tahir.
Okay.
It's a marble.
Yeah, it's about the size of a grapefruit.
Okay.
Does it look as tasty as a grapefruit?
No, it does not. It's covered in fucking gross rat dander and hair and
Yeah.
blood. It's really
Nice.
nasty.
All right.
This to you screams Edward. Like he would probably be able
Yeah,
to get a
that's-
look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Also, probably worth a lot of money, which is another good thing. Because
Does Cliff get any sensations from boss or Doug?
you get the
about
sense
this?
that the mouthless one is pleased.
Cool.
And also, might I say, as you're inspecting this, and when you realize it's worth a lot of money, you hear in your voice, partner's voice, saying, "This is a bit above our pay grade." Pay grade.
As you guys are standing in the cellar, it has caught fire because of the giant fucking Katamari ball of death.
I'm gonna.
Reasonable.
Do I know if this orb is with that religion roll, Monty? Do I know if this is safe to handle?
You're holding it now.
Okay, cool. Then I'm
so-
gonna grab it and we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you
Not
guys.
dying yet.
You guys run out, go up the ladder as the place catches fire. As you guys exit, everyone has literally like vacated the tavern above and are watching from the street as it's aflame. And everyone seems like really like headachy. Like everyone's grabbing their heads and kind of swaying a bit.
They look like they just woke up.
Yeah, like they literally just woke up and they're like, "How did we get?" Like they all look like they literally like they're all mumbling like, "How did I get here? Where am I? What time is it?" Like,
This has been the world's craziest sleepover.
yeah.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
You guys watch as you see running down the street, Seth.
What time is it by now?
At this point, the sun is rising. So it's
Okay,
like
cool.
maybe like 7 a.m.
How cinematic.
It's pretty cinematic.
Nice.
Nice. Beautiful.
J.J. Abrams, is that the one who does all the glow?
Lens flare, yeah.
Lens flares?
flares,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, lens
Yep.
flares.
There's a giant lens flare in the camera.
Oh my eyes! Oh god!
Oh,
Oh God!
Oh God, no more.
Oh dear Lord!
You did it! You did it! Ah! Oh, he grabs you, Remy, and he hugs you. Oh! Oh.
Yes. We did it. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you
That
so
was the
much.
first time that Remy didn't like carry us. He was pissing his pants in the corner most of the time, wasn't he?
Okay. Okay. Look.
Wait, what?
Look.
Shut the...
I'm not
I
even
can't control the dice, but yes.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
Look, Remy's been through some shit, so when you
No,
fuck
no,
with his
no.
brain.
This isn't like a. I'm saying this is more a hurrah for us, less of a
Yes, it is
poo
a
poo on
hurrah for
Remy.
you.
Okay, cool.
You no longer need him. You can kick me to the side. I get it. It's fine.
No, it's not like.
No.
Go back to my roleplay moment before they get rid of me, Monty. It'd be great.
Okay, yeah. I will say, for the sake of brevity, you guys report the death of the two boys to the mayor,
Okay.
who is very upset, but he's more ashamed. Like, he's upset that his sons are gone, but he's more ashamed and shocked that they would do something that's absurd. But you kind of learn from amongst the other villagers, they were kind of troublemakers. Like, they were really not the nicest people. But the mayor is still pretty beat up about it. Seth shakes your hand. The town, although small, is wanting to pay you back for your services, and will send basically a referral to Alavast for the Mercs to be an official guild.
Yes, that's what I was gonna ask.
There you go.
Yeah. As they have done
Oh, I'm so
services,
happy.
as they've done
Holy
services to the people of Alavast, the Mercs can become an official guild.
Yes.
You guys make your way back to Alavast, back to the Sweet Dragon. Do you hand over the orb, Remy?
To Edward or to them?
To Edward.
Above our pay grade.
Yes, but when we leave the game, there's going to be conditions for me giving him the orb, but I will give it to him.
Yeah. He gives you all 500 gold pieces for it.
All of us get 500 apiece?
Everyone gets 500. It's 2,000 total for that orb.
Jesus, I'm going to write that down. Hold on.
Yeah.
Money.
Oh
Wow,
my
I have a lot of.
God.
I can almost get that armor that I want.
A conduit of Tahir, which is, it basically comes in when you summon something to the nature of Tahir. So, just to clarify this, because people were, I think, are going to ask me questions, because technically, if this thing was a fiend, you would have detected it. It is not a fiend, it is a monstrosity. The Rat King is a monstrosity that is born
I'd say.
from the twisted machinations of Tahir.
A sick bastard.
Basically, if someone performs something really high caliber to his power, a conduit can appear, kind of by his whim if he's impressed. So that's why this thing showed up.
So now what I'm thinking is, what do those boys do?
They
like,
summoned it. They did it. They thought it was fun.
I guess.
They summoned it. It went, fuck all y'all, and killed them, and then a
They
bunch of.
killed them both.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, like, because you have to do an atrocity. So I
Yeah.
guess it was
The
the atrocity is
The
this
atrocity
how
was
sick
killing
they
all
were.
the
Making
rats
the
to
rat
make the
king,
ritual.
Yeah,
How shitty of kids they were. There's like, hey, I like these boys, but also fuck them.
yeah. Literally, making the Rat King was the atrocity they performed. That's how you That's how they made a conduit of Tahir.
All right, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. That tracks.
So you guys get your pay, 500 gold pieces each. Please write that down.
Hell yeah.
And you guys are currently being reviewed to be an official guild of Alabast, which is pretty huge. It means you can get more work. And potentially, if you do well, a building of your own.
That could be
Y'all heard of
fun.
the sweet dragon? Nah, y'all ain't ready. This is the
Yeah.
this is the sour kobold. We all about that life.
Oh
So,
my God.
as you guys make your way home and you return to your family, Remy, with a job well
Yay.
done, and the Mercs, you return to your very easy to consume and drink that you feel very confident in paying. That is where we're going to end the session for tonight. We went over 45 minutes.
Mwah, mwah,
Bye, Austin.
mwah. I kiss each
Bye,
of you on the cheek.
Austin.
Everybody stop
Bye,
your
Austin.
recordings.
Bye, Austin.
Bye.
Oh my God.
That
Well
was
done, Monty. That was very different than a lot of the stuff I've seen.
Oh,
you do.
yeah.
Very well done.
Man.
So,
So
That was
good.
very well
I'd
done.
like
I
to
wanna-
ask, what inspired you? Because you said something inspired you. To
I
make
read
that. What was it?
I went camping and I read Terry Pratchett's book Maurice and His Educated Rodents, and that was like, that's a really good book. I don't want to spoil what happens in that book, but it heavily inspired from that book. This campaign a bit more like terrifying in this, but still a very good book. So I recommend anyone who wants to read just a very nice, quote unquote
yeah.
nice, very well written dialogue based book. Terry Pratchett is a great writer. My mom lent me the book. She's like, "Here, read this." And I'm like, "Okay," and I read it. I'm like,
Didn't he
"I love this."
Doesn't he make Discworld or whatever that is?
I
Hey,
think
hey,
I don't
Monty.
know. Mm-hmm.
Can we, since I mean, it's not a spoiler because they won't know. Can we call this episode the cliffhammer?
Oh
instead of
my
the cliffhanger?
god, yes, I think
Oh,
that'd be
Can we call it
good.
the cliffhammer?
Cliffhammer, yeah, sure. Write that
This episode
down.
was a hell of a
Write,
cliffhammer.
write that down in the Unexpectables chat so Austin
will.
sees it. All
Wow.
right. Well, everybody, I'm gonna just poke my head into chat right now. Did you guys like it, chat? Did you enjoy
Oh, hi,
yourselves?
chat.
Oh yeah, hi chat. Hello
Y'all.
chat.
Y'all better be
Hi, chat.
appreciating this fine DM work.
Wait, this DM work was insane.
Also, bye, Connor. Enjoy Minnesota.
Oh man.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Monty.
shit was
you
so
gave
tight.
you gave me a heart attack, my bitch. Oh
I
my
the
God.
cool.
moment the first voice dropped for you, Alfred, like Vladdy, like don't drink the tea. I'm like that's gonna start the whole fucking thing going.
Cause I was like,
And
like,
it did.
I wanted to like put a lore like I haven't heard that since birth or some shit. Like I haven't heard anything about that, and that's why it freaked me the fuck out. But just the way that it went, I felt like I was, oh my God. Like,
Yeah. So the creature I have fully statted out in its spell list as well. So this thing is crazy, by the way. This was like a CR9, I think. I would consider this a CR9 creature, which is the same as like some really high tier demons.
Right.
And it technically counts as a swarm as well. It's weird. It's a singular creature, but it counts as a swarm.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it has telepathy.
Spooky.
It can speak telepathically, obviously. The craziest thing is that it's fucking, it has proficiencies in, like, where's its proficiencies? It's proficient in, like, deception, insight, and persuasion. But this is something cool. I want to read this out because I'm really proud of this. The Rat King's innate spell ability is Charisma. Spell save DC 16. Oh, that's his spell casting. Sorry. This is what I meant. Ratus Influence is what it's called. Any creature considered rat-like in nature, a rat, a giant rat, rat swarm, or were-rat, automatically fails any saving throw against the Rat King spells and charm effects. Additionally, the Rat King has advantage on wisdom and in charisma persuasion checks on any creature rat-like in nature. So I just want to give some clarification. The reason why your good friend Seth wasn't affected is because he used to be a were-rat and he was
That's what I
cured.
figured is because he was so skittish. There was also the tea was the great hint because he's like the tea's poison. Cliff drank it, and I went, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Someone on my server made a really good image.
Did they?
Hold on.
Well, to share it. In the meantime, though, guys, next week we are back with the Unexpectables. We
All
left.
right, what time are we starting? I will be ready to not
All
be here.
trees point to stuff.
We ended on a huge cliffhanger. Haha, it's a joke. With the previous Unexpectables episode. Sorry for the break, but Gaijin was out and Connor was out. I mean, it's the summer. People want to go on some vacations. So that's gonna be a huge one. The return of Panic's mother, who he's been looking for since the campaign started, like a year and a half ago. So I hope you guys are ready for that. That's gonna be crazy. And then I didn't plug myself at the beginning. I'll just plug myself here. You can find me here. Hooray. Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be playing Skies of Arcadia after I get a haircut, which I really need. And then on Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can catch myself and Ku, who's here, playing
Ku.
Divinity 2 Original Sin, we are near the end, but we just found a whole shitload of bonus content. So
it keeps expanding when we think it's gonna be over.
yeah, it's kind of like doing that thing.
And it's awesome. It's all really cool.
It's
stuff,
great,
but
'cause
like,
it's-
Jesus, it's not over yet.
It's like, why? It feels like they were like, oh shit, I had this great idea. Let's put it at the end because they had nowhere else to put it.
Yeah, all
but-
the cool shit is at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And you can't spell bonus without bone.
So
This
that's
is true.
That's exciting. We're going to be finishing up that game. I think we have at least like 3 more sessions out of that game.
Oh God, you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think we have another month's worth, and then yeah, you can find me at the Unexpectables on Wednesday. So yeah, I'll go through the line. Alfred, you want to pitch yourself? Make sure to add your social media.
Well, my name's Alfred. First of all, just give a round of applause to Monty and these amazing people that are I'm proud to be in the Mercs. I'm so happy to be in the fucking Mercs.
Hell
I
yeah,
love
dude.
Remy. I love this world. I love all of it. And if you want to find me and you want to follow somebody who makes shitposty tweets, goofy art, and yells about being gay, you can follow me at
Gay.
This is where I go. Wait, you're gay?
Wait, what? No, spoilers, dude, allegedly.
You can follow me on twitch.tv/paperboxhouse. You can follow me. I think I go by Paperbox House everywhere. So on Twitter, on Instagram, and I don't use Instagram as much. I'm gonna try to start using it more. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to stream on Twitch more and have a more avid schedule where I'm going to be working on commissions and working on my pitch Bible for my show that's called Bruce and Sean. And other than that, just Monty, thank you so much for having us once again, and I can't wait for the next time.
Thank you for coming back. I was going to pitch it. I'm like, oh man, I hope they're not busy. I'm like, you guys want to come back again? Because
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
Come back.
no doubt.
yeah.
Oh my god. But yeah, thank you. Thank you all so much.
Bosco, where can we find you?
You guys can find me at EdBoscoVA on both Instagram and Twitter, and then right here on twitch.tv/EdwardBosco, where I play sports games and wrestling and scream at people to leave me alone. And on Jackbox, where apparently even when I'm not doing a stream, people will still come up with reasons to insult me. It's great. It's lovely. I have wonderful friends. Tune in. Great.
We need to hang out. I have some videos that we need to watch together.
We do need to hang out because
Yeah.
I miss your stupid face.
Oh.
And by that I mean your voice because I've never seen your face.
Yeah.
That being said, I want to thank Monty for bringing me back. I don't realize how much I miss the Unexpectables until I get back in here. And I have fallen in love with these 3 guys because they're stupidly amazing role players and they add a lot to the world. Look, guys, I'm being a little gay right now. It's fine. It's 2019. Fuck over it. I can be gay if I want to. But no, they're awesome. You should check out their shit, and it's been a blast playing with them, and I will come back and play with them anytime Monty asks me. Damn right.
Coup Eater,
Yes.
pitch yourself.
Wow, you're dumb as Cliff.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Where can people find you, Coup?
You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at Coup-Eater and on Twitch, where I stream every day at twitch.tv/Shinigami-Eater. It's also my YouTube channel, so you can find me there.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hard to Find on Twitter, Clown Depot, Mr. Chase.
That hard to find. I mean, it's an underscore.
Yeah.
I am Chase, and I sometimes stream at Paper Mario Wiki on Twitch. Pretty frequently. It's not sometimes. It's like pretty much every day.
So you do
And
this for a living, bro?
a little bit, yeah. It is kind of how I'm paying for college in Japan, like a little bit. But
Wait, really?
Yeah,
well,
I guess I
yeah.
should have mentioned that I also stream for a living.
I was
I
gonna say,
figured
I'm
everybody
starting
here
to-
does. That's how Monty found you. Oh, it's fair.
yeah. We met through Coup. But yeah, you can find me at Paper Mario Wiki on Twitch, all one word, or you can go to my Twitter, which is clown_depot, or you can go to my Tumblr, which is if you just go to mariogolf.info. That's where you can find me.
I have
Fucking
I
love
have
that new
I,
URL.
I have to laugh a little bit though, Chase, because remember we were playing like Monster Hunter and you were in the call, and like we were like I was introducing myself, and like I'm like, yeah, I do like D&D for for a living. It's my like the thing I do and I love it. And you're just like, man, I'd love to play one day. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like,
There it is on the list.
like just the
I
way
mean-
you said it. I remember I'm like, yeah, okay, he wants to play pretty bad.
Fucking Absolutely. I mean, I love
Like his heart broke. He was like, I remember the days. When
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like it was literally like that. I'm like, okay, okay.
Where's your
the
show?
only time I've ever played D&D, well, I mean, aside from with the Unexpectables, or I guess with the Mercs, is in freshman year of my high school, and it was so much fun. And we did like 2 sessions over the course of a couple weeks, and then we never spoke again.
Yeah.
And
That's
so there's
pretty
just
much the exact same thing as me. Yeah.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
just a yearning in my heart to roleplay as a cat man. You know?
You're a cat man.
It's safe to say that all of our characters are kind of extensions of ourselves. So
Yeah.
Extremely.
Actually, that is no. Monty knows me. I'm not a nice person. Remy's a wonderful human being. Bird.
Yeah, but he's-
whatever.
He
I'm a
presents himself
douchebag.
properly.
see, there's
We're
a
not the
reason I
same.
didn't say anything back when you were like, "So you're dumb as Cliff." Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, well, you don't have to read into it too much.
It's like, well, all right. So you're an asshole.
Alrighty. Well, with that, I think the that's going to be the end of our show tonight. This will be up on Takahata 101's channel after it gets processed and sent away. The podcast version should be out, hopefully. And yeah, you guys can catch all these lovely people at their respective social media. In the meantime, though, we need to raid someone. So
We do.
Beautiful.
So we have a couple options. I see that Octopimp's on.
Yeah.
You could do that if you want.
Bakba
Kieran, Mike,
Soup is also going. Oh, is Tiki the Troll going?
Tiki the Troll is also. I was just gonna say Tiki's
Tiki
streaming.
the Troll is really nice. He's
He's Jack's roommate.
yeah, he's Jack's roommate, the artist who does like the really nice detailed monster art for
Hell
us. That's his
Which is-
roommate, he's a good egg. So yeah, let's read Tiki
Let's
the
give
Troll.
him some love.
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Nice. Thanks
What's
for
our-
coming, everybody.
What's our
Thank you
enormous
for
raid
having
message
us
gonna
into
be?
your homes and into your lives for a couple hours on a
And
Wednesday.
into your rats.
Man, what
Accepting
should
into your
what should our raid
rats.
message be?
Rats.
It's just the word
Rats,
rats in all
rats,
caps.
rats.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
rats. All right, get out of here, everybody.
Rats.
Bye-bye.
Rats.